Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your YouTube, join our cult.
Oh, no, wait.
Oh, no.
No,
I'm
wait.
sorry.
It should be fine now. I came in the studio the other day and Joel and Dan were in here with a drill.
A
drill? And a different computer. And I was going, what's going on, lads? And they're like, we're fixing
He did an impression of himself.
We're fixing the podcast, they said. Well, they didn't quite say that, but you know, sometimes it freezes and we go, we're back. Oh,
that's
no.
why I couldn't get in the door this week.
So it might be fixed now. So you might be able to bang on the table to your
Shall we
fist's
give you
content.
a scoop slam on the table, Maffew, and see what happens?
Oh, that sounds great.
Of all the moves.
A gnarly scoop slam.
No.
Fair enough.
It's the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
Yes.
With the old presenters, but a new table, apparently.
No,
Was
no.
that nice?
No, the table's the same.
You've just ignored everything he just said there.
Try to generalize it. You have to do something. Old presenters, new table. No, that's not what I said. Old presenters, new table. Same quality content, obviously. Listening to dulcet tones of myself, Maffew, Jack, and Ross. And what a lovely mood. I hope we're all in. There's nothing but positivity, especially after last week's downturn towards the end.
Things have got worse, haven't they?
I was going to say, horrible teachers and repressed memories are nothing compared to the misery of this week. Ross, how was it?
Not too bad. I had a wonderful day. That's not what I was referencing. Me guide dog has been kicked off the guide dog training program.
Oh my God.
They're not fit for purpose. I've been sponsoring them for a year. Lola, get in the bin with Dr. Death, will you?
Can you not just give? Can they not just give Lola to you now? Is that the rule?
I wish, but she's gone.
Maybe knock at the door and hey, on.
She's getting rehome now. I've got a new little dog called Theo. He's a wonderful little puppy.
How have they worded that? Because I got my pup date.
Pup date, aye.
I got Kevin, and it was like Kevin's doing great, and it showed Kevin taking their owner to Lidl, and I liked to add in my head that the person wanted to go to Morrison's, but dog's like, no. Price of living's gone up, Linda. Come on. So what happened with yours?
The financial guide dog.
I mean, I've had all those through and it's all been going well apparently, but then it's just like with Lola's best interest and safety of a future guide dog owner at the forefront of our minds, we've made the very difficult decision to take Lola out of the guide dogs program.
That sounds like PR speak, but for a guide dog.
And look at her though. I had great faith in Lola, a strapping young lady.
Oh,
Fantastic. Anyway, that's the downer of the week. Newcastle's fine.
There you go.
We'll get to another cup final. Just like I've got another guide dog, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, my dad had similar, apart from the guide dog bit, obviously, my dad had similar vibes. I was worried about him, lifelong Newcastle supporter. When he's dead, he'll still be a Newcastle supporter. But I have Sky TV in hell, honest. So I said, I'm sorry to hear how you doing. He goes, no, it's fine. Man United were better, but we still played all right. You know, we're not a rubbish team. We didn't look bad. They were better that night. I'm like, great.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to compare it to a wrestling scenario because it's a wrestling podcast and I can't think of one now. It's the underdog who got defeated by the overdog. That's exactly what has happened in that cup final.
Like when Batista bombed Mr. Kennedy at the end of their title match, and Mr. Kennedy gave a few valiant punches at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
No one expected Kennedy to win, but they would be really bloody happy if he did.
Well, speak for yourself. Like Roman and Sammy, says Joel.
Roman and Sammy.
Oh, don't
I think everyone would disagree with
that.
Yeah. Liverpool loses themselves. But how was the trip down then?
I had a wonderful day, yeah. I just getting on the underground by myself for the first time was daunting, but I made it. Got on 2 different lines. The central line is wonderful. The Metropolitan's not as nice, but still.
You sound like a real Londoner with opinions on... I know you said opinions on lines. Opinions on tube lines.
Not those rails, Jack.
No.
Not the camel ones, eh? That's a joke, everybody.
I think I know why your dog was let go now.
But apart from that, it was just a nice day. It was just like anywhere you went, there was someone from Newcastle. It was strange. Stood outside of King's Cross for 40 minutes on Sunday morning. Saw 3 Man United fans and just hundreds of Newcastle fans everywhere. Met police record 100,000 went down south.
And some of them spent a lovely time, obviously increasing the lovely image of the war lads picking up rubbish afterwards.
I had Trafalgar Square. I didn't go there because I had the bright idea of getting to Ipswich where my mum lives. Reference to the podcast. And then getting the direct train to Liverpool Street, but that direct train wasn't on, so it took me nearly 3 hours. A train, a bus, and a tubes, or 2 tubes. So I didn't bother with Trafalgar Square on the Saturday. I was devastated.
Was it not off because of the demand of people?
No, there was rail works.
Okay.
Whale works. But
Ross told me a really surprising element of the trip, which is that what was it? You didn't get into the box park.
I was intending to go there, but then I learned that you needed a match day ticket to get into there, so I couldn't go.
I thought you had the ticket.
Guess who we missed out on presenting the box park Newcastle fan experience?
The master of ceremonies, right? Someone who
It's the last person you expect.
Who relates to the working class, hard nuts up here in the northeast? Who comes to mind when you think of that?
Dick Van Dyke.
Slight step
It's
down.
someone actually less fitting than Dick Van Dyke.
Go on then.
Jeremy Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
Who thought that was a good
I don't
idea?
know. Apparently, Jeremy Kyle was there as the sort of master of ceremonies, and they had like a little show with a couple of former Newcastle players, and like the CEO was there of the club currently. But
Why?
Jeremy Kyle was also there apparently.
Me.
So that was good.
What a terrible booking decision.
You know, bloke was responsible for a man's death. Here he is.
He likes laughing at poverty. Welcome, Newcastle.
Yeah, hey, hang on. Yeah, it's a subtle jab there, isn't it? Bloody hell. Well, I'm glad that you're positive despite the negativity. What a lovely man you are. Jack, how was your bloody lovely walk? Or is that going to be your Hall of Fame thing?
No, there's a bit of it that'll be discussed in the Hall of Fame, a
We'll leave it
specific
to
bit.
there then. Do you wanna
But
do
no,
that?
the walk was all right, generally.
great.
Day 1 was hard. Day 2 and 3, lovely. Day 4, hard again. Day 4 was from Borough to Hartlepool Marina. That was long. The next 2 days were just a lovely jaunt up the coast. There's walking paths and everything. I was passing people walking their dogs. Hello, we'd all say to each other. Life's different outside of the city.
Yeah.
And then the last day was Sunderland to Newcastle. And what I've learned is that Gateshead's just stupidly big. Because I got to Gateshead, I was like, I'm nearly home. I'm at Gateshead. Not thinking that it takes about 2 hours to walk through Gateshead.
Yeah.
And you pass all the very tempting metro stations as well. I'm like, could just get on at Heworth. But no, I did it. And obviously saw Hartlepool's football ground as well.
Lovely. Yes, you sent me lovely
For some reason,
pictures.
The
of
team that this podcast supports is Hartlepool.
You mean the Suits Direct Arena?
Is that what it's called?
Apparently, something like that, or the Suits Direct Stadium.
It was a match day, but I was there too early. I was there at like 12, and obviously the match was at 3, and it ended 3-3, I think. Or it was a good game. I should have stayed, but I just didn't see the match anyway. But yeah, I sent you the picture of the big mascot.
Yes.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, merch. He was like, no.
I tried to find the club shop to like buy a little mascot or something, but I followed it on my Maps app on my phone, and it took me down a cul-de-sac, and I was stood in front of a house, and I was like, this isn't the...
No, yeah.
Yeah, probably not. I think it's Pacini ever told you. I think it was Pacini who went and did a escape room once, but it was just some bloke's house in London.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
do you meet him in a nightclub?
He said that they turned up and it was some bloke's house that had just clearly been converted. Just in a residential area, this escape room. But no, the walk was good, thank you. Yeah.
Good, I'm glad.
I've been eating so much food since then.
Good. Grown boy like yourself.
Great
absolutely.
podcasting.
Yeah. And we're doing all this because there's not a lot of news this week in the world of wrestling. So I'll pad it out a bit.
There's one big one I can think of that broke yesterday.
Yeah. Is it the I'll go right to it, the one that's most interesting?
That's
myself.
not funny. It's quite a serious one.
Oh, God. It's not that one then.
All right.
Fightful Select reported that the reason why we're getting Omos versus Lesnar is because Lesnar turned down wrestling Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. Yes, Brock.
But did you see? I think it might have been WrestleVo. It's one of those Twitter accounts.
Inside the Ropes credited Fightful Select, so that's what I'm doing.
Oh no, this is an addition. Sorry, one of those Twitter accounts, which I believe has been endorsed by Sean Ross Sapp. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head.
Oh, they've got letters missing, haven't they, in their name?
Yeah, they're called Worked, I think, or something like that. Worked.
Hang on, we're not going to use that, are we? We're getting worked by this
Oh,
news. Hang on.
okay, but I think they've been vouched for as a reputable source.
It's like crediting the Onion. But go on.
They claim that a certain influential figure behind the scenes has been responsible for this match being pushed, Lesnar versus Omos, and then just a gif of Vince McMahon underneath. And it makes sense.
Yeah.
It is the sort of match that Vince would book.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people talking about this. I'm not sure what...
Do you not think it's true?
Why are people obsessing over this? I'd be more worried about other stuff Vince would be doing behind the scenes than one match at WrestleMania.
I think it's the implication that he's still got even a shred of creative control after all the stuff that's gone on.
Right.
It's like, oh.
This isn't the story we've been told for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
This is Triple H's kingdom now.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't until he came back fairly recently.
Vince.
I remember that, right?
Well, we thought he came back in a capacity where he was trying to like sell the company, not in a creative sense at all. It was even like it seemed like every
I'm getting
week,
you now.
it
People
seems
are like, I didn't realize he was doing
It
creative
seems
stuff.
like every week a report would come out saying like Triple H has assured the roster that Vince is not,
I think the closest it got was like Triple H was like, yeah, I listened to Vince, but that was like
Oh yeah, he did.
the implication that like
He said I listen to many people. Vince, this
Yeah.
person, that person.
Right.
but it was
Everyone
still
was
like
like, "What
Triple
was that
H is
first
at the wheel.
Yeah.
Vince is in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's turn left. This escape room's round here. It says. Right, are you sure? It does look like a cul-de-sac.
Vince Satnav would be terrifying.
300 yards, pal. So, okay, I see why people are like, oh no, Vince is back. But I'm like, it's one
he
match.
takes you nearly all the way, but then you've got to prove yourself to get the last shred of directions. He's not going to take you the full way.
He just makes you do loops.
Yeah,
round and
yeah.
round.
All right, he goes, where to now? Says, I'll let you know if you fight me in the ring.
Yeah. Turn onto the brass ring road. Oh.
To be fair, if you're Lesnar though, it's an easy night's work, isn't it? It's not going to be
That's what he's all
it's
about.
not going to be a long match, is it?
Oh, I don't know. No, it won't be. But but lifting that giant man.
If one man can,
Yeah, true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brocky boy can.
Brocky boy can. The Brocky boy.
That's all it's about now. Because MVP he said that on Raw, didn't he? You can't pick him up. He's a large boy.
And Lesnar went, I like this.
Moonshine.
Yeah.
And then Brock went, no, I can carry him. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And they did a little dance.
I've been confused about that segment. I guess we'll talk to it when we get to it. But was it moonshine or was it white lightning? Or do Americans have a different
No, Americans
definition
translated to
of
me. White lightning to Americans is moonshine.
White lightning to us is crap cheap cider.
That's why I had a blast. That's
why I was
fell off
like-
my chair when he
That's-
went,
it's
I
uni-
drink white lightning.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my
I'm
God.
imagining Lesnar in like a park with in
Yeah.
a group with his mates, just sat around.
It's uni, innit?
Drinking
3
cans.
litres for £3 from Iceland.
Yeah.
Get some blackcurrant juice to make Snape
Yeah.
Bite Blacks. 3 litres seeing off before you go out. Spend a £5 when you're out. Come home. Jobs are good.
I was
Brock Lesnar with his gold credit card and a £100 note trying to pay for like one bottle of white lightning.
Ours was Frosty Jacks, not White Lightning. I don't know
Frosty
why.
Jacks.
Yeah.
Oh, I started on Frosty Jacks, then learned it was made with onions instead of apples, and then I never went
Yeah.
back.
Do you remember beer?
I wasn't drinking for the taste.
I think it was called beer, spelled like B-I-E-R, like Beardor.
Beardor from Lidl.
Yeah. Those good times as well.
Yeah. But I would always, my thing, because I remember the first time I had drink was Budweiser. And on the adverts, I'd seen people drinking Budweiser. It's the nicest stuff ever. Drinking it. Going, what is this?
It tastes like soap to me. I don't like Budweiser.
Oh,
So,
that is a good way of describing it.
Yeah. So when I would come to house parties and it's like, what have you brought? What have you brought? I was like, Scrumpy Jack. And everyone would go, ugh. Like, we like lager and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, fair enough then. Well, I guess I'm the only person drinking this. So I go away. 10 minutes later, it's half empty. So I'm like, oh, okay. We don't like that. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
It's got the bottle with a hole in the top, hasn't it? The Scrumpy Jack's bottle to do that business with.
I don't
Frosty
recall that.
Jacks.
Oh no, Scrumpy Jacks.
Scrumpy Jacks, sorry.
Aye, it's
Oh,
got
two different.
Yeah.
Wow, the new and improved.
Wrestling,
Anyway, yeah.
wrestling podcast.
Aye,
Brock
yeah.
Lesnar, we got 2 seconds of wrestling there before going back to UK stuff. John Moxley become the first AEW wrestler to reach 100 wins.
That was last week, that.
That right, he bled in 110 of them. Big Pat McAfee comments on his future with WWE. I think I'll make related to what you were just talking about there, Jack. Obviously, he returned at the Rumble, the surprise of many people, Cole and Graves included. However, he took to Twitter recently and said, "Baby girl on the way. What's that mean for my future with WWE? I love it, but they're allegedly going to be sold. Who's buying them? Do I want to work / make money for those people?"
Oh.
But can you take...
The club.
On one hand, I was like, oh, that's very admirable of Pat. But then I'm thinking, no, it's not. You're Vince's boy. So I don't know now. I don't know what to make of that.
It's weird, isn't it, how, he's universally beloved. But if Brock Lesnar said that, we'd be like, what a mercenary prick. He's only in it for the money.
I think
You can do what you like. You can do what you like if you're fans.
I think
Ask Pachidi.
I think Pat's enthusiasm goes a long way, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
loves
yeah.
a bit of Pat. I'd hang out with Pat. Imagine Pat on the pod.
Oh yeah,
Let's get him on. We wouldn't get it wordy.
it'd be great.
Yeah.
And I'll put a little section here called the Kenny Omega News Mega Update section because he's been talking and talking and talking. Too much, somebody might say. Miss Uncertainty Baron's future with AEW because Mr. Dave Meltzer, you may have heard of him, Wrestling Observer newsletter.
Zodiac Killer.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. So his contract, obviously he was away for a bit with the fallout from Brawl In. And he said the amount of time added
Brawl
to
out.
Shake it all about.
Shake it, brawl about.
do the hokey cokey and you turn around. It's not been finalised, but Mega is still under contract because of that delay that's been added on. So he's only got a few more months left of his contract. So everyone's speculating about what is going to be happening now.
And he's not given a definitive answer.
He hasn't. He went on these sessions with Renee Paquette and talked about All Out, All In, and said, yeah, it's a shame the general public aren't ever going to know what went down and how it could have been prevented, how it could have ended differently. That's how things go in a big business operation. I don't think anyone is happy or proud that it happened or anything like that. I think across the board, everyone thinks it was a terrible situation that was unnecessary. And he says, I hope CM Punk's doing all right. He said, what's important, no one was seriously injured emerging from that, and I'm so thankful for that. We've moved on with life. I'm completely fine. Doesn't dictate what I do, what I say. I'm sure the book's in the same boat. I can't speak to the parties. Hopefully they're doing well. And I mean that.
A little wink there.
Yeah. Man United suck. So I've always liked it, Kenny. Good lad, Tom. So yeah, further speculation on where he's going. He's been very nice and diplomatic about everybody and everything. Apparently we will never find out, I guess, with the lawsuits that were threatened or...
We know what happened. Vaguely.
I want to hear it from them, the people that were there. Not Matt Hardy or Conan or bloody WrestleVotes. I want to hear it from the people that were bloody there.
Bloody NDAs and legal ramifications. Should have just sorted it like real wrestlers in the locker room instead of getting these suits in. Then would know everything.
See, that's why Undertaker heard that happened and went, oh, Kenny would love to have you. It's the type of athlete we'd be looking for.
He made the news this week, didn't he, with his little stuff about The Miz? He's made The Miz the biggest babyface in wrestling.
It's funny seeing another generation finding out about what happened with The Miz and people going, I can't believe that this Mr. Chris Benoit type did that. It's almost like he was a bad person or something.
The news I was talking about was that Sonya Deville's apparently reportedly been arrested. You don't know about this?
What? When did that happen?
Oh, for carrying a firearm.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
they found a firearm in a car. I can't remember who first reported it, but yeah, it's quite a sad situation because apparently she's been carrying it since the break-in.
Oh, that makes. I mean, if it's registered, that's fair enough.
Well, apparently it wasn't registered.
Oh, it was legal. It's legal in Florida.
Oh,
but
right.
She was in. She was somewhere else, a different state, and that's why she got.
So, but apparently WWE, no, they said none of her peers think less of her for it. They're all like, it's quite a sad situation. It's quite we understand why, but it's totally like a foreign story to us, obviously, because you can't even imagine ever having one. But yeah,
I checked on Collector's News site before I came here, and it didn't have any mention. Where was this reported?
we should have done that.
SRS think I did it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's real. It's real story.
I'm doing now for credits because people go,
It'll be
I can't believe you guys talk about second. No, we're reporting what someone else has said.
We schedule stories throughout all the hours of the day.
Of course we will.
But I
was just too quick.
You can understand why she would, wouldn't you? After going through that.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I know it's sad, though.
Yeah.
Aye. Grim. Vicky Guerrero is set to leave AEW. She tweeted, today a new journey begins. My life is fulfilled with excitement and new opportunities. I forgot she was there.
She appears on Dark and Dark Elevation, walking behind Nyla Rose and Marina.
If there was ever a wrestler in the women's division who didn't need a manager, it was Nyla Rose.
Right.
It was
did
a
have
strange...
promise, though, didn't it?
I guess so,
Like
yeah.
those two going back and forth in their different ways. I thought it had promise, but
I'll
they just
shove a
never used it.
jalapeno up your ass. I remember that. Thinking, what was that
that's
about?
right. Thank you.
That was
God.
weird.
Yeah.
New series of Hot Ones.
Yeah.
And finally, Jim Ross reveals he and John Laurinaitis cleared the air.
I don't care. Well, no, I mean...
Oh, fair enough then.
Why? It's just too old.
Do you remember the old quotes about Jim Ross? Like, oh, he's
Oh, no, I don't
hope he
remember
dies
this.
alone.
Oh,
All
wow.
the horrible things he was saying about him.
Oh, right.
Fair enough.
No, they have a surprising meeting. I'll summarize it then. But he says, he said it was just a negative thing. I'll remind myself into negativity. This doesn't make any sense. I'm too old. I'm more concerned about my health and my job and travel and all the things that go along with it. So, anyhow, that's how it kind of went. It was a surprise. So, I don't know. I thought it was a bit of positivity in that, but I guess if you don't care about either of them.
Stick to your guns, JR. If you don't like someone, say it and then say it again. Don't go back on your word.
I was going to say, I'm sorry. Sorry for not saying it sooner. Well, there was the mandatory amount of wrestling in this wrestling podcast. Now on to other bollocks. Tubman in Japan. Hey, Richie. Have you been to any dope activities this week?
What's
Holla at
this?
your boys.
No, I think you'll find it's dope actives, actually.
I'm very sorry. Dope actives this week. Holla at your boys, it says. And Richie's responded, not really, to be honest. Did drive from Himeji to Osaka at the weekend. And while I didn't really take any pictures, there is one of Himeji Castle where I started.
There it is.
And here is a picture
It's a good
of
picture.
a castle.
Now, because this breaking news, we actually heard from Richard this week because Ross had
That was him just then.
Ross
Here on
had
the
to like
podcast.
prod him for what he'd done this week, and he actually replied in the chat, which I don't think he's posted in our podcast chat for. Oh,
He's forgotten who we are.
he has.
He's too busy driving.
Yeah, cycling. And then I said, as a follow-up question, to try and welcome him back into the fold, I went, what's Osaka like compared to Tokyo? Because I've heard there's different... He just hasn't replied at all. It's the next thing that was in the chat was Joel asking me a question. I was like, oh, no.
He's too
He's not
busy with
replying.
Kota Ibushi's wrestling school. Don't you know? He's exhausted.
Richard Tubman doesn't need wrestling school. He's a worker, brother.
He'll be assisting.
Yeah.
She go like, all right, do drills. And obviously he's so good. He's like, you've done this before, haven't you?
Welcome to Gary's White Van Dojo.
All these new Japanese stars come out and goes, hey, yay. Although,
Has he wrestled Pac before? Or did he make that? No, he's not.
that's all Kota needed to hear. You wrestle Pac? Oh, okay.
I don't think he...
He's wrestled Lewis the Dragon Beardsley.
He's wrestled Lewis, who's wrestled Pac. Yeah.
Kota would know who that is, yeah.
He was in the same promotion that Pac was in.
Yes.
That's maybe he hasn't wrestled Pac. He's wrestled Balls of Steel.
What?
Richard hasn't told me about a feud he had or a match he had with Balls of Steel where the guy's gimmick was they had indestructible balls. So he jumped off the top rope and Richard like put a knee out and he landed on it obviously and no-sold it. And the crowd are like, whoa!
Okay, that does sound like money.
Oh, it was class.
By money, I mean £10.
Joel, make that picture bigger again, will you? Am I seeing Uncle Howdy in this building here?
What?
The top
Shut
hat,
up.
the two eyes, the little mustache.
Oh,
thing
the
going
bottom
on.
left one.
Wow, dude.
Oh, welcome to
Wait,
Osaka.
that's not Uncle Howdy's voice anymore as we learned this week.
Oh, no, he's computer generated,
He's
isn't
like,
he?
yeah.
I am all of you.
AI. Not just. Have you seen the AI stuff that's been online? Like Dave Meltzer, Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
arguing
it's
on 5-star
scary though.
As long that's the thing. As long as it's done with obviously satirical intentions, it's
Yeah.
great. But it's like, oh no, what
How's-
happens if someone decides to put this voice over the prime minister?
It makes me worry about deep things like how is the court system going to work if everything can be faked? Or, you know, it's just so scary for the future's scary.
It's scarier than seeing Uncle Howdy in a Japanese castle because it means there's no escape.
It's a nice quilt of comfort for me, I reckon. Because if we put we're footing on here, we can just say, "Oh, AI." That wasn't me.
Yeah,
Clearly
This whole
generated.
podcast was generated by AI.
yeah. I think people can tell that. Also, there's another thing that was sent this week that I have sent to Joel to do at the right time. The other fun segment of the podcast is, of course, Tubman in Japan. Another thing is, does he have it ready?
Oh,
Jack on film.
So, thank you to, I can't remember who tweeted
I'll
to
get
us.
those
Hang
details
on.
up.
Dave Meltzer, Maffew, Greg. Is that the trio does the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast, is it?
No, but Meltzer's a review.
One of the great Cultaholic members, Maffew, Dave Meltzer.
God, someone's least favourite again.
Did you have any time for film this week, or were you too busy walking?
I was walking.
Of course you were.
I was walking. I put pictures on my Twitter and everything, unless it was an AI generated wall. It looks a bit weird, doesn't it? I don't look as threatening as.
It looks like you're getting your arm ready
I was
for
about
something.
to say. I was trying to remember the name of
Film is the name of the drug.
Don Corleone. I was about to say I don't look as threatening as Don Callis, which is just the wrong Don completely.
Well, you know what? I appreciate that being made and sent over to us, courtesy of Simple Disgrace on
Thank you,
Twitter.
Simple
Thank you very much.
Disgrace.
We'll do it one week when Jack's actually watched the film.
I watched 3 films on my walk because I was sat in hotel rooms, so I was just like, I'll just watch this film. Would you like to know the films I watched?
Yes, please.
Memento.
Love it.
Okay, good start.
I wasn't sure if to react or wait until you'd done them all.
Memento.
Yes, I like that one. Go on.
Oh no, my mind's gone totally. Oh, Social Network.
I haven't seen it. I had no interest in seeing that wanker.
Baby Driver. Memento was cool. I like Baby Driver.
I like Baby Driver. Much of its age well given news in the past
I
few
didn't
years,
like Baby
but-
Driver that much
Did you
compared to
not?
Memento. Memento was better.
I like Baby Driver, but people are like, my God, the most magnificent, beautiful film. I'm like, just because it's edited to the beat, like,
The colours were really too much for me. There was too many colours. I was like, "Wow, it's bright that." I was sat in the Premier Inn. Oh, Jesus.
Nice. Memento's a fantastic film.
I enjoyed Memento. Yeah, it was cool.
So the gimmick with Memento is it's done backwards. This guy's got this memory lapse issue, so he has to keep on reminding himself.
He keeps waking up and reading the tattoos that he's tattooed on himself, and it gives it clues as to what's going on.
That does sound interesting.
Oh, it's really
interesting.
well done.
I always enjoy, I never have an idea what's being said in this little segment, but I always look at Joel's eyes, because Joel's eyes tell a story.
What's he been saying with this one?
Because I reckon he agrees with you on the tattoo film.
Memento.
He does, he's nodding.
I thought it was fitting that you couldn't remember the next.
I almost thought, thank you, Joe. I thought, wait, hang on, we're being meta now.
I wasn't trying to do that. That is clever.
Hang on, look around. I also watched, but that's nice. I watched Mad God.
Oh, not seen that.
The stop motion film, which took 30 years to make.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah.
Why did it take so long to make?
Because it was all self-funded, I think.
Oh.
It was by one of the guys responsible for... Have you seen RoboCop?
I've seen bits of WCW's RoboCop.
That's when he saved Sting.
Yeah, in between Save and Sting.
The important bit, aye.
ED-209 is the big robot dude supposed to replace him. He's the guy responsible for that. He just started making this film in his spare time. Just doing a little bit at a time. I guess it took him 30 years. It's hard to describe the plot, but it does look beautiful.
Okay.
Very much one of those style over substances, but
Is it
when it's
feature
that
length?
stylish, yeah,
Oh, wow. 30 years.
right.
Wow.
So that's all I've got to say about it.
I'll have to check it out.
Because I'm now motivated to watch films I'll put off for a while because Jack watches films.
It's not even like this isn't like a rivalry. This is like when Juventud Guerrero was feuding with The Rock. I don't care.
Rock's like, yeah, that's really good for you. It's not good for me. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for Jack.
Well, thank you for asking the question. It's about the films. And thank you to Richard. And thank you to Ross for asking Richard about the films.
Thank you to Chris Jericho.
Yeah, thank you to Chris.
I think a Dave Meltzer for rating that segment. I'm going to kill somebody.
What?
Because he's the Zodiac. He's the Zodiac killer.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Now it's time for everyone's favourite segment, the Hall of Fame, in condescending order from last week. Adam Cole, Sacrificial Lamb, 12%.
Not appreciated.
Ooh.
I don't think people might have understood the reference.
But it's quite appropriate that he's also the sacrificial lamb of this segment.
Yeah.
Very appropriate. Second place, Iron Sheik's Character Witness, 30%.
Oh, yes.
Gutted. If we could show it, you would have voted it for number one, but obviously I appreciate that's no problem. But the big winner is Jack's Big Walk this weekend, 59%. By God.
Wow.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
All it took was 4 days of walking for you to win.
My Hall of Fame pick is something that happened on the walk, so should I just go straight into my pick?
Please.
So on the last night before I walked from Sunderland to Newcastle, I was staying in Sunderland, right? And I went to a pub that I'd never been to before in Sunderland, which is now my favourite pub in Sunderland,
All right.
called Vesta Tilly's. You know
Okay.
Vesta Tilly's, or is it new?
That's new. Never heard of that.
I think it might have been renamed, but I can't remember what it used to be called. Anyway, I went in because I was just so bored, and I didn't want to go in when the football was on because I didn't want to watch the Newcastle Cup final in Sunderland. It felt too bitter and too
Yeah.
you know. So, but this was later on. This was at like 9 o'clock, and I went into the Vesta Tilly's because I just searched like sports bar, and there was really nearby. So I went across the road, went into Vesta Tilly's, and I'd like to nominate Hero of the U. What are you doing?
Just showing Ross pictures of it so he gets an idea.
Oh right,
I didn't recognise that building. Where was it?
opposite the Premier Inn.
What was the Premier Inn?
Yeah, down the road a little bit. It
So that's why it's your favourite one, because it's
was near the Premier
10
Inn.
yards away.
Yeah.
Okay, so, right, and Hero of the Day?
Oh, so I'm nominating the UK's hero, Tommy Fury. Because when I went in, they were showing that boxing event, right?
Okay.
And it was just really interesting to just sit in a corner and just watch the clientele, the people in the pub change as the real boxing ended and the YouTube boxing started. Because at one point there was a bloke who was quite drunk and he was getting really into like the match that was like the co-main event between two actual boxers.
Yeah.
And they're absolutely lamping each other. And I even I tweeted this because I was so proud of myself. I walked past him at one point and someone had taken a massive right hook to the face and didn't move, just didn't budge. And I went, some chin him. And he was like, oh, not many people can talk one of them. And I was like, yes, I'm in with the men. Like, I'm one of them. Joel's nodding. It's like, yeah. And then after that fight ended, youths came into the pub for Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury.
Oh.
And I made friends with a nice lad. I think he was called Charlie. He said he goes to uni in Newcastle. I just remember thinking, oh man, you're so young. It was the 20 year old. He 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 was the it was the humbleness of youth. He was a lovely young lad. And I remember thinking he was like the leader of his group of mates, and each one of them had a gimmick. Like one of them had one headphone in and was just doing that for the entire, he was on something, just doing that, going like, I'm listening to drum bass. And then one of them was 6'8". He was like, this is my mate, he's 6'8". I was like, he certainly is.
You can't teach that.
You can't teach that. And then, but like the one I was talking to was clearly like the leader of their gang. And I was thinking like, he's like the Artful Dodger. I'm like Oliver. And then I realized, no, I'm Fagin because I'm old. I was like, oh, damn it. I'm now the old one. And he was like, who do you want to win this fight? And I was like, I don't really care. I don't particularly know much about either of them. I don't really like either of them. And he was like, yeah, me too. And by the end, when Tommy Fury got announced as the winner, the whole pub went like, get it!
Yes!
So Tommy Fury, the hero of the UK, is my nomination. He also is like the least judgmental person ever when he asked what I did for work. And I was like, oh, it's a bit weird. Like, and he was like, what do you mean? I was like, I talk about wrestling on YouTube. And he was like fake wrestling, like WWE. And I was like, yeah. And he went, oh, sound. I was like, wow, the humbleness of youth. Thank you, Charlie from Sunderland.
Nice.
They also had like a rapport with like the landlady and stuff, like the bar manager woman. She came over and he was like, what time do you kick out here on a Sunday? And she was like, in about 20 minutes for you. I was like, oh my God, everyone just knows each other.
Aww.
What a family. Investor Tilly's. What a place.
That sounds lovely.
Oh, it was a lovely night. I'm so, you know, when you're like, oh, I could just stay in the hotel and just, I'm glad I took the risk.
Yeah.
And even though I was on my own and felt vulnerable, the locals, all the weird and wonderful characters I met invested Tilly's. Yeah. And it was all thanks to Tommy Fury.
I like the idea of just the pub being separated down the middle between old, like, you know, I've been coming to the same pub for 30 years, and then youths all the same idea of seeing Jake Paul get sparked out.
It was a right mixture.
And just everyone doing, yay, just hugging each other, saying we could be heroes playing in the background.
One lass had put 100 quid on Tommy Fury, so everyone was quite wanting her to win as well. I left immediately, but I'm assuming the next round was on her, yeah. Put 100 quid on him.
He must have been the favourite, though, was he not? He must have been.
I think it was quite even.
Oh.
Yeah. And
because people think, but you know, Jake Paul could just pay him off and pretend to be a proper boxer.
It was a split decision.
Yeah.
Good enough, man. I'll take it.
I mean, I don't really care about Tommy Fury, but yeah, England.
Yeah, it's all right. Like, so they never cared about this person before. Wait, he beat Jake Paul?
The way that everyone was too cool to admit that they wanted Tommy Fury to win, and then when it got announced, everyone was like, get it.
No, they want him to win. What did he want? To lose.
But he did knock him down.
And in fairness, though, he did beat him in his prime.
Is Jake involved in Prime?
No, but it's good enough. It's good enough.
Oh, damn it. Is it not a family round thing?
I think it's Logan and KSI.
Oh, what do I care?
JJ.
KSI Paul, the other Paul brother.
They're both the same. Nice. That's a nice little
lovely
adventure story for yourself.
Yeah.
Ah, it's me, isn't it? So, again, I have not been to Sunderland or marched around or done nothing put my life in danger. But I have been sent, as always, stuff that happens online involving funny animals. So, because I haven't won anything this bloody year in the Hall of Fame. So, if we go to Joel right now, who I can see moving out the corner of my eye, ready for that. Might as well put it on mute, because I don't think we'll get DMCA or anything else like that. This is what modern technology should be doing to help people.
All right.
So, this bloke, he's noticed a frog living on his fence. So he's used his 3D printer, get his bit of Lego out, not Lego, don't sue, Lego, don't sue, to make this little frog. A little kennel, I guess, frog kennel. Frog doesn't like the first week because everyone's like, you need to turn it around, make sure actually get him. So this blokey, this is him talking. Oh, they're really good ideas. There we go. So he's taken criticism, creative criticism. Everyone should be paying attention to this, and made it better.
What?
So this frog now has got an upgraded frog den. His name is Frodrick, because we live in a society. So got the 3D printer out again, got rid of the V1. V2, Frodrick Den. Oh, no, wait, people get more criticism. Okay, it's all right, we're going to make it even better now. Frodrick Den 3. Now we're plants and a waterfall, because frogs like water. I've read that book. And then Frodrick's got a friend who saw his pad and he went, wait, Frodrick can afford a place. In a
dear.
Place like this. But then a possum came in.
Oh, my God.
And there was ructions. So he built emergency bat cave for a frog. Just in case. There we go. His name's Frod now. I missed that storyline. So he's had his mates over. Then the possum showed up. Oh, no. And they're like, oh, my God, everyone run the possum. They eat frogs, right? No, this wants a bit of water to drink. Sorry. I mean, a horrible thing to put on the podcast. Yeah, this possum just eats these frogs. Look terrifying looking at this CCTV
King
like
William. Did he call it?
Julian, didn't it say?
Oh, I've not got my lens.
Something like that, yeah.
Not my lenses.
So end up just keep on modifying and making this, the frog den, even better and better. Getting his wind and his willows there. Ate some eggs, got some tadpoles,
Oh my god.
starting a family.
He's created a
There's a ramp.
biosphere.
Yeah, so it's a biosphere for these frogs. And even better when we're like, oh no.
Frods.
But the possums, what are they going to... Oh, no, it's all right. They're just chilling up because they're preggers. Want somewhere
Queen
to have a bit of
Julia.
a drink of water. They're going to have kids. There's a live stream now where we can view them, getting up to shenanigans, I guess. And yeah. So that's how this fraud went from this to this.
Can we go on the live
It's
stream?
like changing rooms, but with frogs.
Can we find the live stream?
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. No.
Okay. Oh, wow.
But yeah, so just the 3D printing frog house.
Amazed that this has happened post-pandemic. And it seems very pandemic content.
does, doesn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. But no, it's nice.
Yeah.
What are you calling it?
You just said call it the 3D.
Please vote for this. I know you don't watch the podcast, but click this one.
The 3D printed frog house is what you just said there?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, he's found it.
Found it.
Oh, Twitch, Unknown Dazza. How many people are watching currently?
3, and they're all here. No. 43.
43. It's been on for 5 hours. And there they are. There's the tadpoles.
Nice.
I'm getting PTSD, man. I had tadpoles when I was young, and then they all hopped away.
Oh.
Had me
You
sand
get cream
pit,
for that.
flipped it upside down, put the frog spawn in there, then they grew and grew and grew, and then they just all hopped away. Never saw them again.
Oh, it's sad.
I guess that makes sense in a way.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
I guess you have visions of you going to school every day with your little frogs
Yeah,
and
the army of little frogs
Yeah.
growing up together.
drinking Sunny D with the frogs. But yeah, that is what they like. They like swimming around. I don't think they listen to podcasts much.
They might do, you never know.
They might do, actually.
Podcasts? Nah. Lily pads? No. Try
That was good.
Polecasts. Tadpole.
Tadpole
Podcast,
cast,
Yeah. About frog news. And they go, what's the source on this? They go, Sean Ross Sapp. He goes, all right, yeah. Oh, well,
Spawn.
the Twitch is
Spawn
breaking.
Ross.
Oh, yes.
I don't know.
Oh,
And,
bollocks. It's the last
Denise
ever podcast.
Salsay Toad.
Oh.
Horrible. I know, yeah, I didn't mean. We're just making frog puns. Oh, dear.
Ross, what have you got? While me and Jack also think of other journalists we can put animal-based puns next to.
Oh, no.
Frog Meltzer. There's a good one. No, we'll move on. My glasses. I'm going to nominate for Hall
Your
of Fame.
glasses?
Because I look stunning in my glasses, Maffew. I was very nervous yesterday. They made the debut on the channel, but I have blossomed into a P. Insert the second syllable there, just in case YouTube is listening.
What?
P.
You've lost me there, mate.
Blossomed into a beautiful P. C-O-C-K. Is that not the same?
Oh, yeah.
Am I here? Yeah.
No, how are we meant to get that? That's really cryptic.
Because you blossom into a beautiful P. Second syllable.
Peacocks don't blossom, flowers blossom.
Yeah. What am I thinking of? Pheasant?
Butterfly.
No, you're gonna right, but they don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, but blossom. There's a flower
Blossom's a
thing.
flower
Yeah,
thing,
when,
yeah.
when they whap out their tail feathers, that's what I've been doing yesterday.
That's not blossoming.
What's that process called? Not blossoming?
Well, I don't know. They flourish. I don't
Flourish.
know.
Hello, you. You know, just that is.
Whap it out.
I was trying to think. What pea do they grow?
Whap me thing out
I
like a
honestly
beautiful
thought-
pea
flower.
I thought you were saying like
That's where peas come
like
from.
peony or something. How is that? I don't know.
What the hell's peony?
A flower in it?
No idea.
Pepperoni.
Ah. Anyway, maybe I'm pronouncing. Maybe it's peony. Peonies. The flowers. Anyway, your glasses.
I mean, glasses go in the Hall of Fame. Comments of
This
maybe.
conversation should go in the whole.
It's a terrible podcast this week in its own. But the comments have been lovely, so I thought I'm going to go for it. It's been a few years since I've nominated something that I wear on my body, so it's time for the glasses to go in the
They
Hall
always
of Fame.
do
Did you
well.
just start wearing glasses so you can nominate something else?
No, I've got doing this podcast and reading that screen there. I found myself
bless
going
you.
like that.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "You've got near 20/20 vision, but
remember
here's
this.
a receipt for a pair
yeah,
of glasses."
Yeah, because you got your eyes blown into.
The woman
that
was
nasty
horrible.
woman.
Calm down, she said, as I was startled.
I felt very upstaged. Not one comment about my new T-shirt on the Pitches video. Loads of comments about Ross's glasses. Even though at the start Ross mentioned my new T-shirt. I'm fuming.
He could see your new T-shirt. You've actually worn that shirt before, but he could actually see it was a new one thanks to his glasses.
No, it was a Cobra Kai T-shirt, and I thght everyone's going to go, Jackson Cobra Kai? But they went, Ross's glasses are
Jack's
Ross's
eating Cobra
glasses are good.
Kai.
Yeah, I've tweeted the guy who plays Johnny, and he's not replied yet.
What did you tweet him?
Can I please join Cobra Kai?
Oh.
With a picture of me in Cobra Kai.
Fantastic.
Oh, it goes better for you than it would me and Blazing Squad back in the day. That was harsh.
What was that?
I asked if I could join them and worked at the old place, and they told me to go away. Fat loser or something.
What? Blazing Squad?
Chris Brooks worked for Blazing Squad.
Bollocks to him as well. I was expecting massive ramifications
I
from
wondered
that
if I
conversation.
think he's got better things to be doing, but
I was as well, yeah. I was quite worried.
Got nothing. Oh, well.
we can take him.
I've remembered an element that I wanted to talk about in my walk, and it's too late now, isn't it? I feel bad.
Oh, no, but go ahead, right? Go on.
Joel, please log on to my Twitter. God.
Okay.
It's an embarrassing thing that happened to me on the walk.
Oh, okay. We definitely got time for it then.
If you go on my pictures, it's one of my recent pictures.
No, that's a search. That's a search bar.
I'm Jack the Jobber. I got my media, please. Oh, no, it doesn't matter then. It doesn't matter.
We just keep on scrolling, you'll see it.
Yeah, just keep scrolling, scrolling. There's
a cat.
chutney. Yeah,
Embarrassing
there, that
cat.
one. Right. So I took a picture, right, before my last day of the walk. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And then halfway down the road, felt a bit weird, like something I was wearing was off. And then I looked at the picture, and I was like, damn it, my suspicions have been confirmed, and my shorts are on inside out, because the Adidas logo spells Adidas in the mirror.
Oh, computer enhanced.
Absolutely fuming with myself.
Or not.
So I walked from Sun to Newcastle with my shorts on inside out. Sorry, that was the last bit of the walk chat. Sorry. That's all.
That's a good way of making sure people don't bother you.
yeah. Look,
No one messes with crazy.
Whoa, look
Anyone in the Northeast. Look at him. He looks vulnerable.
look
No,
like-
lads, he's got his shorts inside out.
It doesn't
Keep
look that
away.
bad from there, but the sides were all like mesh or like patterned. So it was clear the stitching was on the wrong side. Like it was bad.
So you're not going to be in Cobra Kai, but you are going to be in Adada.
Yes.
We are struggling this week, aren't we?
Oh, I thought it was all right. Fair enough.
Right. Sorry about the last bit. That's the last walk talk.
Walk Talk with Jack the Chopper.
That's the new one.
Debuting next week.
Yeah.
Off war. Thank you very much for those fantastic picks. To remind you what they are again. They are Jack's visit to
Tommy Fury. No, I'm not.
you've
Tommy
made-
Fury.
Oh, all right. I see.
Hero of the UK.
That's definitely going to win.
No, I don't think so.
Mine is
3D printed Frog House.
Of course it is, and yours is.
Me glasses.
Of course it is.
I think they're gonna win. after
be tough, isn't it?
the jeans, and then the
Jeans.
same jeans but different pair, but identical jeans.
all the completionists are like, well, we have to put all of Ross in.
I think that the glasses.
We could
might win.
download it when he dies. We can just download him from the Patreon. Put them together. Oh, my 3D printed Ross. Finally, he can hang out with the frogs. Those nominations can be nominated at patreon.com/Cultaholic. I'll be voting.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling. Ha!
Calm down, ladies.
£1. Why is that in the head there?
What song was that?
£1
£1
fish.
fish?
Come and have a look. £1 fish. Very good and very cheap. Do you remember £1 fish?
No.
It doesn't matter. then.
X Factor, wasn't it?
Oh, that's why.
Britain's Got Talent, one of the two.
Come on, ladies.
Fella
Come on,
comes on.
ladies.
Yeah, works in the markets, I think, on the weekends.
£1 fish. £1.
This sounds
It's an actual song.
We'll carry on. I'm worried he got deported. Did he?
Joel, it's worth a quick
Breaking
Google
news.
while we're here.
Oh, no.
Breaking news about £1 duck man.
Simply
£1
Google
fish.
£1
£1
fish
fish.
Whatever.
man deported.
You know, I get confused with the idea of milkshake duck. It's like, you know, that famous Twitter tweet that went around, like, we have bad news about milkshake duck.
Oh no!
He's gone.
Oh,
The
no.
sad story of what happened to the £1 fish man. There he is in his prime.
Oh man, 6 for £5, £1 each, £1 fish.
Simply time. Oh, it's a heartbreaking story, apparently. We shouldn't laugh.
Oh man.
It's on ladbible.com if you want to read about him getting deported, but it does appear that he has been.
Oh man.
When's this article from, Joel, if you wouldn't mind scrolling?
It's been a while since £1 fish.
Oh, no, 2022. It was recent.
Oh. Well, it was a while when he was in his heyday. About 10 years since £1 fish man was hitting the headlines. Do you want to do this week?
Should we nominate him for the Hall of Fame?
Maybe. I'll make it better. Do you want to carry on, Matthew, with the wrestling?
This week in wrestling, SmackDown, Firefly Bumhouse.
Oh, I'm just sick of it, man.
You said it. Jimmy Uso is interviewed as he arrives at the venue. He says he hasn't seen Jay all week, but has reached out to him, wants to settle this. Fiesta.
Wrestling Logic's fantastic, isn't it? unreachable all week. But join me live in the ring. Now like it. What's wrong with Jay though? Why does he keeps ignoring them, did he, for weeks on end?
Because what's wrong
He's
with him?
conflicted. What do you mean?
Because of all the goings on with Sammy.
It's better to talk, isn't it?
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre watches from the ramp as Imperium beat the super team of Madcap Moss, Ricochet, and Braun Strongman. The Viking Raiders attack Drew from behind, but Sheamus joins in to help Drew. Braun and Trevor send them packing.
Interesting from Drew when he's currently feuding with the Vikings. That was my first takeaway. He must be wanting to go after the Gunther's title at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Because the Vikings then come and attack Drew, don't they? So, that was just a bit... He's setting his sights on different goals.
Yeah, why was he watching the match?
Ricochet and Braun's gear just makes it look like they've forgotten their actual gear, their tag gear.
I thought Ricochet had lost a suitcase, yeah.
And there was an interesting character development for Madcap Moss, who was wrestling the match as a babyface. But the commentator said the crowd turned on Madcap and cost him his match against Gunther. Which is a load of...
I thought he said... No. He said that's what his wifey was saying.
Oh, that's what I said. Emma said.
Oh, they said that Emma said, right? Okay.
So Emma's being a heel, but Madcap is continuing to be a babby face.
He took the fall.
Oh, she's a Lady Macbeth type.
He took the fall here, which
He did.
I thought was... I was about to say surprising because he'd just been in an IC title match, but if they're continuing this descent into heel Madcap, then yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If it's setting up something, I'm all for it. Yeah, typically great Imperium tag match on SmackDown. They are the SmackDown what the Alpha Academy are the Raw.
Okay.
Apart from they win.
They win though, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a slight tweak, I guess. Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar continue to respect each other backstage. Dom and Rhea interrupt and mock them. Santos tells Rey not to let it bother him, but Rey is sad.
How can you not let it bother me, man? That's my son.
I thought the fake crowd noise was interesting on this segment because the Escobar was getting loud cheer crowd noises put on, and he's been a heel, hasn't he, up until this mask exchange point.
He's also
It's to show that he's no longer a bad person.
He's also not been hanging about with Zelina and the lads. What are they going to do?
Oh yeah, what are they going to do?
Maybe they'll just be a tag team with her as their manager. Don't know.
So I mean, Rey and Escobar are getting together for their own faction.
They swap masks, so maybe.
Just mutual respect. He's like, look, I can't beat up my son. It's really hard. Can you do it for me? I love how over Dom is.
Could Rey not just
guy though?
Can Rey not just put Dom over? Do you think that'll happen at WrestleMania? Do you know how Rey always is like, I never want to wrestle my son, and they've like abandoned so many builds to the match between the two. Will they finally do it?
If it's not happening at this WrestleMania, I don't know when it's going to happen.
You know, I think Dom in real life's like, Dad, can you just let me beat you, please? It would really help my career.
Yeah, even with his son, Ray's like, I don't like losing, really, to be honest with you. Jimmy Uso was talking to Solo Sikoa about how things feel different since Montreal. And Jimmy's like, come on, man, it was a 97, get over it. Paul Heyman interrupts and says that Jimmy should handle the Jay situation alone.
And Paul seemed to be... Jimmy was all right with that. I thought Jimmy would be like, I don't trust you, Paul. Was it Jimmy last week who had a weird interaction with Paul?
Paul saw Jimmy and Jay having that conversation, and then when Paul was to Jimmy, did Jay say anything? Jimmy was like, no. He said nothing. It felt like Paul was setting up Jimmy here. But then I think Jimmy thinks he's the tribal chief anyway, so I think he wants it anyway.
Jimmy thinks he's the tribal chief?
Oh, right, he does.
Oh.
He ain't nobody's, you know what.
Oh, yeah, that's true. In kayfabe, Solo's the hardest one. He should be the tribal chief.
He is?
He beats everyone clean.
He's got the lowest 2K rating, though.
Does he?
82, right?
He's the hardest one.
Jay, 90.
Yep.
Jimmy, 89.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
They brought up on Raw, Street Profits.
the tribal chief himself is a full 99, is he not?
Wow.
Aye. Lesnar's
And a
97.
flake.
Roman's rubbish. He never wins clean. He's crap.
Again, so many different directions it could go. I'm here for all of it.
Who's the kayfabe strongest wrestler ever? Is it Goldberg or Lesnar?
Ken Patera. He stopped
Not strong like
he
that.
stopped a Jeep.
No. Who's like the most powerful wrestler in kayfabe in history? In WWE history, we'll say. Oh, no, because then Goldberg's ruled out.
Luger did slam Yoko on the USS Intrepid.
But Warrior? Hogan?
That was a story this week. When the Miz apparently, I don't know what WrestleMania it was, but he wanted to drop the IC title to Warrior.
His dream... Mrs. thing was, I don't know if this just shows how long he's been in WWE. My dream match would be to have a gauntlet match and win and beat everybody, but there's one last person, and it's the Ultimate Warrior who pins me quickly. He's like, That's your dream?
Was this when he was like, had the IC belt for it? He's trying to be Honky Tonk Man. What's with the
I
gauntlet
guess,
match
but
bit
like,
before?
why would you win a gauntlet match and then it's the exact same thing Charlotte did with Ronda? Wow, Warrior's so good beating Miz after 20 minutes of hard Miz action.
Yeah.
I thought it was very weird. It must have been 2013-ish time, sort of. Maybe. I don't know.
That's when Warrior was back briefly and then he died. God.
That's when Benoit made him sit outside again and say, don't ever bring that idea up again, please. LA Knight says you can't have an LA WrestleMania without LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And he's going to give us a WrestleMania moment. What was it going to be, moving from a massive stadium to a small arena?
Oh.
The New Day interrupt and say that WrestleMania moments aren't given. They're earned.
Nerds.
Like Kofi Mania.
The Nerd Day. The video games.
Just giving us our quota for that's right, stuff, wrestling's real, promos.
I did not enjoy company guys the New Day.
Right.
That didn't suit them. You've got
We
to
weren't
earn your-
supposed to get over, but we did naturally, organically, blah, 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 blah.
But now they're like, you've got to take your title opportunities in the WWE.
You young whippersnapper who looks older than both of us combined, LA Knight.
He had his first misstep here, though, because the moment where he's like, that Kofi Mania thing, how did it work out for you? It's like, he won. He was the WWE
Oh, wait,
champion.
Said it, yeah.
That's why, it was a setup line. How did that work out? Really well, thank you.
No, but it didn't work out really well.
I know he
When
got
the title at WrestleMania.
The moment itself worked out really well, but then he got battered by Lesnar, didn't he?
that was like 5 months later.
Oh, right. Yeah,
was
fair
it
enough.
5?
Yeah, it was
When-
when SmackDown was the new...
October?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the new one, and you had to set Brock
that
up
weird
for
SmackDown
Cain
episode.
Velasquez and blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
my God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have a match which Kofi wins after Woods distracts Knight with the trombone.
That's not very nice.
Another misstep. He went after Xavier, didn't he? At ringside, he didn't have to, did The Rock, but he went there.
Are you losing faith in LA Knight?
It's just with the promo, there was a couple of highlights, like calling himself a perpetual motion machine. You don't get that from anybody else. Fantastic line. His undeniable Kavolka made an appearance this week as well. But the Kofi Mania thing, him going after Xavier, which set up the trombone assault, couple of missteps there. And I've written down here, I thought I was watching the Brooklyn Brawler with his offense on Kofi. Everything was a kick and a punch.
That's how he beat Sanger and Grayson Waller.
Look, he's still recovering from Uncle Howdy. His reporter is saying, like, look, I may have lost to a trombone, but it's still more dignified than Bray
I
Wyatt.
think LA Knight saved Brock Lesnar's career because he's looked at this and gone, no.
Yeah. Brock's like, how was he? He's like, oh, he's really stiff. He thinks it's real. He'll try and hurt you for real. Brock's like, oh, I don't want to wrestle that. Charlotte Flair calls out Rhea Ripley, but gets
Oh,
Dom
no.
instead.
This was so weird.
They have a really creepy innuendo-laden back and forth, like mommy, daddy.
Andrade's got a thicker...
I have a real Latino at home that calls me mommy, with a much thicker asset. And I'm like, how do you know what Dom's is like?
Yeah,
then, Charlotte?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, yes.
Dom says they have a lot in common. No, could time that better. Both with famous dads, but Charlotte says he actually loves her dad and squares up to Dom. That's not true, though, is it, Charlotte?
What?
That's a few years of doing.
Oh, my word.
Rhea arrives and has a stare down with Charlotte until Dom pulls her away. I'll give Dury full credit here. I thought, because obviously I look at different sections Twitter than a lot of other people, I guess, that Rhea coming out here with Charlotte, he's going to get cheered over the unlikable Charlotte. No, so far so good for
What?
the crowd were pro Charlotte.
This is why they've used Dom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But...
Because usually it's Dom's like you. Carry on, Jack.
No. Come on now. Will you stop? I think Rhea will still get cheered come WrestleMania. She's going to get a big cool entrance with fire and spikes.
Yeah.
Unless it's Dom just on a kazoo.
This is my brutality.
This is your brutality,
Yeah.
mummy. But I thought it was...
Dom coming out with that Jake Paul t-shirt.
I thought it was weird because Rhea on Raw, the last Raw before this SmackDown, was like, I'm going to SmackDown to confront Charlotte. And then her confrontation of Charlotte was her going into the ring and then leaving the ring as if Charlotte had interrupted her. It was a very weird turn of events, I thought.
Yes.
It was I've written down here, such a Vince segment. I just felt like it was yeah. It felt like a Vince segment. The thing they were saying here, yeah, I don't know.
I think it was done like this just to get Charlotte cheered.
Okay.
I'm going to maybe Vince segment and Charlotte stuff are too intertwined because, wait, what's that? Sounds like cheers to me, folks. That's very Vince, isn't it? But again, Charlotte's very unlikable, but the crowd are cheering it, so well done.
I can't believe they're banking on that, though. Surely they should just lean into the fact they know that Rhea will get cheered eventually.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just know better than us.
Nah, no.
We were sat here
Well,
going,
we'll be watching WrestleMania, so maybe
we
they're
sat
right.
here for, it must have been over a month going, Cody's going to get booed because people are going to resent him because of Sammy. This, that, and the other.
They've again structured the segments really cleverly.
Yeah.
They've not given Cody a chance to get booed.
Yeah.
Really, because it's always been Heyman going, "I'm gonna get with your wife,"
Roman's on the road full time, but I'm not.
but like Cody will come out and just get immediately interrupted now. Like they're being quite clever.
Yeah.
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 Then this one worked as well, so fair play to them.
There was an educational segment as well because we learned that, well, women are the more delicate sex, according to Dom.
Oh yeah.
That was the other weird
He
line
said
of the piece.
women are usually the more delicate sex, but my mommy is, and she crushes my back when she hugs me.
And when she makes sweet, and then he got cut off, which is a shame.
Oh, it's a shame. What was he saying?
Sweet honey,
Yeah.
anything like that.
Sweet home Carolina.
Yeah.
Alabama.
What did I say?
Carolina.
Bollocks. Adam Pearce wants Natalia not to mess up song titles or you'd be thrown off the podcast and also be mindful of her recent injuries. It says it's up to her whether she wrestles tonight. Tegan Knox says she'll have Natalia's back. Accompanies it for her match. Accompanies her for her match. Yeah, the rest of her as well against Shayna Baszler. Shayna wins and boots Tegan off the apron afterwards. She and Ronda try and beat Natalia down, but Tegan makes the save.
They are scared of Tegan Knox. Ronda and Shayna backed down. But they backed down in a heelish way where they're like,
I'm sure Ronda was like, though, who's that? And Shane had to go, it's Tegan Knox, don't worry about her.
Oh.
At the end of the segment. But either way, backing down from her. I thought it was weird how Shayna came out to Ronda's music and then Ronda, a distraction from Ronda is what turned the tide in the match and gave Shayna the win. Are they doing this on purpose to sow the seeds?
Overshadowing.
Yeah, because they're doing it a couple of weeks ago where Shayna was like, people need to stop saying I'm a little Ronda Rousey type.
Who was it? Was it you or Pacitti, Ross, suggesting that it'll be Ronda and Shayna versus Becky and Lita?
I've got no idea.
Oh, never mind.
I'll take the
maybe
clear.
it was Pacitti.
If it ends up being right, then it was Ross.
Yeah.
Was anyone else getting Jeff Hardy vibes from Tegan Knox? The way she looked.
No.
Oh, the way she's dressed and the hair and stuff was giving me like 2003 Jeff Hardy.
Well, because she made a save here without dancing, so it can't be that hard.
It's just her and Sabu are just like, they are like the modern day Team Extreme, aren't they, on SmackDown at the moment?
Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan,
Yeah. Does that mean that Tegan Knox is Rob Van Dam?
Potentially.
Who's Fonzie? Adam Pearce?
Adam Pearce was every day is a banana.
That's Chelsea Green, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
We then get a special, edition of the Firefly Funhouse, which resembles flicking through different TV channels. This is getting incredibly tedious.
I couldn't be bothered to recap.
Well done. Yeah, thank you,
Oh, well,
Jack.
I did.
Oh, stop
Right.
it.
There's
There's stupid glasses.
It says at the bit the stars like, lie for me. The beast is rising as things turn to red, and then some sort of heavy metal music starts playing with a big old riff-alicious. And then Bray, I don't know if it's a new version of Bray that we've never seen before, but we've never seen Bray just like dressed like a sort of movie director type with the sort of fancy glasses, and he's happy, but he's watched himself cut a promo,
Bray on
and he's
film.
just laughing. Yeah, Bray on film. Bray with walk with Bray. I don't want to walk reference to Jack there.
Oh, thank you.
Then we saw the Funhouse news. Apparently, the dragon is rising out the ocean with crowns and horns, and that's a bad thing. But who opened the door?
That's a bad thing. Yeah.
But who opened the door? And then we get Uncle Howdy doing the weather.
But it's not Uncle Howdy, but it was. But his voice is different.
Yeah, he says, I am all of us, but it's computer generated and not, I am all of us. I do declare, not that sort of thing. So that's news also. Then we get the Can You Keep a Secret game show with an endless listing of Can You Keep a Secret game shows coming up. Then random videos play, and then Bray is in his own Howdy mask, the black one. I can tell you're very much like invested in this story. And he says, if I told you a story, could you keep me a secret? And then nothing flipping happened. Back in the day on the Firefly Funhouse, it used to have a purpose. He'd call someone out, he'd take the mic out with somebody, but this was just a random string of events that had no indication to any sort of progression. On the way to WrestleMania, I am done with Bray Wyatt.
There was no mention of Bobby Lashley.
No.
And he even said, I want the winner of Lashley versus Lesnar. At least mention Lashley. Oh.
That was the closest thing we got, was him watching that promo, and like Bobby's name got mentioned like as he was cutting the promo a few weeks ago. But it's just,
I reckon this was shot before Elimination Chamber.
He should have been shot a long time ago.
And they didn't know who won. Or they didn't know that Lesnar didn't want to wrestle him.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt
Why
you there,
would-
pal. Like I said, I
man
agree.
alive.
When Bray came back And they did all these little like, aha, if you pause, hang on, Joel, go back. If you pause and look at that thing there in the background, it looks like an owl. And we all know that owls fly. Bray Wyatt came off the top rope in 2017. He's coming back next week. That type of stuff people liked because it gave them a reason to watch these things.
Reason, yeah.
And go, haha. But they definitely dropped the bollock on. They liked it because it was supposed to give them a solution to a puzzle or an answer. We still don't know where Alexa Bliss has gone.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know. People are excited to see Uncle Howdy being revealed to be someone else. Now it's just, that's just it.
Yeah.
So it's not Bo Dallas or anything. It's just,
where was the reveal?
So there's been no reveal.
What's the point?
And it's just a bunch of crap now.
We get given so many clues that never mean anything now.
But you know what? I don't blame Bray. I don't even blame Uncle Howdy or Vince or Triple H or even Pat McAfee. I blame Sam Driver and his AI-generated stuff taking off so well that they've started doing it on SmackDown. And we need to be negative about this because if we say good things about it, they'll go, we'll do more of it. And this will be the future of wrestling and we'll all be out in the streets selling big issues.
I honestly thought you were going to blame Louis Dango. Because did you see his tweet?
No,
I muted him for ages ago.
Didn't defend this.
I'll
blame Louis Dango anyway. Why? What did he do?
Well,
oh my God!
Whatever he did,
it is. It gets worse on Raw.
Yeah, it did.
It's like I loved when Bray initially re-debuted in 2019 and all this sort of stuff was happening. The juxtaposition between the murderous undertones of the children's TV presenter.
Oh, the entrance against Balor was fantastic.
Yeah, the Fiend who would do the fighting, it was good. But this is just literally just throwing ideas at a wall and them all bouncing back right in your face at the same time. And it hurted.
And the crowd reactions as well need to be said. It's not just us being negative, like, meh, 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 meh. The crowd reaction is like, cool, waiting for the bid to come up. Is this a clue? No, that was it.
The thing was, it was good timing because obviously Bray coming back coincided with Triple H's new era and things we weren't seeing before and things we hadn't seen for a long time because Vince obviously was resting on his laurels and all that sort of stuff. So it was all, that sort of stuff felt fresh and felt like part of a new thing. But now it is just enough that, as you say, there's no resolutions to anything.
It's worth maybe very briefly mentioning the Wrestling Observer fan voted, people who read it, wasn't Dave, fan voted Wrestling Observer newsletter awards for the end of the year. It did have LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt rather high up on the worst feud of the year. Yeah. And I was there thinking, but it was at the very end, but I went, but it never ended.
It started October.
Yeah. All the way to January. And that was a long few months. And it is worth pointing out that, a lot of people got very negative, and we shouldn't be talking about other people's wrestling opinions because opinions are like arseholes. We've all got them,
I found
but everyone else's things. But it was rather surprising and telling that MMM were voted worst gimmick of the year.
What?
Really?
I don't mind
see the
that.
results.
That's a shame.
Sense of humour? Not for me, thanks. Give me Kobashi.
So, in a thought-provoking way, Louis Dango said, I wish for consistency amongst wrestling fans. July 2021, speech marks. I cannot believe WWE fired Bray Wyatt. What an insane talent and creative genius he is. February 2023. Bray Wyatt is awful and every segment and storyline he's in sucks. I wonder what changed between those dates.
We saw everything he's done since, Louis.
And then someone put, it might not have been the same fans saying this. And then he put, it definitely isn't from all of the same people. You're 100% right. I'm like, why are you making this up?
I know we're being very hypocritical here, because that's exactly what we're doing.
I'm just helping him. He's just pretending to have these opinions for engagement, and I understand.
Look, you talk about NXT UK's very own, Louis. All right, just watch what...
NXT UK?
Yeah, watch what...
he was in the performance center.
Toes you're stepping on. But like I said, even though I'm being very hypocritical, even though I've just said the exact same thing, but you can't care about what every single person thinks about the thing you like. I like Bray Wyatt. Oh, hang on, I've checked on Twitter. Everyone hates him. I don't like Bray Wyatt, I guess. That shouldn't be the case.
But on
just
that,
go, shut up, my opinion's better.
On that take there, the perception was that Vince was only allowing through certain ideas, and the Fiend and all that universe could have been something more. The end of the sort of feud with Randy Orton should have been very different rather than Bray just vanishing and then pen dripping down Alexa Bliss's face. It felt like it could have been more if Bray was given more control. And now we've seen the proof in the pudding, Louis. We've seen what's happening. This is what's happening.
It's too
and
abstract.
It's awful.
It's too abstract. It's too much freedom. There's no bedtime. There's no vegetables. He's just doing what he wants.
LSD. A diet of LSD.
It's just Lord of the Flies, isn't it? Anyway, moving on from Bray Wyatt. Karrion Kross beats Rey... Oh, God, really? You know what? Let's go back to Bray Wyatt. Yeah, Double K himself beats Rey Mysterio after the
it's a big win for him.
Dom tries to provoke Rey into a fight, but Rey resists because he's a good father. Yes, it took Dom and Karrion Kross's lass to get a
Karrion
victory.
Kross
Yeah.
is that's scarlet. How dare you?
But it's black and white, so you can't tell she's red.
Ah,
Like a
yeah.
Any
newspaper.
thoughts here?
No.
Early stages again, Ray was proving he was much quicker than Karrion Kross, which was the first point of it,
You're
issue he
slow.
had. Yeah, you're old and slow. But then there was a moment where Ray was running across the ring and Karrion Kross sidestepped him and pushed him and made him do that wee under the bottom rope thing he does. So he proved he is quicker.
You're reading a lot. This is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aye.
Glasses.
It's amazing, aye. I used to, it doesn't matter. But it was Dom's involvement who had to get involved to prove that Karrion Kross is better than Ray. So we learned that Ray is still better than Karrion, really. So we'll have to do this all again.
So who's Ray feuding with? Karrion or Dom? Or both?
Both.
No, he's feuding with Dom. Karrion's just a satellite thing to get it
No, I
done.
think he's feuding with Karrion,
I
but
think he's
Dom's like
feuding
a
with Karrion.
fly,
Because Dom's on Raw.
and Ray's the poo.
Yeah. They're that
Won't leave
NASCAR.
alone.
They're
I love
that
your analogies.
NASCAR, they're that NASCAR race as well.
Oh, yeah.
Which Ray also won. Ray wins everything. Not this match. Yes.
Jimmy Uso.
I'd say Dom was provoking them, wasn't he, after the final bell?
Oh, yeah, it was in his face. He's in his mask.
Needs to take that bar to the woodshed. Whip him like a government mule.
He's got Ray for that. Jimmy Uso heads the ring to address Jay Uso, but he gets Sami Zayn instead.
Oh, still over.
Sami tells Jimmy how much it hurt when Jimmy attacked him at the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Jimmy said he had no choice because Sami attacked his family. But Sami says that the family doesn't test your loyalty or manipulate you every week.
Yeah, real family doesn't do that.
Yeah. Jay appears in the crowd and Sami pauses, allowing Jimmy to attack him. Sami takes out Jimmy with the Helluva kick, escapes in the crowd as Solo heads down the ring.
And then he gets out of the crowd. He gets into the crowd as Jay's at they kind of crossed paths, sort of. But there wasn't too much. What's going to happen?
Like ships in the night.
Yeah.
Still so many questions, but everything made sense from Jimmy's point of view of Sami kind of stepping on the Usos by twatting Roman in the back with a chair. Yep. Everything made sense from Sami's point of view of the family angle and that not happening in normal families and stuff. And then Jay just stood there, so we don't know.
Yeah. We'll have to watch next week and find out.
It does still feel like we're heading towards Owens and Zayn versus the Usos.
Yeah, but it's not immediately obvious.
Yes.
So it's like we have to tune in
How
next
are we
week
going to get there?
to get a bit of advancement in the story.
Yes.
I mean, Sami doesn't come out and going bollocks, 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 and it's going, wow, I need to decipher that by going to a YouTube video. Just saying, Bray. Also, Michael Cole made a hint of going, wow, we sold out Money in the Bank and SmackDown instantly. Yeah, we know. Why are you coming to a small ass arena like the O2?
Oh, man.
Ah, yeah.
They went to a big arena in Cardiff, which sold out.
Yeah. There was Well, there was the way the arena was set up, behind the hard cam, the whole side was cordoned off. But I think that was by design.
They sold a lot of seats. They could have done it. They should have done a stadium again, but instead, there's too much demand for tickets.
Yeah,
I was seeing people saying they were paying £980 for a combo ticket, like a ticket to the SmackDown on the Friday. And I assume the pay-per-view's on the Saturday or the Sunday, whatever day it's on. So you get a ticket for
Saturday, yeah.
ticket for both events was like 900 and whatever pound, which is outrageous.
Yeah. It's almost as if there's some sort of scam going on with Ticketmaster and their second party. Anyway, moving on. And also a little shout from Black Mega Man from Twitch saying, here's a joke you could have used in the podcast. Now I guess why Tom named his cat Pablo of all things. The kayfabe joke that Tom is hugely into drugs. Running wild on Twitch. Caused by us saying it many times.
Oh, Escobar. Oh.
The cocaine dealing cat. That's right. Next week's Hall of Fame sword out.
You know the meme of him in the Netflix series where he's like, it's me waiting for whatever, and he's like looking bored by the pool, bored in the garden. Yeah. Just imagine a cat just doing all those things. It's quite good.
Waiting for Tom to show up with my money. AEW backstage assault. Pretty sure I've had that before, but hey.
That's why I call it that, because
that's
there's a lot of backstage assaults.
The Young Bucks beat Aussie Open, who never win wrestling matches. It's true, isn't it? Afterwards, the lights go down and the House of Black appear again.
They've done this before. And they've done it again. And they'll do it again on Dynamite.
Yeah. I was very happy seeing Aussie Open reappear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mark Davis was outstanding.
Oh, he's a good wrestler.
It's 2 suplexes and then the one suplex straight after.
Yep.
Oh,
he said, I saw him say on Twitter or Instagram, can't remember. He said that my mum still asks if I've won every match, and when I tell her no, she's still upset.
Will he ever win a match in AEW again? Or has he ever won one before? I don't know.
I have to go back and check. I don't think so. I think about 3 or 4. But this was one they were not beaten because it's the Young Bucks.
But they're bigger than the Young Bucks.
They should flatten the Young Bucks.
Yeah, they should.
They're better than the Young
There was too many spots for me. And this is a weird take for a Young Bucks match, I know, but there was way too many It was like
I get what you mean.
Dom and Rhea in the bed.
the woodshed. I know what you're saying. I was more interested in seeing the Aussie Open spots than Young Bucks. And I'm all right. I could do without ever seeing the Young Bucks. I'm going to put your tag partner on you, then kick you. Oh, Tombstone.
Commentary loved that. It was like they'd never seen
Why?
it before. They were like, whoa, hang on.
Every bloody match they do it.
It's just a shame, I guess, that they're part-timers. I guess that's why they always lose.
Maybe, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
But wow, look, what's that over the hill? It's a story involving the Elite, a plot, a feud. Oh, amazing. Well done, House of Black. Hope you kick their heads in.
They won't win.
They won't win.
They will.
Do you think they'll win?
I believe.
I hope so.
They stole the
I hope
belts.
they win,
They
but-
gave the belts back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Julia will see them to victory. That's going to happen.
Yeah, but then backstage, the Best Friends get beaten down by The Firm out of the Tag Team Battle Royal next week. Later, the Acclaimed are beaten down by Jeff Jarrett and Pals, as they apparently have some sort of cohesiveness here. Saying,
Yeah,
if we
last
take all the
week-
other tag teams, that match at Rev's going to be amazing.
It's like the final mission of GTA 5,
Oh,
where all 3 protagonists say, let's take care of each other's problems. And they all go and kill the other.
That turn
what a
of,
nerd reference.
Yeah, that little
That
indie
turn-
game, Grand Theft Auto.
that turn of phrase there, though, was fantastic from you. That match at Revs made me think of wonderful things. Never thought of Revolution being called Revs, even though Revs is called Revolution.
Revs.
Aye.
Vodka Revs.
Vodka Revs. Pub quiz Revs. Aye. Lovely.
Good times. Like AEW. Tony Storm beats Willow Nightingale. Nice action from Saraya. They go to spray
Saraya.
paint. Saraya.
A ray of sunshine.
No, she ain't. They go to spray paint her afterwards, but Ruby Soho, Jimmy Hayter, and Britt Baker make the save. Ruby again signals that she wants Hayter's belt. But we're not quite sure where she's going yet,
No.
apart from Revs. Obviously.
Destination unknown. Exactly. Yeah. It's a nice ding-dong battle I've written down there. That's all I can say, because all the moves
Willow's
were done nice. Yeah. But I don't think the spray paint gimmick is getting over Brother Brothers.
They never do it.
Aye.
They've done it once.
But when they whap out the old cans and start shaking them about, there's no reaction. That was a weird thing to say about that. The spray paint cans.
Brock hears the tenants being brought out and goes, oh, get in. I'll see you in
For
the
a
park.
wrestling crowd, you'd expect there to be some reaction.
But if I was Ruby Soho, just let the others keep battering each other, which he doesn't do on Dynamite, but that's besides the point. Aye.
Then Lance Archer wins a squash match against Bryce Saturn. And this comes a week after Lance complained on Twitter that I haven't been seen on AEW for weeks. Maybe months. Yeah.
November the 18th, a loss to Ricky.
Wow. Oh, God, right.
A loss to Ricky Starks on Rampage was his last AEW
That's
match.
right, yeah. And the story was Ricky was hurt in that match, but then Lance wasn't seen in months.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It's weird that if you tweet, you might get a match. You just tweeted and now, yeah.
You should do
Andrade's
that.
like, damn it.
Leave Cobra Kai alone and go bother Tony Khan.
I don't want a match. I'm not a wrestler. That's why I took that seriously there, sorry. No!
No, Matthew, that'll be bad.
Yeah.
He looks like Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 25, though, now, did he?
Bryce.
No, Lance.
Oh!
His white gear from the...
I guess so, yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Heavenly,
I
holy.
can't wait
wishes.
for Sean to come back to wrestle again.
Oh, no. On that later on. In the main event, Sammy Guevara beats Action Andretti after interference from Daniel Garcia.
We learned that Action Andretti only started wrestling in November of 2019.
Wow, he's really good.
Crazy.
He is, yeah.
Wow.
The backdrop DDT thingy that Sammy did. I don't know what you call it, but it was unreal. Unreal, as Markhams might say. He had him in a backdrop position, and then like,
Yes.
Oh, right. He made that noise as he did it.
I've told this to Ross, I've told it to Andrew, and I've told it to Fraser, and all 3 of them reacted the same way. Do you think at Revolution that Action Andretti is going to screw Ricky Starks and join the JAS?
Oh, yes.
Oh, they
Oh,
reacted
it's a different
differently. Yeah,
reaction.
it's like a different reaction. They all went, it was a really deflated, like, yeah.
They've been really doing all the JS are banned from ringside, and there's no one else that Ricky's associated with right now.
I was quite excited at first. I was like, we're going to get a debut, new heel. But now I think...
A new wrestler debuting in AEW.
Although
Jack, are you mad?
On Dynamite,
That
though,
doesn't sound like AEW.
Sammy Guevara did swanton him through a ladder, so they're not on the same page yet, at least.
yeah.
Maybe it won't happen.
Maybe Sammy doesn't know.
Yeah.
Sammy doesn't know. Sammy doesn't know.
That would feed into the old relationship he had with Jericho a little while ago.
Did Garcia do anything?
Garcia was there at the finish of the match, yeah.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see.
Could go either way. It's like the bloodline.
It's exactly like the bloodline.
Can we just say, by the way, Keith Lee had a little promo package before this.
He did.
And he was dressed like Mordecai.
Oh, he was.
He had this bloody
The white
big...
hair with the white top. Oh, bless
It
him.
looked fantastic.
Mordecai.
He looked positively holy.
What did Dustin and Keith call themselves?
The naturally limitless or limitlessly natural?
Naturally limitless.
No, it's good.
What?
It's good.
Keith
that
Lee's
sounded forced
limitless.
to me.
He's the natural.
I worry that Keith...
They call him the natural.
Is it Keith Lee who comes up with crap names? Because I didn't like Swerve in Our Glory either.
Very WWE-ish.
Just mashed together, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
Indubitably.
Jerry Show.
Dust Lee Rhodes.
Jerry Show worked. They made it work
Yeah.
in the end, yeah. Anyway.
And Jericho owns a trademark for it. So
Oh.
Monday Night Raw, Tricia
Oh my God, Big Show,
Portland.
they can bring them back.
Yeah.
That's who's
Apart from
going
the fact that Big Show can't wrestle anymore.
No, that's who's going to screw Ricky Starks.
Oh, Big Show.
Jerry Show, yeah, the return.
Oh, God, what if that happens?
Jerry White.
Yeah, oh no. Oh, God. Oh, God. Jared Paul.
Monday Night Raw, Tricia Portland. I love that name. Jimmy Uso and Solo open the show, telling us that the bloodline is fine. Blood flying.
Oh.
The Street Profits come out and mock them, bringing up the stats in the new 2K game.
Aye.
Shocking that.
Aye.
They into a tag match with the Bloodline, win. And I thought, wow, it's not the proper, Bloodline tag team. It's going to be just the Usos that obviously win anything. Maybe Uso and Solo won't get... They won. They continue to attack the Street Profits down afterwards, but Kevin Owens makes a save in his little hoodie, looking just like Sami Zayn.
Oh, they're really in love, aren't they?
Yeah.
To be fair, though, Solo and Jimmy are still the Usos, because the Usos is Samoan for the brothers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yep.
So there you go. That's how they're going to win the tag team titles at WrestleMania, or retain at WrestleMania. Jay won't be there, but another Uso will step in. Who got married, by the way?
I was going to say congrats to Solo, who got married, yeah.
You look happy for the first time.
Yeah, it was
Not for the
weird
first
seeing
So
him.
he's not... He's duo then.
Weird seeing him smile.
Trio, I think they've got a kid.
Wow. There's 3 of them.
It was nice to see Elimination Chamber references and highlights for Tez, because they didn't do any really last week, did they? But they had like little picture-in-picture things going on.
Yeah, I think that'll simmer in the background if they haven't got anything for Mania. I think it was a bit too...
And
late.
because Dawkins ate the L once again.
Yeah.
I reckon they could be
So
doing it.
excited for Tez to be the star. And I feel bad for Dawkins as well, yeah.
Dawkins will get a role somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, that made me sound like he'll get a role somewhere else. He'll do well on his own.
Catering,
He's good. He's good.
He's good. He's improved massively. He is good.
Brock Lesnar arrives before MVP for the VIP lounge. That's nice of him. That model employee, Brock Lesnar, getting there early. Like to see it. MVP arrives and is wary of getting in the ring with Brock, but Lesnar says he's here on business and wants MVP to sell him the match with Omos. MVP says that Brock can suplex any man he wants, but not a giant like Omos. They agree to the match, and MVP offers a toast with champagne. Brock drinks white lightning instead. And pressures MVP into having a drink, which MVP accidentally spits over Lesnar and gets an F5 in return. Apart from it being not very believable to me that MVP would be like, oh, sacre bleu, and Monsieur, what is this that you've given me, and spin it all everywhere like a comedy waiter. I like this.
Yeah, it's fine.
Crowd loves Brock, even if he's been a killer or just a jokey big cowboy lad.
I'm curiously sort of looking forward to Lesnar versus Omos. No? All right, then. That's all
Not
right.
necessarily looking forward to, but as a 5-minute Brock match with everyone going, wow, he's going to
Yeah.
F5 him, I'm fine with that.
I think part of the joy of modern Manias is the weird matches, like
Yeah.
Knoxville and Sammy. I'm not saying it's going to be as good as that was.
Oh, imagine if there's an even bigger mousetrap. Literally the size of the ramp just to pin almost down.
Almost kicks out the F5 and goes, now what, Brock is, don't worry.
If he
Almost
doesn't,
goes, no, how did you know? My one weakness.
if he
A
doesn't,
giant mousetrap.
if he doesn't F5 Omos, then what's been the point? He's got to F5 Omos.
Yeah.
Imagine that. We're going to see it. Are you not excited for that?
I'm excited to see the bump. Will Omos land on his knees? Will he do a cane?
Oh, I think
That's the big issue. That's
think
the
it'll
burning
more-
They
question.
could get the Brock clock on one of them afterwards.
if he beats him with the Brock lock, that'll be disappointing. It's got to be the F5.
Or he'll get that big dozer that he had.
Oh, yes.
We'll just tip Omos over, not the ring. I like the segment though because it was literally what we were asking as fans. I think he was like, hype the fight to me.
Also,
do it.
yeah.
And MVP did his best.
That's true. Also, MVP confirmed that he's not with Lashley. Really, he said like, "Oh, you struggled against Lashley. He wasn't even under my influence again."
That was interesting because I was thinking like, is this Brock's going to just shoot and be like, all right, so what's happening with you in the Hurt Business? And he just gets all the answers. He goes, all right, I'll wrestle Omos. What's happening with Uncle Howdy?
Maybe that's how Omos beats him. Just Cedric and Shelton and, well, maybe not Bobby, but the other two might come down and help Omos win.
You think Omos will win?
Imagine if he does.
No. One and done, please. Oh, no, I don't want to feud with these lads. No.
Nasty.
It's not nasty. It's rubbish.
We've got WrestleMania Backlash this year, haven't we?
I'll get Backlash watching this. Becky Lynch and Lita talk up their chances to win the tag titles tonight before Cody Rhodes beats Chad Gable in a singles match.
I had to mash these together.
This was nice.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Because when the story came out, was it this week? It came out saying that Cody admitted that he wanted AEW to sign Gable, and he promised him to give him a good show in here as well. It was just an amazing match. It was also tinged with sadness though, because Gable once again proved he's better than most at making someone's offense look good.
Yeah,
which is why he's losing every week.
He's great like that.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you what, I've changed my opinion recently on this whole like, oh, he's too good to be popular himself because he makes everyone else. He's too much of an asset making everyone else look good. But I've realized someone else who's really good at making everyone else look good in the ring is MJF. Some of the bumps he takes look spectacular, and yet he's the guy. Make Chad Gable the guy. That's what I think.
He is the guy to us.
Yeah.
I have to remember this was the end of year culties. Let's put him give
Oh,
the Chad
right,
Gable
so
award for
far
being
away.
Chad Gable.
I can't even begin to imagine how far away the Culdies are. Are we doing the half-year ones again?
Yeah.
Oh, you loved that. It was a bit more loose and silly, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Fuming about the half-year ones.
Obviously the most distinguished wrestling voting.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just saying.
NXT,
Yeah.
half promotion of the half year.
No, half promotion of the year.
That's more accurate.
If you consider it half a promotion, it's definitely very good.
I tell you what, he did a cliffhanger DDT moonsault combo here to Chad, and it was astonishing.
does
I've
sound
never
good.
seen a cliffhanger DDT before, and now someone in the comments will be saying, "Well, Jun Akiyama loves one of them." Something like that, probably. Otis was distracted again by nothing. That was a weird part of the match. Otis is looking off into the crowd. You think Maxine Dupree is over there. We don't see anybody. Cody's like, yeah, she's over there. And Otis is like, what are you doing here? And Cody chucks Otis over the barricade. That was a strange moment in this match.
I was confused. Did the camera not show us what we're meant to see? Or
Nah,
was it
we just looked at Cody and Otis the entire
I thought
time.
not supposed to show like he's instead of thinking about the match, his head's in the game. He's thinking about I could wear that outfit.
What's he seeing over there? It's Stardom, not the promotion.
No, I can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do
If
Stardom.
I'd look good enough, Stardom's going to be in my DMs.
Yeah.
He was like, I need you now. He's like, huh, what?
And I reckon
Got those Stardom logos flying around his head.
Roman Reigns, I reckon he had a shiver down his spine watching Chad sell the old crossroads at the end because he decapitated himself. And Roman, you would presume, would have to also come close to doing that in the main event at WrestleMania, losing the titles.
Roman's not losing. No, he is. He is. No, he is. He is. Well,
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
What?
Right now, I'm going to say what Jack said, which is... But what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Chad took the lovely reverse suplex off the top.
Yes.
A la the great Ziggler Del Rio match. I put my Desert Island Graps all those years ago with Tom.
The Del Rio match.
I love the Del Rio Ziggler double turn.
Did you?
Oh, one of my favourite matches. About 10 years ago now. Oh, Jesus.
Wow. Did you like that?
Yeah, because Del Rio was getting cheered. He was very forced, like, yeah, I'm a good guy now type thing. And he beat up Dolph after he recovered from a legit concussion. People booing him. And he's just like, what?
Yeah.
I never told you to cheer me. You just decided to do it. Anyway,
yeah.
I thought I'd bring him up. Baron Corbin's interview. Oh, I know, because MJF also is a big fan of Del Rio. After someone
God.
comes in, he goes, wow, you're like him. He goes, yeah, except I'm not.
Yeah.
This. Baron Corbin's interviewed backstage, but Saxon absolutely pies him off to interview Kevin Owens instead. My new favourite bit on Raw.
Loser Baron Corbin. He's back. Yeah.
What's the payoff going to be, though? What's the straw that'll break the Corbin's back?
I don't know. He needs to... No, JBL doesn't wrestle anymore. If he beats JBL, that's a big happy ending.
But he's gone.
Yeah, he can't.
Take down one of JBL's businesses.
Or can he wrestle Farouk, perhaps?
Nah.
No. Even less likely than JBL.
Ah.
He's done.
I
He's
don't
going to
know.
wrestle an interviewer.
Wrestle Saxton.
Yeah.
Oh.
Saxton will batter him.
Anyway, Owen says he won't stop until he gets what he wants. He wants the bloodline to fall.
He says he didn't need any help, but he clearly bloody does. There's only one man against 4. Maths. That's
No,
analysis.
it is good. It's true.
Yeah.
I think the main point of this was Saxton pieing off Corbin.
Yeah. Montez Ford and Bianca Belair do a Hollywood vignette, a parody of Akira Kurosawa's Titanic. Well, I like that. Thank you, Jack. What film?
Did you enjoy it more than the Batman one?
No, not really, because I was like, wow, they're really up to date and current with this Joker parody. That's only a few years old. What are they going to do next week? Titanic.
Do you want them to do current films? Surely.
I was
classic.
the Rhea very rarely got their finger on the pulse. So to see them making fun of Joker, even if it was a bit like, well, whatever, it was like, wow, well done, lads. Titanic is what they're doing.
Yeah,
so
but
next week will be Gone with the Wind.
Every modern film's just Avengers this.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man
Sort of
that.
sequels
innit?
and
Yeah.
Star Wars and superheroes.
Yeah.
Aye, I don't want
I
that.
don't know either.
Bollocks to your Marvels
Yeah.
and your DCs.
every week it felt like last year. Fraser was like, "Oh yeah, we're going to the cinema to watch."
Oh, yeah. Last year was when I tapped out.
Oh man! And then I was like, "How was this one?" He's like, "It was really good." I'm like, "Was it good though?" Sorry, I'm getting angry. I can feel myself getting
No, I
angry.
remember this because I was like, hey, we can be up to date and cool with the kids. You guys will watch this. And you're like, no. I'm like, oh, all right, sorry.
To be fair, though, Titanic is back in the cinemas at the moment.
Is it?
Aye.
Never leaves.
Aye. Did it? Oh. I thought
Sorry,
it was just
it
a
does-
modern,
it does come in and go.
a modern thing.
Until it hits an iceberg, obviously. But yeah, it has been re-released.
Oh,
Promise to go.
is this
I
because it's
forgot
James
it
Cameron?
was
in it?
re-released. You know what? That does make it more current. I stand corrected.
Oh,
My apologies.
But they're
WWE.
also
You
doing-
are really up to if it's in the cinemas.
but
then
there were
yeah.
also rumors they were doing like the 40-year-old virgin though. That's not current. No, it's apparently.
There's no way.
We'll wait and see. I
Virgin.
really hope they do. They are.
What?
There was rumors. Yeah, there was rumors.
That's
they are.
the Joker, Titanic, the 4-year-old
Yeah,
virgin.
all
Is that getting a
classics.
re-release?
No, it's just apparently the Brawling Brutes are doing it, which makes
Hey,
no
Ross, we
sense.
go to the IMAX and watch that.
And Goodfellas, yeah.
Wait then, the Brawling Brute of the 4-year-old virgin?
Yeah, I can only assume it's the chest waxing scene.
Holland's the one who's got his chest.
How do you know this?
Ah.
Have you seen this?
I reckon Ridge is your
Joel's
brother.
telling us all this, by the way. You can't hear it on the podcast.
The last pay-per-view they showed like a snippet of them all.
Ah.
The one before.
Of all the films.
All classics.
Why Ridge, though?
Surely Drew, who's got the hairiest chest.
Yeah.
Maybe that's going to be the joke. He's like, shouldn't you be getting yours? Like, no, you get it.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway.
I'm the virgin.
That's it. This is a man's virgin. Doesn't make any sense, that, does it? The Judgment Day cut a promo on their rivals backstage. Ray, Charlotte, and Edge.
Yeah, they were just all...
Priest was also there.
Priest has no rivals.
Hi.
Yeah.
Priest here. Meanwhile, the MMMMMM want to be in Otis's corner for his match tonight, so he goes off to ask Adam Pearce.
This is Ortiz now. Not to be
Oh, that's
confused
right,
with
yes.
Ortiz from Proud and Powerful and AEW.
Miss Proud and Powerful.
Oh, they were good, weren't they?
Yeah.
There were neither of them that week. Anyway,
If I
this
couldn't
week.
be proud, then I wouldn't be powerful.
But Ortiz is proud and powerful, or he will be once Dupree gets her nails into him.
I don't know if he will.
So was Massey, by the way. I liked how weird this segment was. 'Cause
Oh,
he was
yeah?
just, for some reason, he had his foot like head height on the wall, like a power pose.
Yeah.
Very good indeed. I liked Mansoir's little blue soul patch as well.
Yep.
Shades of Michael Cole there. And just, Maxine was just, she seems like have honest intentions with this storyline. It's the other two I don't trust.
Okay.
Because she's on about the raw natural talent of Ortiz.
Yeah, she really does see something in him. Whereas the other two are not as happy about it. Is he going to go back to Chad and they're going to batter MMM? Is that going to be the happy ending? I hope so.
Maybe.
Nice.
The A, he's going to take out on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it is, as the weeks go on, it's more just a case of Otis fancying Maxine, like he did with Mandy back in the day. It was shades of that on Raw, especially. He was just infatuated by it, wasn't he?
But Otis is really funny when he fancies someone.
Yeah.
He is good. He is good at what he does.
The quickest way to a man's heart is via his dick.
Oh.
Asuka beats
Matthew
Carmella.
Gregg, 2020.
And calls out Bagger afterwards. They have a stare down, but Carmella shoves them into each other and says she's the best.
No, you're not, Carmella. Why are you in this feud? No, the match has already been set.
No.
And I was impressed. I thought Carmella was really good in the chamber and did her role really well. But now that should have been it. Why is she still feuding with Asuka? Get out of the feud.
There's weeks until WrestleMania.
Oh, there is.
There's only 4.
As Cody said, there's 33,
4 weeks.
33 days.
No one counts
Raw.
it like that. It's weird.
Cody does. It's quite apropos.
Every day on the calendar.
It's quite apropos of him to count it like
Oh,
that.
he loves that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Apropos.
Why didn't you just
He
say
calls days co-days. Instead of doing a tick, he does the little tattoo on his calendar.
the Gregorians have more than one? No.
Nice.
No.
The Gregorians. We're more up to date than WWE in their film references.
I tell you, it was a really competitive match, though.
Yes.
It
Which
certainly
has been
was.
a theme
Oh, yeah, back to wrestling.
Since Asuka's paid her face and she's had singles matches on Raw, she had a really competitive one with Nikki Cross recently, which you wouldn't expect, and now she's had a competitive one with Carmella, which you wouldn't expect.
It's not made her better. It's just made her. It's not made her stronger. It's made her better at submissions. That's what the face paint does. Now she's Zack Sabre Jr.
Armbar.
Yes.
She loves them. She says it just like that as well.
Yeah.
The story is that we've got now for the next 33 co-days is that Bianca wants to fight Carmella because Carmella battered Bianca's WrestleMania opponent, which makes little to no sense, really, unless you're a noble babyface, which I am not. Are you?
I'm not, but you are with your glasses on.
Oh, thank you. Stunning. Like a sprouting peacock.
There we go. Yes. Getting there. Nikki Cross accompanies Candice LeRae for her match against Piper Niven, but nobody's really sure why. Cross ends up distracting Niven enough that Candice wins with a roll-up. Yeah.
Weird.
She did accompany her for the match, but there was no accompaniment of crowd for
Oh,
this.
that's a nasty thing to say.
They died. It was just very, very, very quiet.
I
Sadly.
thought Niven was going to get a bit of a push. Remember? She looked good in the Rumble.
Yep.
Yeah, but this is the time, we're supposed to be making the people who are going to be having a big match in WrestleMania look good, so I'll forgive them.
To be fair, we were saying like her and Bronson are the two that look like they've been earmarked for like after WrestleMania feuds potentially. So I thought she looked noticeably angrier, which made me think, is she now a bit of a heel? I don't know.
Who's that?
Piper.
Piper, not the Poison Pixie.
Not the Poison Pixie, no. That's a friendly Poison Pixie.
That's right,
With a friendly stalker. Because she's got no friends. She's just resorting to stalking now.
But have I mentioned it after the Gargano, the interview?
You certainly have.
Oh,
Backstage,
man
Johnny
alive.
Gargano, who sadly didn't get much of a pop either, I think it was just Montreal that loves him, is interviewed ahead of his match of OTs and says she's proud of Candice for beating Piper.
Oh, he's
the
proud.
Judgment
Sorry,
Day
he's
arrive
proud.
and says that if OTs doesn't take care of Johnny tonight, they will next week.
It was really funny though,
It was
because
a weird little... Go on.
Ortiz said he wanted hot action, which means he wanted a wrestling match with Johnny Gargano.
And Gargano was sort of like... interesting. He wasn't against it.
Then he brought out the G word, didn't he? To Damian Priest and the lads and the
What's
lasses
that?
saying goth. People who have adults going through a goth phase who can't fight their battles one-on-one. And then I think it was Finn or Priest who was like, "You're a big corny man." Something like that.
Pretty much.
And they started speaking about pancakes and stuff, and Gargano was like, yeah. That sounds delicious. See you next week.
I'm worried. I'm getting slight...
People are just talking to each other like, yeah, that's right, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to eat your pancakes. It's like, no idea what you're talking about, but you're so mad.
Slight Wesley vibes from Gargano in a minute, and I'm worried about it. Gargano's the best when he's valiant and scrappy, not cheeky and sexual.
Just have sex your pancakes next week. That's right.
Just loves thick pancakes, doesn't he?
Watch Ghostbusters again.
It was just the end of the segment where the cool goths were like, what a little weirdo you are.
There's no way in real life Finn Balor would choose to be a goth. He's not down Rise. He's in, I don't know,
Top.
Palace VIP.
He's going wherever he wants to go.
Yeah.
He takes his shirt off, he's wearing his Toms and his cargo pants.
Hey, sorry, no, abs, come in.
Do you remember Toms? I reckon you had a pair of Toms, did you? Back in the day?
Are they like deck shoes?
They're like the Espadrille-esque, like, fabric shoe.
I don't recall them.
They'd be often in blue.
No.
Joel, would you mind getting a
Yeah,
picture
can
of
you
a
show us a
Tom?
picture?
Not Hambo, but the other one. That's an office. Hambo. The Tom's shoes. There you go, like an Espadrille.
You can tell the Tom shoes because there's white dust all over them.
No.
Stop it, Maffew. You
He's been
naughty
doing
boy.
painting. What are you guys talking about?
Pick your anyone from the... there you go. One of the big... That's a Tom.
Oh, little
That's all
pictures
she-
of
do you remember
animals. Oh,
The knob heads who would wear that sort of thing in the nightclubs.
oh, in a nightclub, right?
They'd,
That's a
they'd
slipper.
often be worn sans socks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at those ankles on the right there, on the left there.
oh, no, I can see the appeal. No, I didn't have any. I think I missed out on that.
Fair enough.
Shame.
I didn't have any
Well,
either.
Another opportunity missed, courtesy of Maffew.
Dr. Martin gave boots to the world, didn't he? So it's important. I've compared Jack Atkins to Alexi Sale before.
Yeah.
The young one, yeah.
I had to think, it's like, yeah, I can
Because
see
he's
that.
Scouse and communist. So, and Jack Atkins wasn't against the idea of it. He was like, yeah, okay, I'll be Alexi Sale. Dr. Martin's boots. Oh, the Jack Atkins and me have had an argument recently.
Oh, please tell us.
So, I was defending Newcastle United
Okay.
fans
Okay.
football club because he was annoyed about the "Tell me ma, me ma" chant. Tell me ma, me ma. I
Oh,
won't be home for tea. I'm going to Wembley. Tell me ma, me ma. Because he claims that he's never heard anyone in the Northeast say ma. He says that's a Scouse word and Northeasterners don't say it. I was getting Scouse-splained to.
Oh.
No, the people Northeasterners do say ma. What? Why is no one defending me in this? I'm alone against Atkins.
In Bish, we always say mum. Then come to Newcastle, I say mam with an
Yeah,
A in the
yeah,
middle.
Mam
But
is,
ma,
Mam is the predominant one, but
I've
ma,
not done that.
Yeah, that's me ma's who's
what do you do, Ross?
Mother, mom. Depends what I want.
Yeah, but never just ma.
If I want a cheese toast, you go
Ma
over,
is
like, Mom,
I can't believe this.
can I have a cheese
I have
toast?
to say it that way, I shouldn't do it.
Otherwise,
Right.
she just says, "Get out, Ross." But then if I go, "Mom," she's like, "Ah,
Oh.
that's my baby boy."
He goes, no, make it yourself. Ross. You might have a point, but
Oh,
did you tell him, all right, go tell those
got
people
quite-
chanting that they can't do it?
It got quite heated, and then it spilled into the news chat, and then we deleted our messages. And then he sent me.
Oh,
and
that's
then
what
he-
that was
and then
about.
he
I saw
sent
you
me-
going-
And then he sent me a handshake emoji.
I love when you get really passionate over nothing. So beautiful to see.
Oh god, I was still hyped up from Tommy Fury winning.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's War Tommy,
yeah.
who's Ma is proud of him. On Miz TV. Oh, speaking of which, The Miz announces the host of this year's WrestleMania himself. Okay.
That's
It's
good.
me.
I'm happy that the Miz is the host of WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Think
it
of-
means he's not wrestling.
Think of the hijinks, and I don't mind the Miz wrestling. He's a nice man.
Yeah, man, that's the nation's sweetheart at the moment.
Have you seen him when he met the actor who played Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
That's a nice moment.
It is.
He's a hot
No, I
man.
don't hate him. God, I'm just joking, man. Jesus. Come on now, that's my kind of The Miz. All right, Jesus. Seth Rollins arrives and wants to get in touch with Logan Paul, so he asks Miz to call him. Miz refuses, so Seth super kicks him and bravely babyfacedly steals his phone. He calls Logan, and we do get a nice little bit here, I think, when I noticed by a lot of people, Logan going, look, Miz, I told you to stop ringing me.
Yeah,
Hey!
yeah.
And wants to meet him face-to-face next week. Logan accepts, and Seth hits Miz with the stomp for good measure.
Little reference to Jake's loss as well.
Ah,
Get in, Tommy.
that's right. And then Seth went, bye, bitch. Yeah. And dropped the phone like Tommy Fury dropped or whatever.
Was it just
Split
me,
decisions
though?
reworked that way.
Tommy
was it?
Fury actually got knocked down at one point. He was the one who got
But did he get up again like
Yes, he
Chumbawamba?
did, he
That's
did.
all that matters.
He did, yeah.
Didn't let it get him down.
He beat a non-boxer. Get it.
Yes.
Whoa!
Oh no, don't fall down like
Tommy Fury.
eh,
That reverse camera angle of the phone in Rollins' hand, that was definitely not live, was it? His hand
I
was
wasn't sure.
perfectly still. It's a minute thing, but I just thought it was quite funny
He
to
doesn't
watch.
feel nerves in front of a live crowd.
Ah, you would do.
Or do you mean it's just unnaturally
Yeah,
still?
what if Logan's like, so I can't remember my lines, what are we doing? Help. I thought it was like maybe a video on his phone rather to make it look like that, but I don't think it was pre-recorded.
You think Rollins and Logan will be a good match?
Oh, they're going to tear it down. Oh, it's going to be good.
Fair enough then.
They're
That
gonna
was
be
a more
astonishing.
emphatic answer than I thought it was going to be.
It's Logan Paul.
love that-
Generational talent.
Right. I love it took all of like 5 seconds to get Logan Paul to go like, wow, he's really good and underrated. He could beat against Roman. Oh, he's a dick. I hate him. I hope Seth beats him. There was barely anything that went into that.
That was the whole bloody the thing he did, didn't he? I don't know what the words, Maffew. Words.
When they did Spot Royal Rumble with Ricochet.
But then the coffee. What's he called? CoffeeZilla or something? That whole
Oh
thing.
yeah, he's been doing a bit of crypto,
the stuff.
alleged crypto scamming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alleged crypto scamming and pig not
Oh, the
feeding.
pig wasn't his fault. The pig
Yeah, him
had
and
already,
Snitsky.
the pig had already changed hands before it was abandoned. It wasn't Logan Paul who abandoned the pig.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. For that reason, I won't hate him then.
Logan Paul used to have a pet pig.
I thought you were talking like a
And then
double meaning.
no, it's not like a crypto thing.
No, it's like when we say, Tom's on drugs.
There was,
It's like it was actual
he
pig.
had a pet pig, and then I think he moved. I think he was living in like Puerto Rico or Costa Rica, somewhere, not mainland America, basically. And because he was leaving the country, he had to get someone else to own the pig. So he sold the pig, and then the pig was found like abandoned and stuff.
Oh,
But it wasn't actually
he sold
Logan.
the pig first.
He did, yeah, he did. Yeah.
Fair enough then.
Because I was really like, it made me sad that I was like, what a heartless man. But it wasn't him.
That's
Poor
okay.
pig, man.
So Seth's going to beat the NFTs right out of him from WrestleMania. Fantastic. Austin Theory is sick of everyone talking about John Cena instead of him. Literally no one is.
Yeah.
He says he also has hustle, loyalty, and respect. And next week is going to show Cena the respect he deserves. But he hopes he gets the same amount of respect back.
He's a chore to watch. Talking words.
Now, we were talking a little bit about John Cena.
That was months ago.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was, yeah.
He's on Raw next week, though, isn't he? Oh, well, that's what our theory was saying.
I'm wondering what's going to happen because I thought this is what was going to happen at Mania. Cena would come out and punk him out. But is this going to lead to an actual match then?
Could be a 2K showcase mode match at WrestleMania.
Oh,
That's what John will be there
He's on
promoting. Come and play as me.
Oh.
Theory will be like, I'll beat you.
Oh, he's not going to play
Let me
2K.
play as Kurt Angle.
Hang on, next week he's going to go, here he is. He's going to play.
Stevie Turner's the referee.
Oh, headshot. Oh, she wasn't on NXT this week. I knew there was something missing.
Yeah.
Busy streaming.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to have 2K22 next week. 23, whatever. And he's going to be selecting him. Drew Gulak's going to appear and go, hi, I'll show you. No, Drew, I don't need you. Bobby Lashley easy beats Elias before cutting a promo on Bray Wyatt. Actually, while he's doing that, the Elias 2.0 was watching backstage, making notes.
Taking notes on Bobby, wasn't he?
Get beaten up really quickly and easily by Bobby. Gotcha. Bray appears in the Tron with a new version of the Muscle Man dance, including footage of Lashley posing.
So you said this was even worse
Tells
than
Bobby
It wasn't
to
even
run.
worse, was it? It was SmackDown. That was the worst one.
At least, yeah, at the very least, this meant something was going someplace, even though it was crap.
It's now clear that he's got his sights set on Bobby Lashley because the Muscle Man dance incorporated images of Bobby Lashley, who is a muscular man.
At least it wasn't. At least it didn't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's definitely locked on Bobby Lashley, not Brock Lesnar. It's just funny how Bobby was like, I dominate Brock Lesnar and I get Bray Wyatt.
I love him.
I don't play little kid games. It was fine.
And Bray responded by showing us a little kid game.
Do you think people are getting? No, that was needless
Go on.
and inflammatory speculation.
But that's what we like about you. Pretend it's the Slack chat.
Do you
Go
reckon
on.
people are? Do you reckon people are getting sick of Bray backstage and his bollocks? Yeah.
I was going to say the crowd being.
This
I don't know
like,
much about backstage.
No, like Brock, like being like, I'm not wrestling him.
There was that interview with Rollins a little while ago anyway. He's like, every feud
It's hard.
is, because it only just benefits his character and not the person he's
Yeah.
facing.
Randy Orton
I mean-
said he wasn't too thrilled with some of the stuff involved in the feud.
I mean, he's the one who speak about it the most because the Hell in a Cell and the hammer. But he had a little hammer.
I think it's just.
Alvarez's rant
Yeah.
was so good.
Oh, and bless him. No, man in MMM's last time commentating, I think.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Was he
when
still commentating there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dio Madden, when he said something like, he tried to.
Oh, yeah.
I forget the word, but I think he tried to do the thing where you think of a word, you say, I can't say it on TV, it's too brutal. Say a different word to replace it. It doesn't really work. You might be familiar with that, Jack, from last week, with the hammer, and it just didn't fit the situation. I think it was that was it. That went nowhere, that little segment. I'm
No,
very sorry.
yeah.
But yeah.
Friend of yours, isn't he?
I
He
think
doesn't look
when
like a friend of mine.
When I say nice things about him, no, he's a massive nerd.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he doesn't look like
He
a
doesn't
friend
look
of
like a friend of Matthew's, but he is, I think.
Yeah.
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 Never judge a
I've got
book
friends
by
of all shapes and sizes. But they mostly don't look like him.
They all bleed pixels.
Yeah. They're going, I like your references, Matthew. Don't let all the 9,000 other people say otherwise.
Oh, I love chocobos. It's a thing from Final Fantasy.
Is it?
Yeah, they reference that on SmackDown.
Yeah, because it was when he went, you're
You look-
submissive and breedable. You remember
Oh,
that?
that's right, yeah.
It was weird, though.
And it went over like,
Shouldn't have said it.
what's that F1 dude? It went down like a cup of cold sick. Anyway. Backstage, Chelsea Green and Carmella bond of their mutual hatred of Bray Wyatt segment. Adam Pearce.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that
do.
was nice.
They'll
Yeah.
make a good team of Karens.
I would rather see Chelsea Green show spotlighted on her own, though. Do you think?
It does feel like we've reached the conclusion of her versus Pierce, and nothing's like come to a head yet. It's just the same segment every week.
Yep.
I guess it was nice to see her saying, "How would I know where Ottawa, Canada is?"
Yeah.
She's just from Canada.
Oh, yeah, because
and
that
it's-
whole
it
little...
says right
yeah.
there.
That's funny.
Eh.
Gargano beats Ortiz after Dexter Lumis appears. Hey, remember him? Appears to stop the from interfering or commentating.
I must have been having a bad time watching Raw this week because I've written down no pop at all for Gargano, the weird little freak.
Oh, he was having matches of the year in 2017.
Yeah, just to clarify, because Gargano, I think
26,
I'd read his Twitch, he was like, "Oh, it's Maffew, it's great. I still watch your videos, even though you hate me now." It's just I don't hate Gargano. It's not his fault. He's booked to do rubbish stuff. You're still all right. You're a small nerdy buff dude. Of course, I like you.
I think it's
but it's not your fault that the crowd are not reacting.
I think it's the folly of being as good as he is that he often gets booked in these situations where they can't not use him because he's too good. But then instead of finding something tailor-made for him, they're like, we'll just put him in there for now because he's too good not to use. That's the impression I get.
Yeah.
Triple H is clearly a big fan. Yeah.
Triple H is more of a fan of him than the crowd is right now.
Yeah.
But we still love you.
Ortiz did his best to make him look strong AF. That DDT that Johnny did, like through the ropes to the apron on the outside. Otis takes this bump on like his shoulders onto the floor. Oh,
This Rebel Heart.
wow.
Oh, I'll say that though. His new theme sucks.
I
But it's all-
preferred the woman singer. Yeah.
Yeah. That was all the analysis we have.
That was analysis.
Yeah. The main event is the tag title match between Becky and Lita and Damage Katal. Bayley tries to interfere, but is stopped by Trish Stratus. Oh, she finally made it to Raw. Fantastic. Becky and Lita win and become the new women's tag team champions. Bloody hell.
That's,
And you go, I was actually shocked, and then I went, actually, that's fine. There's nothing else going on with Damage Control.
I think it's fine. And Seth Rollins was really funny afterwards. Have you seen the dark segment?
Yeah.
No?
Oh, he celebrates with them on the ramp, and Becky jumps into his arms, and they're both just going yeah, it's the best thing ever. It's really good.
It's like Robbie Williams sing when you're winning sort of vibe.
Yeah. Seth's happier than they are. He's like, get in. It's so funny.
And that was only Damage Katal, as you like to call them, their second defense
Yeah, that's
since
another thing.
winning the titles at Crown Jewel in November.
Oh, wow.
Wait, it's a second defense.
The first defense was against Liv and Tegan on SmackDown in December, sorry. Then the one on Monday was their
Wow.
second defense.
Yeah, maybe it was fine then to take the belts off.
So Jack Tunney would have stripped the titles by now.
I think Dakota's been injured a little bit, hasn't she? That's why
Yeah,
Trish
apparently.
is she's been backstage at Raw twice, I think, and that's why it's been put on the back burner twice. But it's because I was sitting there thinking, if this was like proper Vince era still, will we be going, oh, they bring back these bloody old timers and put them over the stars of today?
You are exactly. It's both things. Yes, you're like, wait, Lita's won a title in 2023? Bloody hell, they're that desperate. But again, it is the year. Sorry, big pun. Is the period of the year when all the casuals, the filthy casuals who don't watch wrestling, start watching wrestling again because WrestleMania, and they've come to expect the oldie people. Cena might be coming back. Lita might be coming back. The Rock's not coming back. Get over it. And all these other stuff that happens. So it makes sense. But if this was an up-and-coming tag team, then sure enough, it'd be annoying. But Damage Control have done nothing.
Yeah.
They've not even defended the bloody tag titles, as you've just pointed out. So at least this is going to be building up to, presumably, a six-man match. Maffew, you hideous person, you. A six-woman match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So at least it's going someplace.
Yeah.
And then after that, if they can either win the belts back or if they don't, I don't think Damage Control need the belts to tell a story. They can have feuds without the belts needed. I think.
Oh, they'll get them back at WrestleMania Backlash.
Oh.
I don't know,
Got the X there.
I don't know why I
Oh,
did
right.
that.
The hooks that come down.
Backlash.
Yeah.
That's a DSR review in cricket. I've just done that. WrestleMania.
Oh, England didn't win. We're the best cricket team in the world, but we're not.
Yep.
We lost by one run. That's crazy, that.
Well, he shouldn't have enforced the follow-on, should he?
Should we just... Who was it upstairs who was talking about Test Match Special? I think it was Aiden. I love a bit of Test Match Special. Stick it on, long summer day, in the garden. Listen to them go Flint off, Barnes in, bowls. Not Flint off anymore, but,
Beefy Lammy.
Yeah.
NXT, Liberty taking ball bags.
That promo is one for the ages.
Yeah.
I'm now on board with the Gallus buys. They're definitely on tap now. And also Irish, apparently.
Yeah, I was going to say, bloody hell. The show begins with everyone... no, beg your pardon. I'm glad I remember this bit. We also got a lovely mention from Small Afro Gaming to let us know that he was at this event.
Oh.
Along with Deadlock Podcast for some reason. But
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was at this thing and sent us a bunch of details about being at a lovely table.
Oh my God.
Oh, right. In the shed. How'd you get in the
NXT
shed?
Apparently I said a break in with a crowbar. Oh, don't read that on the podcast. Sorry, Paul. Small Afro. So I said, what's it like? It was actually really fun. They filmed Level Up first. I forgot that show existed, which was actually a pretty fun show. But there was a production guy that was directing the crowd sometimes to start uploading to will the babyface out of a rest hold.
Huh.
And he even started certain chants like, let's go, Michael. So while they didn't tell us to cheer anyone, we were definitely encouraged by production behind the hard cam to do certain chants and claps for the babyfaces. Bron wasn't on the show, Breaker, I imagine, so I don't know if the guy would have told us to boo him, but since he was directing everything else, I'd imagine so. The crowd seemed willing to go along with whatever the production guy wanted them to do. They also do not try to keep kayfabe alive for the crowd at all, because right under the hard cam, the referees would count them down to leave or tell them to wait, which is normal, but normally they do it discreetly. These refs were so in your face about it, it took away my disbelief, however much of it I had left in the first place. Fair enough, Small Afro. It's here where I found out that wrestling's fake. Also, the music they played in the arena before the show was all 2000s emo songs. Like Mr. Brightside by The Killers and I Write Sins Not Tragedies by Panic at the Disco. Lol. I want to believe that HBK himself made these choices.
Dance he does.
Because that would be hilarious. Oh my God, I can't believe I never mentioned this, but there's a new recruit that did a promo during commercial called Sarah Bear, who told the audience how excited she is to be there. Then said, give me a beat to the audience. So everyone started slow clapping. And the most offbeat way possible started singing about how excited she is being NXT. So I guess that's something to look forward to.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Small Afro Gaming. Our man on the inside.
I can't wait.
Sarah Bear.
And Bear is in cocaine.
Sarah Bear.
Sarah Bear.
And we are looking.
We're on tenterhooks
Thank
now.
You. Small Afro Games. Go follow them on Twitter.
BAER, Sarah Bear. Former D1 athlete, basketball.
Oh,
Fitness page. Sarah Bear Fit.
She's a performance center product.
Bear. There she is. She looks a bit like Noelle Foley.
Yeah, she doesn't look like a singer. I don't know. What does a singer look like, you know?
Oh, she got a big smile there. She's grinning and bearing it. So yeah, shout out to the little known people, Deadlock Pro, apparently. No, that sounds really condescending. No, they're good lads.
Oh, I'm a huge
I think
fan.
they're friends of Maffew.
I listened to some of their podcasts on my big walk and just had to stop myself from laughing if someone else was around. Just the way they react to certain things.
Yeah.
They talk about one of Austin's last appearances where he gets battered by like Christian and someone else, and they're like, Austin gets beaten up through the crowd by Christian. They didn't care about
I haven't
Austin
seen that
towards
one.
the end.
Oh.
It was like 2000.
Must be though 3, right?
Yeah.
Wow, no memory of that. Oh, the show. NXT. The show begins with everyone fighting to answer Wesley's open challenge. Dabba Kato makes it the ramp, but he's stopped by a vengeful Apollo Crews. Nathan Fraser jumps over both and makes it to the ring for the title match. Wesley wins.
They both. Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
What a moment.
They shake hands afterwards.
What a moment that entrance was, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got a beard.
He has.
He looks way older.
He does.
I was shocked.
He appears to have aged quite dramatically
It's the beard.
It's the beard.
than the rest of the face. Bless him. Yeah.
No.
But,
No, if he wants to look younger again, he can just. I'll wipe that off. He'll be fine.
Just
what,
like
his face?
Just like he played for a Premier League football team.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants.
I could have probably made the EPO.
This was his first match since the Halloween Havoc 5-way ladder match.
Oh really?
Did he get hurt?
Maybe.
Probably. It's a long time ago, isn't it?
Sounds
Halloween.
like that's a stupid question.
Is it Shark Week on USA Network? Because Booker T spent a full 5 minutes, it felt like, discussing different sort of sharks. Comparing the brawl at the start to sharks. And then he forgot what's the name of the massive shark that begins with M?
The Hammerhead?
No,
Great White
M.
Shark?
Malcolm.
Oh, M.
Joe, there was a film about it. The Megadron. This big shark. The Meg. Is that it?
Is it Megalodon?
Megalodon. Because Booker T forgot that name. And he just kept saying, like, Megan. Matron.
Oh, is that what he was talking about? Right.
He's on about how everyone's a shark in NXT.
Like Megan.
I don't know. I'm going to just Google when...
Yeah, the
When
Meg.
is Shark Week? Oh, it's in July.
That's a shame. But the match.
Look at all these noses because I can't wait for them.
The match itself was prime black and gold, wasn't it? Like era NXT.
Megalodon's an extinct species of mackerel shark that lived approximately 23 to 3.6 million years ago.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was a shark.
It's like a dinosaur shark.
Yeah.
Massive.
Dinosaur shark. What else happened in the match, Ross?
No, I didn't write anything down.
That's
Just
absolutely
every
fun.
move
Oh, it
was
was
just
fun. Yeah, it was fun, man.
nailed perfectly. Aye.
Fun.
Both men bumping around at the speed of sound. Got places to go.
Wesley, the start while the brawl was going on, his facials were annoying.
Oh.
He was going like, oh, ow, oh.
No,
He's
wait.
stuck in a position there, isn't he? He can't just be like, all right, whatever.
I didn't mind it, especially when Fraser jumped into the ring and then he did like when Brock Lesnar went, oh, it's a big boy when Keith Lee came out. It's like he was like, nimble boy, here we go. Another one of me.
What happened to you?
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the start of it and the production wise of, all right, it's a big brawl, get in the ring. So it's like, oh, that's interesting. It's like, yeah.
It had ramifications for the rest of the show as well. Hank.
Would.
Right, certainly, yeah. I like the setup for the rest of the stuff. We get a vignette about tearing your retina. Oh, I hate when that happens. With JD, don't Google me, on the hospital bed.
Yeah, he's looking up.
I wrote hospital tray. I can't remember because they're not stretchers, are they? But they're not, whatever. So Ilya Dragunov has the highest pain threshold of anybody's ever dealt with, but he will break his will. I thought this was pretty well done, considering the usual hammy stuff he
I
gets.
thought you'd hate it because they went sort of back to him hanging. Like we sort of the vibe of him hanging upside down as a way of relaxing. Remember there was vignettes from back in the day.
But it was because again, no one looks good upside down. It's just like zooming on his face is like, wow, look how scary he is. You're like, look at him.
No, he did look a bit scary.
I'll get you. It's like, it looked rubbish, but this is like, this is the pain I was in.
If
They've done
he-
this to me and all this stuff. This surgery of the eye getting done up like that. It's like, I'm going to do the same to you next time. It's like,
Yeah, it's fine.
all right.
But the more he loses, the less seriously I take him. That's an issue.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. Oh, well, I can't help that.
Well, I'm not blaming you. Come on, Maffew.
Not from me. Just I'm secretly booking NXT. BJ is sad because things haven't been the same with Kiana since their date on VD. JB tries to cheer him
On
up.
Victory Day
That's right.
in World War II.
Says that BJ of 6 months ago would be so proud of the present day BJ. They then lose to Indus after several miscommunications. Jinder gets to the mic afterwards and challenges the Creed brothers to a 6-man tag next week.
Yes.
Cheers, Fallon.
Yeah, fans ruined everything.
Fallon's made a right mess of old JB. BJ.
JB and BJ are former NXT UK tag team champions, lest we forget. And now they're rubbish.
Yeah.
Because they can't get on the
Yeah,
same
now they're
page.
rubbish. They were great. The NXT UK tag team division.
Indus, like, I don't really care about. I started to say, I enjoyed Nice Man Sanga when he was Nice Man Sanga. And now I'm like, it's fine.
When they had personalities and characters, you know, oh, hello, how you doing?
Now they're just Jinder's.
Oh, come on, guys, you may have lost, but it's all right. And him being genuinely nice to people backstage and people misinterpreting him. I'm forced to batter you and all that. That was nice. Now it's just, that's right, we're evil.
Yeah.
They do hit their moves well.
Yeah, they
Oh,
do.
yeah, in the ring, they're fine.
Via's $1 million arm, I think Corey Graves used to call it, is a wonderful move.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a lot of money for an arm.
You can tell the bloody promos are written by old men, though, which is when JB's like, women want us to zig, but then they want us to zag. And it's just like, I've never heard anyone our age go like, yeah, that woman at home wants me to zig and zag.
Oh, my God.
Sean's like,
bloody,
we were at War of
Right.
India once, right? It's like, what are you on about?
bloody.
The evil
Do you know
Indians are
what?
here.
Do you know what I'm sick of in 2023 is just the bloody women. Oh, no, it's going to
Quick clip that. Quick clip that. Jack entering his incel stage. Midway through an NXT episode.
It was really Seinfeldy, though, wasn't it? Like, women, huh? What are they? I can't do a Jerry Seinfeld. Never mind.
That was a sign.
Yeah, it was meant to be. I thought it was all right, actually. Women, huh?
Oh my God, yeah. What about aeroplane
Wait,
food,
that's
yeah?
not Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah. Hey, what's the deal? Do I sound like the
You sound more like the nerd off Simpsons.
Oh, I thought I sounded like the teenager from The Simpsons. Hello, Mr. Simpson. Yeah,
Yeah, that episode where Homer goes, Jerry Seinfeld, what are you doing here?
But JB is going to leave this mess soon. Right? That's what we learned, I think. By the end of the night.
JB
Yes.
is going to betray him, and I'm scared. Do you think?
Imagine if he starts getting with Keanu
Well,
James.
well,
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I was too distracted by the feud or the storyline or the nuance because during the end of the show match or the entrance, Booker T just started yelling, "No bread, no water, just meat." I take it back. Booker is quickly improving by just going off on one.
Oh my god.
That's one of his catchphrases. That when he sees a big boy, he's always just like, just meat, champagne dreams and caviar, nightmares, whatever he says.
So I was seeing the storyline back to meat.
Why has he got so many catchphrases, man? There's so many things.
Because if you can't think of anything to say, just go back to your catchphrase or slogan. And
Yeah.
he's learning.
Megalodons as well.
He's like, I could have like 10 pages of notes so I can just yell. Axiom is annoyed with Hank the security guard, who is still wearing his stupid Hank the security guard wrestling outfit from last week that was supposed to humiliate him.
Yeah, why is he wearing that still?
Thank
After
you,
the
Ross.
man who broke his heart, he gave him that.
Yeah.
Drew gave him that, didn't he?
Last week, I'm not going to sing it now. For hitting him during the pre-show, no, it wasn't a pre-show, the show opening brawl.
All right,
I should say.
yeah.
He says Hank couldn't have beaten Wesley anyway because you're rubbish and the pair shove each other.
It's true. He wouldn't have beaten Wesley.
Yeah.
He just beat Dijak. What's Hank gonna do?
Hank's not mad at Axiom. Hank's mad at himself.
He's dressed like a dick, isn't he? Go back to your overall and your little jeans.
You look better in your work gear than your clothes you wear voluntarily. Nathan Fraser is about to be interviewed backstage, but there's no time for that, Baron Corbin. The Cowie girls interrupt because they found Wendy Chu on the floor of the car park. And I did think for a second it was going to be the jokey reveal. It was like, nah, I just fell asleep.
Oh. Now, first of all, Nathan Fraser's a great guy. Whoa.
Is he under
Oh no,
there?
the table. that also doubles down as a lie detector, which is set off by Jack.
Nathan Fraser's a great guy. It's fine. Because you might have noticed that when the interview got interrupted, he was like, oh yeah, go. He's a great guy.
So was Mackenzie. Like, she was like, yeah, get out there, guys.
Yeah, Mackenzie, I like the bit, I like the slight fourth wall break before this went live, where they're like, Mackenzie's like, yeah, so we'll just go over, like, obviously the match. And she's like, yeah, just standard promo stuff, yeah. I wanted to just go, get out.
What do you know about standard promos? Shut up. But they're like,
oh, no, he does. He knows good. He's good.
Wendy Chu was
like
on the
Nathan
floor
Fraser.
going, no, I've been attacked. And then Vic went, wow, well, we'll hope we get more details about what happened later on. Like, about
Stay
what?
there, stay there and listen to
Yeah,
him.
but like, what needs more explaining?
who did
I've
it?
been attacked. I didn't see who it was, but someone attacked me.
Is this
wow.
the same miscreant who took out Nikita Lyons? Huh?
Is it the feet? Oh, no, never mind. No.
For no reason, it's the feed.
I don't know. But no, I think it possibly is. We've got a serial beater downerer in the car park.
That's what they call them in the police.
Yeah.
We haven't seen scripts for a while. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He could have put a blonde wig on for the first attack.
Yes.
It would be no less ridiculous than the rest of his
Who
outfit.
was I saying? Thea Hale? I'm starting to doubt that now.
That doesn't make any sense.
was a
Oh, is the
blonde
thing going to
woman.
be? You might be right there.
No.
That she hung around Schism so much that she's getting
I think-
the mind games.
No, I think
and
the,
she's just
I
walk
think the
around like
Lions
that,
thing
and then
happened before. It's just because she was blonde. That's all I was going off. Ross thinks it's
okay.
Dana Brooke.
I changed my mind, didn't I?
Oh, you did.
I can't remember who's another blonde lady. It's not Tiffy Stratz because she was walking away.
I said to TV Strap.
Oh, this week makes me think it's not Tiffy Stratz.
Yeah.
It can't be Tiffy Stratz.
Too brazen about it. Could it be Edge?
No, he doesn't have that anymore.
Mordecai.
yeah.
No, he was on AEW. Gigi Dolan cuts a promo on JC Jane and talks about growing up with a violent mother.
Jesus.
It was a really
Oh,
serious
Jesus.
promo, man.
As well as running away from home as a teenager, she challenges JC to a match at Roadblock and says she'll hammer the final nail in the coffin of Toxic Attraction.
And I was like, oh my God, please be a buried alive match. But do you think, or a casket
match would make sense, wouldn't it? But me being a cynical individual, noticed she kept on doing the Cody Rhodes school of, well, I've done this stuff.
Have some sympathy, Maffew.
What if this is real, Maffew?
I think it probably is. Real.
It seems like
No,
too much of
wrestling's
a,
fake. Sorry, Small Afro Games, but
No.
This seems like too much of an issue to just make up.
Also,
speaking of makeup, she needed a tattoo of Jannetty on her neck to really sell it.
but it did. But even if it, and to be fair play to her, if it is real, to use it in a promo to fuel her character and also, like, it's good. But after the really generic heel promo, we then got not generic because it had specific stuff in it, but in terms of its tone, like JC comes out and goes, "It's all about me," and then Gigi comes out and goes, "I've had a hard upbringing, but I'm ready to fight with all I've got."
The tone
like,
was too off for me to take it seriously. Like,
Right.
I've been saying stuff, but I'm just like, yeah, but like your voice is the wrong note.
Maybe they'll have a good...
You're doing it.
I thought it was delivered fantastically.
Did
well.
you?
I thought it felt
I was
really
not
real.
convinced.
She went, put that cigarette out. She went, turn that theme music off. It's the last time you'll hear it. It's rubbish. I quite like Toxic Attraction's theme.
Yeah.
Do you think it was good?
I thought the promo was self. I didn't expect to turn it up with the mother talk and all that sort of stuff. And I like the rationale of her like being in Toxic Attraction, using like she said, channeling her inner demons to be the mean girl for a while. I was like, fair enough. If you had
Yeah, she went. It was fun for a while.
yeah, fun being the mean girl after the tough upbringing. I was like, yeah, fair enough. Try the other shoe on. Why not?
I'm a heel, but a heel beat me up, so me.
so she's
Sympathy.
a-
It's like,
Hey!
no. I think she'll get there in the end, but
You could tell it was real the way she was talking.
Who's going to win? Who's going to be the Michaels? This is a match to be the Michaels, not the
Shawn
Janelle.
Michaels will win this match to set up the hot feud.
I
with
put
Grayson
over
Waller.
all the young people. I think I'm cute.
I think Gigi will win.
Oh, she's got to win.
You can't mention your difficult upbringing and then not win. Unless you book a T against Triple H.
Who could they? Who could they have? If it's not real, who could they have portray the mother? Because it's NXT.
Bray Wyatt.
Sister Abigail.
Auntie Howdy.
Because you could see them taking that direction.
Oh, God, no, I hope not.
Some of the gimmicks we've had.
No, I don't.
No, I
don't-
see it as more like weird, like when they just chuck in character background, even if it's not necessarily.
Yeah.
I like
Everyone's going
Surf.
to come out next week and go, if I was your mother, I'd get rid of you too. And then it's going to be a brawl. It's not going to be, here she is.
Yeah.
Imagine if they did one of those.
If they do
promos.
that.
Wait, what if she does? And she comes out, oh, it's me, dressed as your mum. And everyone goes, you're the one who ran her over the other week and attacked Wendy Chu. And then she gets,
my
wow. That'd be very layered.
Game we've just written. The
It's
show
not
from
going to
them.
happen. It's not going to happen.
Good
Let's
promo.
move on from this bizarre story we've put that makes no sense with unrealistic characters and go to Chase U instead. With Delightful
it.
Hudson apologizing to Thea Yell for shouting at her
This
last week.
was like something from Home and Away.
She accepts his apology and says, yeah, that's very nice of you. I hope Andre will accept your apology for what you said about the uni. And Delightful says, no, I meant what I said about the...
I tell you, he wants to take over.
No.
No,
What he said was this is a uni, not a charity.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I totally meant that. That's the way he was,
No,
I totally meant
That
that.
was a nice bit there.
Then Andre's like, I'm always shocked by how southern he is. He comes out and he's like, do y'all have a problem with me? Life for hurting? He's not quite that southern.
Stop it, Jack. We'll get done for DMCAs. Andre prepares to give a lecture, but the projector is taken over by the schism.
Yes.
They've went and done a Waller.
Yes.
They talk
But they did it with magic.
Yeah, they found the projector channel. They talk about how Chase U is a failing institution and apply that Thea Yell.
He keeps it running, by the way, through the whole thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't think to turn the projector
That
off.
would have been hilarious. Oh, no. And Delightful Hudson aren't loyal to the uni deep down. Andre is furious and says that Roadblock is going to whoop Joe Gacy's ass. And the
Yes.
crowd goes, yeah.
Good promo again from Andre.
No.
Schism.
Oh, no.
I'm sure you can hear me, you flipping creeps. Really good.
Yeah,
I
but
like the
but he
right-
That's what's
says-
needed. There's a contrast in
he
style.
He says that. I'm sure you can hear me, but he doesn't look up or around. He's still delivering the lecture. He's still saying this to his class. I found it strange.
He thinks it's real.
Can't wait for the match.
I like the rationale from the schism though. There's plenty of grass under the schisms tree because he's on about the university campus of Chase U. That's got lots of grass, but the schisms tree has more grass.
Yeah, that was.
You need grass to grow a tree. Turns out a biology lesson.
I liked how they were all really different. So you got Joe Gacy and what's the Rock's daughter's name? Ava Raine.
Ava Raine.
But then you've also got, then out of nowhere, you've just got, your university's crap and I hate it.
Like midway through the start, like, trying to sell the idea of like, no, if that dodgy property owner storyline's still going, the tree is up for sale. Like
Can
15 square foot of tree.
Can we wrap up the loose end that is the Kiana James Chase U storyline?
Yeah.
Local bus routes to NXT University available right outside the tree.
I'm feeling
Schism
that
need
never
money.
That never got.
It'll come to a head when they lose the titles, I reckon. Because then she'll try and get Fallon's bar again.
One thing I've realised is no one, Fallon's Bar and the Man's Pub, the two prime drinking establishments in NXT land.
You mean, what was it called? Sorry, I've got the.
Oh yeah, it was
the
called
Big Daddy's Man's Pub.
Yeah, Big Daddy's. Because they're UK wrestlers. No one goes to them. They're both terrible bars. One man went to
people used to go, but so many people have died in the NXT parking lot that the attendance in the arenas has decreased. Had to fly in deadlock and small afro just to fill the seats.
Yeah.
Where we are. Dijak accepts Tony D's challenge for Roadblock. They're set to compete again. We'll say this out what it is. They're set to compete in a jailhouse street fight. By God, a street fight in a jailhouse.
No, it makes sense. No DQ. No count out. First superstar to incapacitate their opponent and lock them inside a jail cell will be declared the winner. That jail cell better be on a street, so they're doing a street fight. But it makes sense. It's just a shark cage on the street.
Right next to the phone box.
Who's going to win? Tony D?
I don't know, because Dijak loves the justice, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah, who's supposed to be cheering for this? They're both dicks.
Tony's a good guy. Tony's a tweener.
You'd think Tony would win, because Tony's got stacks.
Is it vignettes going to a restaurant and going, I'll have your finest laptop, please? I mean, you're supposed to cheer them because of that.
No, he's cheered now because he rewarded Stax for all his loyalty. And Stax
good for Stax.
Stax is nice to Tony. And
what if Stax turns on Tony to make himself the overboss? Or what are the final, the big boss, the big boy, the big daddy boss?
I don't think Stax would do that. He's too loyal. He saw what happened to 2 Dimes when he got too big for his boots.
Oh. But if Tony's locked in a jail cell, in a real jail, on a street maybe.
All I know is Booker T is going to sing the entirety of Jailhouse Rock during the match.
Going to try and remember Elvis songs and not quite remember them and just shout, Suede Shoes!
Yeah. The Godfather Part 2. He's like, no, Elvis wasn't in that. Later, we found out that Shawn Michaels has accepted Grayson Waller's invitation to be on the Grayson Waller Effect. Grayson later wonders if we will see HBK or the corporate stooge he's become. Very nice of HBK to make time for himself to appear on his own show.
Or will we see Dragon Lee?
Dragon Lee replied, didn't he, to Waller?
Botchamania fan Dragon Lee said, you talk too much on Twitter to Grayson Waller.
I've always liked Dragon Lee.
Now, I think he shouldn't have said that because it takes away all element of surprise.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Well, Shawn Michaels is going to go, well, I can't wrestle. And Grayson going, we know, we saw that match, you bloody head in Saudi Arabia.
Did you see Grayson Waller on, I can't remember which social media platform, doing a Q&A and someone said, what's your favourite match of all time? And he put the DX versus Brothers of Destruction.
Did you really?
Yeah,
he's been magnificent on NXT, has to be said. And then Mieko Satomura beats Zoe Stark. Roxanne Perez on guest commentary and gets to the ring for a stare down with Satomura. Their title match next week.
So now they're rivals again, after earning each other's respect in the training room.
Roxanne's just happy to be here.
She's the champion, man.
I'll just put up for the match. Roxanne Perez sat next to Booker, and Booker went,
What? What do you mean?
He's just very happy to see her.
That's his daughter.
He gave her the biggest, it was like Michael Buffer introducing Kevin Nash the way he was talking about her. She is a resident of the world.
The master of the powerbomb maneuver.
He loves her. She's his trainee and star. And it's nice that he's proud of her. Yeah. I like it.
I like it.
It was another perfect match, though. Every move was nailed. Nice contrast of styles. Zoe bringing in the technical flippy-doo bollocks, and Meiko was just kicking her.
Yeah.
I like the Scorpio rising as a finisher. It's like the curb stomp, but a bit better.
Yep.
As I was watching this, someone behind me in the office went, she's boring, isn't she? I was like, what? I like Zoe.
Who?
I'm not going to name names.
No, I mean, Michael or
Zoe.
Oh.
I was like, no, she's been all right recently. I think you'll find, actually.
Yeah, by Sons of NXT, she's inoffensive. So
I don't think this person watches NXT week in, week out.
you can tell because we're the only people who do.
Yeah,
on
we
the
are.
planet. With no evidence, the Cowie girls accuse Tiffany Stratton of attacking Wendy Chu.
Outrageous accusation.
Ridiculous. She questions where they were when Nikita Lyons was attacked.
Correct.
Setting up a match with Katana Chance later on.
She had a Tiffany epiphany. That's what she,
What if I became a detective? Why not?
that was her epiphany.
She can do anything she wants to.
I can't believe they've accused her with no basis.
I mean, the basis is blonde. That is the basis of the accusation.
That's how we
I
did.
think.
Yeah, that's how we did our accusation.
Was she one of the many people walking away from Nikita Lyons when it happened?
Tiffany Stratz was there with it. I think she was there with a handbag.
She was
wasn't
putting something into her bag.
Yeah.
Great fact that a random Uber driver's delivering something and he's also getting accused.
I don't think it was Tiffany.
Dana Brooke. Sol Ruka.
Oh my god, it is Tiffy Stratz. That's my new Suspect.
Long blonde hair.
Because-
needs to go to wrestling school. Van Hammer.
No, Tiffany Stratton, because, as we'll see later in this episode, she's actually getting closer and closer to the title. But she's taken out people in her way. She's not just gone through the correct channels. She's actually assaulted people to get... I think now she's my number one suspect.
Oh. You change it every week like Jerry Lawler picking Rumble picks.
No, this is it now.
Yeah. The Creed brothers reluctantly ask Damon Kemp to be their partner for next week's six-man tag. And he said, what?
And he said,
wait
no.
a minute.
Time to make the Creeds look like absolute losers.
Yeah. No, but it made sense though, lads, because they needed a son of a bitch, and that's what they went to him for, because he's a son of a bitch.
No, they didn't. They needed a good wrestler.
Yeah.
And then they got the best one in the roster. I don't know.
I was shocked by this.
It was when they got angry when Damon was like, "No, go away." What would you expect after an ambulance match?
You've already beaten him.
You all right? I am a bastard. No.
Then Julius was like, "That was the most humiliating moment of my entire life."
And you know what? He was right.
What
That
a
guy we
life you've had.
feuded with for like a year. I felt like, yeah, can you
Hey,
team
do
up
you
with
want
us?
to be friends again? No.
The most humiliating moment of my entire life.
Yep. Bron Breakker turns up and says he'll be their partner, to which case he goes, you know what? Actually, I think it just happened was the second most embarrassing thing. No, he didn't say that. They all have a good laugh about Damon turning them down.
So what was the point?
That's what the fact that Bron didn't come in until after Julius had asked.
Jesus was
Damon,
like, you've made me look like a prize
hey.
kipper.
"You are a son of a bitch. You'd be on our side, yeah, buddy."
It was weird.
That's all that was missing. A little like, "Oh yeah."
Such a weird.
There's the banter.
All it needed to be was them going, Bron, do you want to be our partner? And he's like, yeah, I love to fight. He said, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What was this?
Bron is a nerd and a virgin.
He's a fish nerd.
Fisherman. Fish nonce.
He's a man's virgin fish. I was snorting at the idea of a virgin fish.
You
They've
virgin
made a
fish.
right mess of his character, though. He should be so easy to get behind, just flattening folk and making loud dog noises. What more do you want in a wrestler?
Oh, yeah, they all barked as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was pudding enjoyment noises.
Go back and watch Julius, though. Julius has a good bark on him. Prime barker.
I would
Yeah,
thought-
but well, next week we'll see what his bite's like.
I was thinking the two Damon would have... Anyway, yeah. Not Damon. Brutus.
Brutus.
Looks like the more... We'd have the better bark on him, but no.
He looks more like a dog.
No, I don't know.
He's a
I
bulldog.
did nearly say that, but I didn't.
Elektra Lopez loses the match against Sol Ruca after Valentina Perez prevents her from using a set of brass knuckles.
Series?
You know what? Even though I can see fine, I've got my contact lenses in, my brain's just not working. Lopez argues with Valentina afterwards, who hits her with the brass knucks.
So she, I really thought Valentina was going to align with... Why am I pretending like this is important? So
Lads, I was really into this.
Guys, I really thought that Valentina was going to align with Elektra Lopez, but no.
I've got to question their tactics, me. Because Electra's been like this the entire way through. That I think there was one week where Valentina did do something dirty to cheat to win, and now she's gone back the other way while still being aligned with Elektra. She's wasted a lot of time there as Valentina.
She's been torn between two directions, and she's finally chosen.
She's not recovered from when Sanga promised her and the other lass, forgotten
Yulisa Leon.
Yulisa Leon. A spiritual experience and then didn't deliver.
Well, he
She's not
ran
recovered.
off with Veer again.
Yeah.
Aye,
I thought this match, of all the matches on the card, this is the one that plodded along the most.
it was certainly there.
It sounds like you're a big fan of the show from an in-ring perspective.
Oh, yeah. This was a black and gold NXT, this one. With a little Tiffy Strats for good measure.
Yeah, she didn't get her spiritual awakening, but we certainly did in this next segment.
no,
in the
no.
Big Daddies, Drew McDonald, man's pub of death. Gallus are playing pool again.
How long have you known me, Wolfie?
Mark Coffey tries
Since we were wee Waynes in Glasgow. Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Wee Waynes in Glasgow.
Since we were wee in Glasgow. Hey, long time.
Jelly wins.
If you are from the north of America, well, the main bit of America, did you understand anything that was being said in this promo?
I read this out to Fraser and he cringed. Oh, and you'll never guess what he just said. Since we were wee Waynes in Glasgow. And Fraser went, oh, no.
Yeah, they're really like hyping it up. But wasn't that thing about Grado had to for some people in America, because that obviously sounds fine to me, but in America, they asked him, can you just do your like American promo voice? So it's like, hey, all right, it's yourself. And like, can you say again, hey, it's me, Grado. What time is the booking for? Whatever.
It's turbo time.
Yeah, right. Like, Mark Coffey tries to fire up Wolfgang about Pretty Deadly and successfully gets him angry enough to beat up the only other guy in the bar, which sounds like bad business for that place. As you said, there's no one there. Yeah. Back at the arena, Pretty Deadly are interviewed about a tweet Drew McIntyre made, siding with Gallus. They criticised the entire nation of Scotland and said next week they'll meet up with Gallus for a face-to-face.
They've already had face-to-face with friggin' Gallus.
Yeah,
Just fight each other now.
This was 2 great promos.
No.
2 great promos back to back, and we were so lucky to watch it. Like, when Gallus were cut, like, Wolfie's stoic look, it felt like Vince and Austin were in the bar. Like the old Stone Cold, it had that same vibe. Like Wolfie's like 1,000-yard stare. You could see he's troubled.
Weird because Fraser and Adam were watching this with me, and they were like, "He looks bored." It's like that.
It's just the
he's
bit
watching
where
NXT.
Mark Coffey's like, Pretty Deadly are a pair of Liberty taking ball bags.
Ball bags.
Ball bags.
Ball bags.
And he's just like, I'm fuming, mate. I'm fuming, mate. That's how angry he was. He was fuming, mate. And then he's like, you in there, Wolfman? As if he's some sort of superhero. He's like, you in there,
He wants
Wolfman?
the old Wolf guy.
Are you processing this? He's asking
He
him.
wants the one who reached the semi-finals of the UK tournament.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, we cannot let 2 badly dressed English pricks do this to us.
Whoa.
So what the lines in this promo?
Oh, he's talking about us. Well, we did.
One bit, an underrated bit that I liked, and I've got no doubt that Mark Coffey and Wolfgang actually can play pool. But every single shot is the easiest shot. The ball's right in the corner, and they do it from far away. But if you know, it's not that hard.
It's great approach play. We'll just miss the shot before every time.
They've really done great. Yeah, they've done great position. Yeah.
But it's just the bit where he's like, Mark's like, you better be ready to kick off big time. And that's when your random man just bumps into him. So he gets a glass and smashes it authentically on his head.
And then Mark sits back,
like in
watching Wolfgang, and takes a satisfied drink.
Job done.
And does the not a bad drop face. You go like, oh, not bad drop.
And then from
worth the wait.
And then from the yin we go to the yang, which is Pretty Deadly's promo. Ooh, Scottish friends. Ooh.
They're really mugging them off. They're making them look so silly.
Oh, Scotland's so dreary and great.
We're positively cock-a-hoop, Mackenzie. They are mugging them,
good.
pulling their pants right down. Oh, we're real men. Oh, we're positively
There was a
cock-a-hoop.
point, I don't know if it was in their original feud maybe, or it was a while ago now, but when Gallus first came along, the Pretty Deadly started mugging them off, because at one point I remember they went, oh no, big scary boys. I thought it was really good. They're going to lose. It's a shame.
Oh, they can't.
Pretty Deadly.
They need to win.
They're not going to win.
Mug them right off in the
They're
process.
not going to win. I don't
Imagine
think
Wolfie dressed up like Elton Prince.
Oh, they've got to join.
Oh, yes.
If they lose. Carry my bags, big boys.
Come in. Do you really need all these hair dryers? Yeah, it's absolutely essential.
This would never happen in Govan.
Imagine how many times Mark would be like, I'm fuming in a segment.
Fuming mate.
There'd have to be a fuming counter in the bottom corner. Wolfie, I'm fuming. Wolfman, I'm fuming.
What if the makeup's like, all right, it's got in the pub? He goes, no time for that.
The cocktail bar it is.
No time for the old firm. We're playing polo today.
They've got to do it.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, we know all about that, don't we? Jackie, Paul. Evans goes, what are you talking about? Yeah. That's going to be so good.
Oh, God.
A pair of really good promos.
When that doesn't happen, it's going to be so good. Tiffany Stratz beats Katana Chance, and after the match says that she wants the winner of Roxanne Perez versus Miko for the NXT Women's title. She's won a load of matches. She's got momentum.
She's attacked everyone else who stood in her way in the car park, from my point of view.
Yeah.
This is interesting. She could beat Roxanne Perez, but has Roxanne Perez's reign gone on long enough? No.
I don't know. It's not. Is it working? I don't know. She's just sort of there being happy to be there, isn't she?
Well, I know you were on as Tiffany Stratton, the chosen one.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the NXT Women's Champion.
The footwork's impeccable.
I think...
But now it's like, she needs something to do.
I wouldn't mind if she was the one to be the next champion.
Speaking of something to do, this was more evidence that the Cowie girls need to just stop spinning their wheels in NXT and get on the main roster.
Yep.
Flesh out that tag team division.
Do you remember when, at the start of the last NXT special, the one in... What was it called? The one in Charlotte.
Vengeance Day.
Yeah, Vengeance Day. And Charlotte Flair did that whole, like... intro promo. where
These
she's
are
like,
people you've never
"Here's
seen
one
before.
on one side and one on the other
Yeah.
side. That's the most interested I've ever been in the Cowie Guns. They came out with like I don't know what's
Go on.
called.
Cowie guns.
Cowie guns, shooting cowies into the crowd. And I thought, wow, they are cool. Give them that during their entrance. Give
Oh,
that
that's
them-
what. Sorry, Small Afro Games just said yes. They would shoot cowies during the quiet moments.
I caught 5 in my mouth. I'm still.
It was the best show I've ever been to.
I OD'd.
Yeah, God.
Everything was nailed perfectly again until the finish, which I thought they could have used a better camera angle, but it was clear that Tiffy just nailed that really difficult maneuver to do on the legs.
Yeah.
But we're splitting hairs.
good.
Yeah.
Exactly. People overanalyzing wrestling like that.
Yeah. Surely she has to beat Roxanne.
News reports, though, that NXT are actually very hot on Sol Ruka.
Oh,
She's already had a match, and I mentioned it too late. I just wanted to mention it at the time, but yeah,
thanks for letting us know.
it's all right.
JB and BJ apologise to each other after losing their match earlier because they're rubbish. JB says BJ should try and make things right with Kiana and offers to talk
Oh,
to
man,
her.
just deal with it yourself, man.
Oh,
What's
here it
wrong with
goes.
you? What's he going to do? He's going to break them up somehow.
Everything's all right. What, between me and her? No, me and her.
BJ, you'll never guess what's happened. I went round to Kiana's, and Paul Heyman was there.
Action beats
What a
Hank.
gimmick that would be for
sorry.
him and the serial adulterer. Just anyone who's spoken for, Heyman's on the scene.
Providing they've got a ramp up to the door. Well, last time we saw him, he was in a...
All right.
What
What do you think I'm in?
I just seen it was old and crap.
Aha! She's mine for the... Oh, stairs. Whatever. Action beat, who cares? Action beat tagged the security guard, but now respects him. So who's the real winner here? Action still. Oh, go away, Hank.
Hank looked like prime Jeff Cobb in this match. 'Cause he did this maneuver where, Jeff does round the islands, wherever it's
The tour
called.
of the islands.
Yeah, he does that move. Hank has his own variation, but it ends with like a pancake, flapjack, whatever the hell you call it. You slam
Nice.
someone
What does he
face
call it?
down.
Round the mall.
Yeah, whatever.
Hard to do. I mean, Axiom's smaller than him. But
Yeah, it was looked really good though.
Jeff Cobb does it on big blokes, though.
Aye.
But still, yeah.
I mean, Hank's he started, hasn't he? He's
Where's-
security guard a few months ago.
Where's Jeff Cobb?
Oh, breaking news, because we just compared him to Hank the security guard. He's retired immediately.
Where is he?
Oh, no.
He was the
He's
hired
asking for a job.
gun of
He was the Jared.
Jared-
Yeah, he did that.
in
Then
a circle.
He paid in VXP, and we went, oh, it could be with AEW. He goes, no, it was one shot. I went, all right. Went back to New
Are
Japan.
you going to Germany this year?
I don't know.
Oh.
Has it not
I
been?
miss the people, like hanging out with the cool friends and stuff I've made over the way.
Yeah.
I've just no interest in the wrestling. So
Really?
I don't know if I'll just do that and then, I don't know, go watch Cocaine Bear in Deutsch in the cinema when the
Is
match
that this
on.
month, the double
Yeah.
stuff thing? Yeah. I always associate with the start of the pandemic now.
He's not done much with.
Yeah.
He's
The
not done much,
last thing that happened before the pandemic happened.
he's not done much for a while. He's 40 now. He looks amazing.
Is he really?
What?
Yeah.
I thought he was a young boy.
Well, he's class.
Wow. Anyway, in the main event, Carmelo Hayes beats Tyler Bate. He looks down the camera afterwards and calls out Bron Breakker,
Another perfect match, as Ross would say. All the
It
moves
was,
great
yeah.
well.
who's hiding out scared, apparently. Just I don't know. Just wasn't. I don't know why I didn't appear just to say anything. It's like,
Oh,
well,
yeah,
I
Bron.
can't appear backstage and come out to the crowd.
He's preparing for his 6-man tag.
Yeah. This was a nice, lovely match, but the highlight for me, this was my move of the week. Sting Ross's Thunder.
Oh, I forgot to write one down this week.
Just picks
It
up.
might
Still
have
got
already
AEW.
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
I thought you may have like already had that for a while, yeah. So they're going through lots of traditional Brit Rest sequences as seen on the World of Sports all those long times ago that Tyler Bates been bringing back, and Tyler does the thing always going, slap the leg to go, and nearly every time the guy goes after it and gets put in some
Oh,
sort of
that's
maneuver.
what that was.
Yeah, Carmelo went, nah.
Oh,
just
I-
what? Nah. Walk away from it.
I thought he
Nah.
was saying, "Look how strong my legs are," and Carmelo Hayes
Oh,
went,
really? Yeah. Oh, no, it's like, tap, tap.
Oh,
I mean, when you
right.
stop and think about it, it's making sense. It's like, aha, he slapped his leg. I better go after it. Nothing bad will happen.
But he's offering the leg. He's offering a silly
Go on.
advantage.
Do you want a bit of leg?
Single leg take down.
Like
Yeah.
Victorian England,
Double leg take down.
Bit of leg for you,
Yeah.
sir. And instead, come on, it's like, nah, I'm sick of this. Stick of your stupid wrestling.
Carmelo Hayes is far too good for his level.
What, main event in NXT?
Yes.
Where should he be?
IC champion. Oh.
I'm all right with that.
Oh.
Because that is him. I is he. I've forgotten this catchphrase, sorry. His suplex back in off the ropes back into the ring was very innovative. My God, it's getting late in the podcast already. Never seen that done like that before.
It was the worst example of an opponent falling for bop and bang that I've ever seen. Though. He caught his leg and they did that thing where they go for a kick and then they hop in. And then as mid-hop, he goes and gets punched in the face. I'm like, why would you look up there? I don't know. Tyler's a tricky customer.
He was good though, wasn't he? The way he caught Carmelo. I've just said Tyler Bates, good. That's analysis. The way he caught him
Also
was,
too good for this level.
Yeah, aye. It was just such a strong hippie boy. I don't know what else you say about him.
Yeah, and it was even better because Tyler Bate didn't get any promo time this week. Everybody was a winner.
Oh, good.
It is weird how he's like, oh yeah, trees.
Good timber doesn't grow with these.
Oh, I'll have to go back to the Shire with a tick in the lost column. I'll eat my jam with a spoon, sobbing.
Oh my God, if Trent Seven comes back as Gandalf.
Yeah. Listen to my Doctor Hook records on LP. All right, whatever.
It was good for Trick Willie to get involved as well. He turned the tide of the match, which will be interesting because they were all very pleasant last week, weren't they?
Well, they've been hinting like, it's like, I don't need you to help me with every match. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
AEW Dynamite, The Jungle Taker. Oh, that's good, though.
Thank you.
Orange Cassidy successfully defends the All-Atlantic title against Big Bill to open the show.
Big Bill looks sensational.
Oh, yes.
He could beat the Tribal Chief.
Do you think?
If he wanted to. I'm sure he could.
Yeah.
I like this match. It was weird how you can move the announce table, which is just a table. It's not the big thing that WWE has, and use it as a table, and it's okay.
But
right in front of the referee.
If you get a table.
But if you get a different table, that's the exact same type. Oh, you know what? It must be that. The velvet
I agree.
robe that got on it.
I think if you put them through the table and it just happens to be there, you can argue. But if you move it, then I agree.
Also, Orange Cassidy, if you watched it on Fight, like we do, Orange Cassidy, when he was seeing the break, recovering from the table, just got up and was like, oh, that sucked.
Yeah.
Was it in character or was it legit?
He doesn't often speak during his matches, so I think, and he was just talking specific to the guy who was like the ref, like, you okay? You okay? He's like, oh, I don't know, maybe a bit of both.
I was a manager in a match once and heard a wrestler under his breath go, crap. And I thought, oh, that's scary. Because, like, that's real, that. Yeah. The match ended, it was fine. But, like, the match went on to, it didn't end there and then, but I was worried.
I get it.
I really enjoyed his way of getting out of a big boot, was just falling down on his arse. He did it like 2 or 3 times in a row. I was like, yeah, you're a thinking man's wrestler. Cerebral Orange Cassidy. But I was still shocked to see the match win with the Superman punch. That's Big Bill.
That's Big Bill. It was a top rope Superman punch.
But still.
But, yeah.
Oh, well, to be fair, we did obviously reference one on the podcast a while ago in Bar Loco's Beer Garden.
Oh, yes.
I guess that's the equivalent off the table. Off the top rope. Same thing.
Yeah. And that guy must have been even harder than Bigger Bill to his mates because he did sell it.
I agree that
the biggest bill.
It was an odd way. I would never have guessed that Cassidy would have won with anything other than like a roll up or a pinning predicament.
And luckily Danhausen's there to help him recover the back for more pain later on, I guess.
Yeah. Danhausen.
You do the best.
No, that was Ricky Starks'. I've stolen Starks' impression of.
Can you do it again, please?
Danhausen. You just need to say Danhausen.
A bloody John Moxley cuts a promo after his match last week. He's bleeding already. No, it's from last week. Calling himself an animal and warning Hangman Page ahead of their Texas Death match at Revolution. Later, Hangman responds with a promo of his own, which looks like it's in a barn, in which he admits that he doesn't enjoy violence like Moxie. He'll take him to his limit at Revolution. Better promo from Moxie here than Hangman Page.
I usually like Hangman's promos, but I don't think a wrestler should be admitting that they actually are really scared and don't like violence.
That's the place he's got to go to.
But that's because he's that guy,
willing to go there because he's a noble horse. I was a line of cocaine and a tab away from being in the 80s while watching John Moxley's promo. It was sensational. The blood dripping on the floor was effective, even though he does bleed every week. But just seeing it dribble on the floor was very effective. Just the little lines where he's like, I'm not the kind of guy to go down a dark alley with. It's quite a simple line to say, but the way he says it, great Kavorka. I'm a sick man, but I do it because I like it.
He's a sick guy. That was what he used to say before WWE. I think on the Indies, he was John Moxley, the sick guy. I'm a sick guy. Can't do his voice. But I think it'll be a good match. I think Moxley will lose and bleed too much blood.
You bleed too much.
He will.
Yeah.
Is it in San Francisco?
Yeah, yes.
Aye.
Why is it Texas Death?
Yeah, why is it not San Fran?
Because
down the hill.
Hangman's from West Virginia. I don't know.
Yeah. Does San Fran not have them?
What,
Why am I-
what, a Texas?
You know, I've just asked something. It's like, wait, shut up, Matthew.
They've got massive hills, haven't they?
The Massive Hills
Yeah.
deathmatch.
Is it in San Francisco itself? The town of?
I've got no
I
idea.
don't know.
Oh, American geography, something we know about.
It's on the West Coast.
The Elite are about to make their entrance,
Oh
but
my
the lights
God.
go down.
The Elite are definitely going to win. It's on the West Coast. It's their pay-per-view debut on West Coast. Surely. I don't know.
Wait, why would that mean they're going to win?
The Elite are good Californian boys.
Rancho
The Bucks are.
Cucamonga.
Yeah,
So they can, oh, right. This isn't Rancho Cucamonga. What a great name, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. They're beaten up on the stage by the House of Black, who hold up the trio title belts and then give them back.
You'd be annoyed if you were there live. Oh, I'm going to get to see an Elite match.
I was cheering.
Yeah, did they do dark matches for AEW? I assume they did.
Oh, the House of Black matches are dark matches.
Hey. Oh, it was a nice
Yes,
little
it's in-
segment.
It's in the city of San Francisco itself. Watch out for those hills. Maybe they'll fight on a tram. That's all I know.
Is Mrs. Doubtfire set in
I don't know.
San Fran? That's got her house on a big hill, isn't it?
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah.
That'd be great if it's actually based on that. And you know, just from that one bit. Wow. Are you checking that, Jack? Or,
Mrs. Doubtfire on the
Yeah.
Wikipedia page right now.
oh.
Yes, San Francisco. Yeah.
Oh my
You
God.
see, your traditional San Francisco hill.
Daniel Hillard. Hillard is a freelance voice actor living in San Francisco.
I'm so impressed by you.
I did just watch it last week. Like.
Oh, like a memory from years ago, right?
It's a great film. I haven't seen it for 20 years.
Yeah, it
Great
used to be, because my parents split up, so my mum moved down to Northampton, my dad stayed, obviously, northeast, Bush, and so we'd get the National Express to see him every few weeks, and Mrs. Doubtfire was played every time,
Oh,
so I think I can do that entire
You're lucky
film.
sod I had Michael Barrymore's best bits as my every played when I went to
No.
my crowds. Yeah.
Oh my.
I've shared the video upstairs numerous
know,
times.
oh,
Oh,
God.
it's terrible.
I saw there's a great channel called Stuart Millard, I'm not sure it's pronounced, that goes through stuff, so I've seen the highlights of that.
Oh, there's lots.
it hasn't aged tremendously.
Have you seen his crab, or heard his crab song?
It's crap song.
Crab, no.
A crab song. No.
C-R-A-B.
No.
The takeaway song's the one
Everybody's
we've
doing the
heard.
crab.
Oh.
I heard that the other week, and it has not left my head.
He's got TikTok, you know.
Oh.
Barrymore's on TikTok. He's got over 1 million followers on TikTok.
I'll see you. And
Kayla watches it fairly regularly, the TikTok, and every 50 TikToks, I reckon, Barrymore pops up doing some sort of duet with himself.
Okay.
They're good. The production value of his TikTok's fantastic. Up the Barrymore.
He's quite scary. I'm quite scared of him.
And so you should be.
Oh, well,
The face of the Revolution ladder match is won by Powerhouse Hobbs with the help of various referees. Eddie Kingston and Ortiz were meant to be in the match, but brawled the back near the start. And confusingly, some news sites report that Eddie Kingston has quit AEW.
Well, afterwards he said.
It's quit, yeah. He does a
yeah,
promo.
but no. But some of them said like, "No, he's quit for reals."
Oh.
So I was like, "Wait, hang on."
He's going to Raw, isn't he?
Oh, I thought that was the reason he's going to the other promotion. He's going to Ring of
Raw.
Honor.
He's going to be the
Yeah.
champion in Raw. And then come back and attack MJF, I assume, after MJF's had a lengthy reign.
Oh, please make that happen. Sounds like Moira Rose.
Who the bloody hell is Commander?
Commander is a lucha dude who's been making impressions and waves in companies like GC Dub.
Oh,
He's obviously a luchador, don't you tell you that, bloody hell. But yeah, been making splash waves like for a year, I think. But they've been getting booked more and more.
he's
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna do?
I'm glad everyone's
Golly-
finding out what the
golly
rest of the indie
goodness.
scene find out, which is he's mint.
He's getting my thing, Joel.
Oh, baby.
oh,
Aye.
Oh, that's nice one.
When he ran across that top rope quicker than anyone I've ever seen run across a top rope before, that is my move of the week. The speed. It's obviously a hard thing to do. Ray Phoenix takes his time. He's a bit careful. He just went,
Yeah.
meow. See you later.
God, he's brave. He's a brave man.
You are brave.
I was worried about the. Oh my God, he's been on Twitter all year. That bloke.
Yeah.
Oh, eating his curries for
Yeah,
breakfast
yeah.
and that. That's
What a man.
They had him on Sky Sports News the other month,
Uh-oh.
providing analysis on like West Ham or something. I was like,
He's a West Ham fan.
What are we doing though?
I don't actually know if he is a West Ham fan. I'm just assuming because he's the most West Ham fan you've ever
he's definitely a
seen.
West Ham fan. And Brexit support, I imagine. No?
Oh no.
Oh, hang on. Let's not ruin it. But yeah, I'm glad that this wasn't at the pay-per-view. They've borrowed a page from Triple H's book and gone, we don't need to have everything build up on so climaxes at the pay-per-view. We can just have a big match that we're building up. That's, well, maybe not build up a week. That's going to happen on the show before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm very happy to see the ladder match, not on the pay-per-view, where I'm probably sick to death of the ladders at that point, 4 hours into a show. This worked really well for Dynamite. Powerhouse Hobbs getting an enormous pop.
He's from the Bay Area.
That's right.
He
It sounds
really
very
good.
vague to me, if you ask.
He spent ages dominating folk, and then him running into the ladder like to send Takesh to fly for the final spot.
Oh, he absolutely bodied
it
that
was
ladder.
Fantastic spot that.
But he literally destroyed the ladder.
Yeah.
I know.
Because that's why he was so wibbly wobbly.
Yeah. There was like 4 Fs all like.
Yeah. But he still went the very top bit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, wow, you are brave.
Because on the commentary, went, can he undo the carabiner? It's just a great word to hear on commentary. Like the little hook, the catch. It's called the carabiner.
That's what it's called?
Yeah,
Oh,
you learn
okay.
that in rock climbing. I've done it like once. I'm not a seasoned rock
Well
climber.
done, you.
I was
This is Doubtfire, rock
I
climbing.
was
We
a
cover
kid.
all the bases here. Cultaholic.
Bollocks to rock climbing, man.
Oh.
I got invited to a birthday party
Here
when
we
I was
go.
like 11.
Okay.
The
And
day-
Jack nearly fell off. I do rock climbing mainly falls off a table
I don't
twice.
do rock climbing. I've done it once.
This is why.
I'd done it once before this party, and the guy was like, "You done it before?" The lad at school. Don't want to name names. He's not Dr. Death, bastard. But he was like, he'd been rock climbing before. I was like, "Yeah, I've done it once, so yeah, it'll be fine." And we went to the one in Sunderland, which is like
Oh, yeah.
several million
Oh.
stories high, and I'm starting on this big boy. I'm tired and everything, so there's no relative danger, I don't think. And then as I'm starting going, then see, I think I'm a bit like slow and a bit trepidatious, a bit scared, and they start playing the Undertaker's theme. Da, 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 da.
my God.
And I'm there at 11. I'm like, I need to get down now because I thought I was gonna die.
Why did you
Imagine
stop
doing that to a
playing
Well,
kid.
then a DJ?
Why did
Aye.
you stop playing the Undertaker's theme?
I don't know. There was literally like 5 of us in there in this like party because they book out the entire thing. You just go where you want and free do the little bits where you go upside down and that. I was fine on there. Then it was just the big boy. I was like, I'm terrified to make it to the top here. And they started playing it as I started going like, really slowly. Needless to say, I went back down to the bottom. See you later.
Do you
I'd
remember
take
when,
that as a hint.
Aye.
But bloody hell, mate.
do you remember
Oh,
kids?
rough childhood.
I know.
Like Gigi Dolan.
That's a unique birthday party, that one. Because was this around the age when, no, a bit younger maybe, when kids would have like a birthday party 5-a-side thing?
Oh,
You
yeah,
have
it was
that?
around that age.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah. Your mates would like, whoever's birthday was gets to pick the teams.
They did that, but sounds cool.
I'm not very good, so it wasn't for me.
Yeah. Fair enough.
We here at work tried on 2 occasions now to play 5-a-side, and we're all just old men. It's so hard.
It's just the battle of who's the fittest rather than who's the best of
It's
football.
so difficult.
Owen Mawson, who is the fittest, I think, was sick.
Yeah.
Because even though he's the fittest,
It
he's
was indoors, so it was hot. Like it was. This was last year when like lockdown had started to lift, and
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying, like, and I was
Mate.
like, yeah, I thought you, in my head, I'm like, right, who's going to be good at that? I thought Owen might be good, but like,
Owen is good at football relatively. Ross is good at football.
but
Oh, me
wait,
and
I thought
Owen
Owen
were-
was sick.
Me and Owen were like Dwight York and Andy Cole. I was like current day Andy Cole. He was
Okay.
like prime Dwight York.
Oh, okay.
Aiden's good at football because well, he's good value to watch because
the ball, doesn't he?
he rather than like have any sort of idea what he's going to do next, just likes to kick the ball as hard as he can, as far as he can.
Yeah.
He plays like a dog. It's just joy.
Yeah.
He just loves it.
Oh, that's nice.
I've never seen him so happy.
See, we haven't done that. I'm doing like Side 8 forever. My mates don't do that type of thing. But we did do Laser Quest. Oh, because it's like 10 years
Do you
ago.
got the one
now,
in
which is really
Shields?
sad.
South Shields?
No, it was anyway, someone else. But the point was, me and mates met up, and this is when I was like, all right, well, I'm a bit worried actually if we're going to be some sort of proper physical activity. Like, I haven't done anything like that in a while. I ain't worried because my other mates, whose birthday it was, so it was all right, said he had to leave to vomit. And I went,
In Laser Quest?
at Laser Quest.
It does get,
Yeah, but like, I was stunned because I was
darting
like,
around the corners and that.
because it really hit us. You don't really, to people who are younger, which is like I think 95% of the people listening to this, it doesn't really hit you like, oh, I'm old now, unless you don't look after yourself and you do something like Laser Quest, where you're playing against a team of kids who also show up at the same time, and the guys are like, well, play against them. You're like, oh, great. And the Munchkins just destroyed us. They could run longer than 10 seconds, but need to roll a tab.
Do you know who can run longer than 10 seconds?
Who's that?
AR Fox.
Nice.
He was
Yes.
fantastic. His inverted 450. He then got murdered by a Hobbs DVD through the ladder bridge. Action Andretti doing the Shelton Benjamin off the floor. Whoa! Ran up the ladder off the floor. Before him and Sammy did that thing, the Falcon Arrow.
Falcon Arrow.
Oh my God, I know who got the worst of that one.
The
Sammy
Falcon Arrow
clipped
was
it, didn't
scary, yeah.
Great.
He sold it properly, though, because I genuinely thought he was hurt, but you saw the ref come over and then tell the ref to, like, go away. So he was fine, but it was a clever sell.
he? Yeah, that was terrifying. Takeshita's Blue Thunder Bomb
Yep.
was unbelievable.
Gorgeous.
Oh,
Gorgeous.
stick it in the Louvre.
Wasn't that bad. Oh, I see what you've done.
And then it felt like Sammy's Jeff Hardy spot is becoming just like is a token spot the right word to use? Just seems to, if there's a ladder there, he's going to do it, no matter if it makes sense.
But he's crazy, he said. He went, I'm crazy. So
I'm Roger me, like.
But it happens every time now. It's like Moxie's bleeding. It's lost all effect.
I learned the secret watching this. They're doing I could now do a swanton off the top of a ladder through a table. Him and Jeff just both go really limp. They just go. Anyone can do that.
Andy's coming. Just. Yeah, no, considering how annoyed I am with ladder matches because they're all the bloody same. I actually like this because it didn't overstay its welcome. But trying to be like, oh, epic, Triple H 03 type style. It was just like, no, let's do some crazy moves and take it home. Powerhouse up
Unique
one.
finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen a ladder be broken, then the guy used that one ladder.
It was really good, that.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I didn't see it end, but you seemed like, can I come down now?
And then Joe gets caught up in his commentator's headset. Great
oh,
moment.
yeah.
Oh, and Joe commentating going, fantastic. You just allow yourself to get beat up that badly, only for next week to get beat up even more.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm not your barber. Don't come see me for another fade. But then a very weird moment. Wardlow showed up, and it's like, okay, so Wardlow, Joe, and Hobbs are going at it.
No. Wardlow and Joe this weekend. Then the winner of that goes on to face Hobbs.
Right. Okay, feud. Because I was like, wait, we just did this three-way feud a while ago.
It'll be Wardlow. Surely.
Yeah, I think so.
Wardlow.
I know if you watch this, again, it sucked for Wardlow because he's, like I said, he's just not as charismatic as even Hobbs now. Never mind Joe.
He's got no momentum.
Yeah, whereas Hobbs has just won this cool ladder match where he broke the ladder.
But if you're wondering how he could be fixed, watch the pictures video for Revolution on the channel right now.
My
Because
God.
Jack fixes Wardlow. And all of his issues.
Oh, no, I didn't really.
You did. You gave him momentum.
Oh.
Joel's nodding. Joel was there.
Sorry, I've mixed it up with my third pitch.
No, that
the
one.
watch one. Yeah. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Bernard's watch makes an appearance.
Oh,
Jack got in touch with Geico, sorted out all his existing loans into one monthly loan.
sorted out Wardlow. Trying to work out the joke there.
Hobbs
Is that because I
confronts
did an advert on the podcast?
It was just me trying to be funny. And it just died horribly. I'm sorry. I'm not very good, but I am trying. Backstage, Renee discovers that the best friends aren't medically cleared to compete in the tag team battle royal later because of the attacks that happened on
I thought you
Rampage.
passed me for Orange Cassidy.
But Danhausen
Well, Danhausen, yes.
and the beaten up Orange Cassidy are set to replace them.
Sad babyface noise.
Yeah, and Dan was like, we can do that, can't we? And yeah, there we go.
Nice little purr.
Yeah.
And then he went. And then Renee was like, "Are you sure?" And he went, "I don't care." Then they all did
later on.
hands in the middle.
They did.
Even Renee. She's like, "All right."
Yeah. That's nice.
What did she join the Shield once? That reminds me of that moment backstage.
Did Renee join the
Yeah,
Shield?
I think she joined
She's
the
a
Shield.
shield wag.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I think they were doing the little thing, and then she was like, "Yeah, I'll join in." Woo.
All right.
Oh, if someone
Renee-
does remember that, he lingers.
Renee was the workhorse of this episode, and Orange Cassidy, but Renee was everywhere.
But she was
in the ring.
called the Remarkable Renee by I think
Oh.
Excalibur.
Delightful
Now we
Hudson.
passed down to the Remarkable. Oh, easy for me to say. Renee Paquette.
She was good. The caliber was good. The cardboard cutout of Taz that someone brought to the show was amazing. Thank you very much, whoever that was. Someone told me. Jericho beats Pretty Peter Avalon because last week Ricky Starks went open challenge. And Jericho goes, "What do you think? I'm going to come down and do that." And as soon as Pretty Peter came down, anyway, Yates beat him. But Ricky Starks chased him off afterwards. Jericho reminds us that the JAS can't be ringside on Sunday, but that doesn't mean they're not here tonight. So Garcia and Hager jump out the crowd and beat Starks down. Womp womp.
Yeah, we're setting up the debut of Jero White for Sunday.
Big show.
Paul White getting
Or Jay
involved.
White.
Imagine. But why didn't Ricky Starks just stay backstage? What affiliations he got to Pretty Peter? Just let him take his beating. Save yourself for the pay-per-view, Ricky Starks.
Because he's a man.
I thought you
Yeah,
were
he
the
needs to
thinking man's
stand
wrestler.
up. And he stands up for what's right now as well. I don't know.
Yeah, the good guy, Ricky Starks.
It was an amazing match, though, because Pretty Peter beat Jericho for ages. And then it was one Judas effect and it was over. Which I guess is, I think that's what it's going to happen on Sunday.
Working smarter, not harder.
Jericho was going to win after getting a beating like that. Because it's a Jericho feud. He's already lost it earlier on. He's going to get the consolation goal and then claim he won the entire thing.
Yeah.
One Judas effect.
It'll be. I think Action will turn on him. But Action was in the ladder match getting battered by Sammy Guevara, so I don't know.
That was like 3 days ago. Come on. Christian Cage is interviewed by Renee, the powerhouse, in the ring and goes on a massive tirade about Jungle Boy. He challenges Jungle Boy to a fight at Revolution. No rules or regulations. Oh, so it's the Jailhouse Texas Deathmatch Street fight. He's interrupted by a video package which shows Jungle Boy digging a grave. The headstone reads Christian Cage. Christian seems disturbed by this and wanders off.
Yeah, he had nothing to say.
Yeah, I think Christian did a marvelous job as always because it comes out there, crowd on tenterhooks and everything he's saying. He's just like, oh, you want the achievement of winning the title, so you can take selfies. That's a problem with you in your generation. You treat wrestling like a video game. At the exact same time, someone had a massive sign about a video game guy.
Really?
Love that. But yeah,
I
what
treat the
Christian was
business
saying,
like an ATM machine.
yeah,
And I'm not done milking it dry, he said.
He loves milking
mixed
those
metaphors there, but we got what he meant. And he said,
I treat this business like a cow.
yeah,
Brilliant.
you take it home to your family, your sister and your wife. Not your dad, though, who's dead.
He didn't mention that in this one.
I think by saying like the people that are in your family.
Oh, right.
Look between the lines of Christian.
I thought we were going to get Jungle Boy's sister and mum in the crowd again because they've all got the same hair.
They'll be there on Sunday.
They don't need the
Yeah.
Chiron to say who's who. It's
No.
like, yeah, it's
I did like the fact he painted himself as the babyface of the feud as of last week because that coward attacked him from behind, which was true. I've got a lot to say. Like when the lights went off, I was like, "Oh my god, the House of Black are back! They're going to claim Christian as their own." But then we got that little single tear shot in the grave, which appeared to be made of like, I don't know, like a foam finger sort of thing. Apart from it was just a really nice little promo package, I thought. And then Christian's reaction sold it well. He thinks he's buggered now. I think Christian.
Where's Luchasaurus? Is he injured?
The trademarks office.
Oh, right.
yeah. Trying to go. Do I really have to sign this for a mask? Oh, never mind. I'll give it to Tony Khan. Yeah, this is, I think, the longest running feud in AEW. Maybe even in all of them.
I guess technically, yeah.
I think.
Because
Tony
Christian
Khan
was
versus
injured for a
us.
year.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hook beats Matt Hardy to retain the FTW title, even kicking out the cash shot from Ethan Page.
It got me. It got
really?
me.
Big
Wow.
stakes in this
Briefly.
match. Because if Hardy won, then Hook wouldn't get to wrestle Stokely Hathaway with no one from the firm at ringside. But since Hook won, Stokely has to wrestle him now.
It's the old manager stip. It's like the 80s.
The
again.
Weasel.
Yeah.
Speaking of old stips, God, Matt Hardy looked old here.
Ah!
Come on now.
He was moving like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz.
He's always moved like he's got those weird knees that
Leave
face
I know,
Cylinders.
but then he's against Hook. It's like it's just so cruel to highlight someone's negatives like that. Like, yeah,
Why is Matt Hardy now fine with being mates with bad guys?
I know,
He
like-
was a reluctant member of the group before.
it makes for more entertaining skits on AW Dark and Dark Elevation
They're not
on
like-
YouTube every Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well, the other time I wake up.
Yeah, it was more competitive than it maybe should have been, but that was because of the stipulation. Yeah, I thought it was all right. I think you're being a bit harsh there, Maffew. But if
saying
you
it
have
as I
that
sees it.
opinion, you go for it,
I like
girl.
Matt Hardy, but it's just
Taz
Yeah.
supporting his own son slightly less obviously than Booker T supported Roxanne Perez.
it looked like me and me out of shape mates trying to take on those pens at Basic. It's exactly how I felt. No wonder I was so against it.
We need to mention the Jamie Hayter promo that just happened before that match, unless it's on your notes now, is it?
No.
Because, right, this might be me in my stupid ways, but Britt mentions the line to Saraya, you can look, but you can't touch the title. Now, I know she's got her Total Divas mixed up, but there's a Total Divas reference in there through the Bella Twins, who have indeed been shooting on the WWE quite frequently recently. Is there a chance that Saraya...
Oh my!
That Saraya could
God.
bring the Total Divas back to take down those AEW originals.
I don't think so. But, you know.
That might get the pop of the night if they do,
Imagine
though.
they-
Primo!
No! People going boo, but yay, but boo at the same time.
Imagine if that's how Hayter loses their title, though, just breezing the ring going, Primo, like she does. And then
Imagine
she
that's how MJF loses his title.
give it.
No, Eva Marie is coming out for that.
Hey, MJF did mention the kids. I'll
did.
get a stiff kick from Brie.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
Shibata.
yeah, right. Sorry,
That's
I
why I
always
meant-
forget. Sorry. I always forget about that weird family tree that they have going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And JR's friends with him again now. Because of John Lauren. Oh no, they've broke up. Oh, it doesn't matter. Never mind.
Rio beats Tony Storm after interference from Britt Baker. Britt and Tony brawl afterwards, as do Jamie Hayter and
Soraya Sunshine.
Soraya Sunshine.
Whoa.
I actually tried to play that in my head as well, so I get it. Ruby Soho runs out to pay the side with Hayter over Soraya Sunshine, but then she attacks the champ as well. What's going to happen?
Which side is she on?
It's noble
one's-
baby faces.
No
The
one's
side
saying.
of Punk.
Just stay in
Well.
the back.
Not that one. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe just stay in the back. This was more silly than Ricky Starks, is what I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Just let your opponents batter each other.
Yeah.
Give yourself the advantage. Riho, we learned, is 25, but has 17 years experience in the ring.
Oh, we
Yeah.
know.
Aye, we learned this for the first time in this match. There's a nice sign in the crowd saying, I named my cat after Riho. Thought it was a nice little sign.
It's nice.
Oh,
Riho the cat is alive.
that's nice. Tom named his cat after his favourite drug dealer.
Second time.
The opportunity was there.
I thought the structure of the match was good. It was effective in building a reaction for Riho because she was getting beaten down and then beaten down.
I was going to be like, this cat's not called Darren or something like that.
And then I built up to Riho getting the shock sort of roll up and win.
Yep.
Built up nicely to that moment. That's all I've got to say about that.
Yeah,
Well
it was
said.
Good, it was good. Yeah, it was nice to see Riho. I feel like we don't see her much. Nice to see
I
her.
mean, she can't come out all the time. She's in demand. I mean, she's destined for stardom.
Oh.
Oh, is that why she's been?
Was that was a pun?
For stardom, right.
that-
Is it true that Takeshita's moved over to the US from Japan?
I think I read that. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, because he loves those donuts so much. Or
Oh.
was it? Well, no, it wasn't donuts, was it? It was.
It's the San Francisco Hills that he loves.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Naturally Limitless cut a promo on Mogul affiliates.
Naturally limitless, yeah.
The battle of the great tag names, and say they're going to take them out on Friday. Oh, that's nice. Where are they going?
Keith wasn't dressed like Mordecai this time. Or Mordecai, as I called him down in my notes.
Mordecai.
He was just in a black hoodie and cap.
Like a mechanic.
Yeah.
Very well spoken, mechanic.
Mechanic Keith. I can't work it out.
I'm
mate.
afraid to diagnose your car.
Mechanic Keith.
I will indubitably fix it.
odd pairing. Gold Dust and... Oh, it's not Gold Dust, come on. Dustin Rhodes, sorry, and Keith. But, you know, so good.
Yeah.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Oh, so my monthly podcast's coming out this weekend again.
Oh,
and
good.
I'm scared to listen to it back because I feel like I said that at the end of every sentence. Oh, I don't know. We'll have to see where it goes. I just said that every time.
That is the basis of how wrestling works.
I know. Yeah.
No, that should be the name of the podcast. It
We'll
becomes
see how it
ironic. See how it goes. The best of 2023. The Tag Team Battle Royal is won by, surprisingly, Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. But they're ambushed by the Jarrett Lethal and Guns afterwards. The Acclaimed run in to make the save. Why would you?
Oh, yeah. Why would you?
This makes less sense than Ruby helping.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want the heels to get momentum, that all-important factor heading into Revs.
Yeah.
I can't pick the winner of this match.
I mean, the Tag Team Battle Royal was okay. I don't think it was anywhere near as good as last week's.
No, it wasn't.
But
It seems like
weird pick.
the tag team of the BCC, Claudio and the Great Yuta, appear to be fully heel now.
The Grey Yuta's great, by the way.
Yeah, they are. They're not very nice.
Yeah,
Man.
they attacked the Dark Order before the bell and they were just slightly underhanded in their ways in this match.
They're
That's what they're like. They're all about the fighting.
Yeah, but they were still noble back then.
This is a man's gym. Come on, man.
They're a bit Kurt Angle,
Yeah.
Yeah,
intense.
very much so.
I was questioning why we were putting all the heat on Mark Sterling's lads at one point who were attacking people at ringside. That felt like a waste, just because it's them. Harsh but fair there, I would say.
Yeah.
That's why I said it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Daddy Magic and Cool Hand again having nice tactics until they just didn't for some reason. Just stay outside until the end. Why not? And then, I thought the winners were telegraphed a little bit just because of the angle before with Orange Cassidy just doing his nice little purr. And I guess, was no FTR a little bit of a shock to anybody else or not? They've still got FTR in the...
God, I hate wrestling fans.
No, they've still got FTR in the opening promo package. It felt like they were just sort of building towards
Cash
this.
Wheeler did an inflammatory tweet after this match saying, "Did you guys miss us or something? Are you missing us or something?" Oh.
By the way, don't read Cultaholic.
Ah,
Oh, no. Yeah, that's going to happen. It's been FDR.
what?
Cultaholic put out a tweet saying that Dax Harwood's very upset and miserable and not enjoying his
Oh,
time.
no, what?
And Dax Harwood, do you not see this?
No.
Replied,
Oh, is that what the "I'm very happy" tweet was about?
I'm very happy. Here's me and my family enjoying a nice time. And one thing I'll say, because obviously then Cultaholic very bravely deleted the tweet.
Oh
then,
my God. Do you know you're on a Cultaholic podcast right now, man?
But it didn't matter because Dax is such a good lad. He actually took some of the blame away and attention away from that because he'd just been given a cup of coffee and he later revealed that it was a cup of coffee with oat milk. And oat milk and coffee don't always go together well. You do need to stir it. From the photo he took, it genuinely looked like he had a cup of beans. And so people don't stop caring about Cultaholic going, what are you drinking? Have you taken your kids to get cups of beans?
To be fair, in defense of this company that we all turn out for.
AEW?
No, the Cultaholic one.
Oh, them.
That'll be a Fraser picture because Fraser takes quotes from reports reported elsewhere and puts them in nice
And he
pictures.
cites them.
For engagement. So
He does cite them.
Wrestlers are having a harder time of reading things, aren't they?
Karrion Kross
No,
came
go
after
Karrion
that
Kross.
sort of thing recently as well. So
No, I don't think if Dax has quote retweeted that and put "I'm actually very happy," then he's done nothing wrong. It's Maffew who's put the blame on Cultaholic there.
yeah,
Oh,
'Cause that's all
That's a good noise.
sorry.
for interaction purposes only. Fraser takes the quotes, puts them in a nice image, and then links to an article.
Yeah.
They're other
I
people's
fully agree.
reports. They're other people's reports.
If only wrestlers were capable of using social media as well as us.
That's
He
why I
might
don't
have
use
done. He
Twitter
might not
anymore.
have. I don't know.
This tweet was there, by the way.
It was such an interesting discussion in the office yesterday. Well, not an interesting discussion. We just shot him down, didn't we, Fraser? He's like, he wanted to put, he wanted to put ECW legends, Matt Cardona, Ezekiel Jackson, like their names have been trademarked by WWE or something. I was like,
saw that.
you cannot just state that because there's no irony on Twitter anymore, is there? People
Yeah,
just
but-
say, they're not ECW legends.
He was kind of
You can't
ignoring.
call
He was
them
kind
that."
of ignoring us though. When me
Yeah.
and Ross were both against it, he turned around and started asking Aiden, "We've got no respect."
I've sent that tweet to Joel if he wants to bring it up as we talk about the main event. Bryan Danielson being interviewed in the ring to close the show.
The Beans tweet.
The Beans tweet. So you can see the cruel tweet there where, guys, real quick, I'm the happiest I've ever been. The he's unhappy narrative that's been painted of me because I stand up for myself has always made me laugh, but today even more. I'm very appreciative of what all you have given me and my family. Stress is down, life is good.
Open picture, new tab, please, Joel, and then zoom in on the coffee. Oh my God!
He's not even mentioned us, has he?
No,
Yeah,
he was replying to Cultaholic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but he
quoted,
hasn't blamed us for that though.
No.
That is a cup of beans.
That
That
is
is-
a cup of beans.
What do you mean oat milk? That's a cup of beans.
No, that's what I mean.
That's gotta
'cause
be
they're
like-
all the people in the come. What are you drinking?
That's
You
gotta be
have to go, guys. It's coffee. It
That's
just
a-
hasn't been stirred.
That's a broth or something, that surely. That's not coffee.
That can happen if not all coffee blends with all types of milk. If you just leave it there, you do need
Right.
to stir.
Wow.
But yeah, it's like, well, you say I'm unhappy, but look at me drinking my beans.
While at home, not at work.
I will say what's happened there is Dax Howard,
Why are you not in the Battle Royal? I'm drinking beans.
Dax Howard hasn't necessarily called us out there. He's just referring to the image, which is cited as somewhere else.
Yeah, but then we very bravely deleted the tweet, so we look like guilty, even if we were right.
Damn it! Damn it!
That's it. Deleting the tweet
Damn
is
it.
like it's like putting your
Fraser.
hands up, isn't it?
I can see why he did it because Dax is a scary man.
Yeah, he should have left it up. Going, it's your words or whatever. But anyway, Danielson is interviewed in the ring to close the show. He talks about fighting for his dreams and coming back from retirement.
If you fight for your dreams, then your dreams will fight for you.
And Dax
as he
says,
said.
your beans will fight for you. MJF interrupts and Bryan immediately tells him to shut up and says that MJF doesn't deserve any of his success because he used every shortcut in the book to achieve it. He says that MJF deserved to have his fiancée leave him and that he'd better get ready to fight for a full hour revolution. Otherwise, he's getting his beanie head kicked in.
He said the thing.
He said the thing. He swore.
well.
He cursed.
Well,
He cursed like Danhausen.
That's the first time, innit? And he's been there for well over a year at this point. A year and a half, potentially.
Yep.
I think
Good lad.
this to me solidified that MJF's going to win.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, man. He's going to wrestle his arse off. Prove he hands
All
the
of
gold.
it. That's a lot of ours.
He's got a thick dumpy, as we know. But I'm worried that it's made it too obvious. Maybe it hasn't if you still think that Bryan Danielson's going to win.
I want Danielson to win. And I think now is the time for him to strike, to fill that gap that Punk and Omega, et cetera, have left in the main event scene. MJF, I don't want to see him every bloody week talking about, well, that fiance that I had that I switched places with in the car. Oh, I'm so sympathetic. I'm actually evil. All right, enough of that.
I think that was designed to make us believe how you are. But actually,
Damn it, I
MJF
fell for it.
MJF's
oh, no.
gonna- yeah.
It's like I enjoy the game of wrestling
Yeah.
where we let ourselves believe what we want to believe and tune in for
I'm not having a go.
Oh, no, sorry, I'm not
He's
going
going to
to
be taking offense. I'm just saying. I think that's the way it was designed for MJF to then just go, ha, I can do the wrestles.
I think Yeah, the fact that Brian's ended the go home show by saying, "You better wrestle me properly, or you're going to get I'm going to kick your head in." If he then kicks his head in, it makes him look crap.
Yeah, or like Damien Kemp, you'd be going home in an ambulance.
Yeah.
What was the 2014 thing about? Renee was like, there was a thing in 2014 referenced there, and they didn't show it.
Retire.
Fight for your dreams, and your dreams will
He did
fight
the
for
speech
you.
when
Oh,
he
that was
came
I thought it was the 2016 speech.
Oh no!
I thought
maybe she just meant him winning then in 2014.
Fair. I
winning the
thought it
belt.
was something post MJF did in 2014 or something.
My God, you know what?
maybe.
I'm so dumb. Yes, of course, he main evented WrestleMania bloody
30.
30, yes.
Yeah.
And then retired in 2016. He couldn't have retired in 2014. He was too busy being
IC
main
champ
eventer.
in 2015.
And then, and then having that big cast match.
I just wondered how anyone had seen what they were referencing because they didn't show it.
Do you remember that big cast
yeah.
match? Wow.
Oh, yeah, you're
Two of
already
them.
small.
Opened a pay-per-view, and then he lost clean as a
Yeah.
whistle.
Okay, put that on. Yeah, cool. Give me that. Cool. Submitted. Yeah.
Weird that.
Live on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Do you remember that
Teach him how
feud
to
before when Cass brought in the little person dressed as Brian and the little...
No, I don't remember that bit.
I try to forget about these things, but yes, they did happen.
I've just got blurry memories of a lot of pay-per-views around the time we started Cultaholic, the first few years. The one that was my favourite was when Shane McMahon beat The Miz in a cage match because he slipped out of his shirt because he was too sweaty. And he fell out.
Is that also the rope break one
Yeah,
as well?
yeah,
And the entire crowd knew more about wrestling than
Yeah.
WWE. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And then after this promo, Eddie Kingston quit the company.
Yes.
In abbreviated commas.
Quit them.
Yeah, thank you.
No
Yes,
clickbait here.
Gone.
Thank you, Dax Harwood. Eating his beans.
He needs to be a champion. I don't understand why Tony's just let this happen.
Well, it's like, again, we can't have...
Oh, because he hit Sammy Guevara. They all hit Sammy Guevara.
Right, Andrade? I'm all right with Eddie Kingston going to Ring of Honor if he's not doing anything on the AEW roster other than hit Ortiz and leave.
Come and get me, House of Black. We don't want you, Eddie. That's the end of that
Yeah,
This is kind of awkward then, isn't it? Guess I've got a Ring of Honor.
one. It's just mind games, Eddie. Stop reading too much into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird what's
Wow.
happening there.
But you know what's
Something
even weirder? We did all of Week of Wrestling without any breaks.
Yeah.
weird. Jesus, I need a wee.
I'm gagging for a wee too. Shall we all go wee?
Yeah.
Let's have what the French called it. Yes, yes. We'll see you soon.
Joel's celebrating the potential wee.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Let's have a look in the little old mailbag. Number 1. Hello and happy Tope concept of Thursdays, gents. Oh, that's good, though. I'm sorry to interrupt your podcast discussing nostalgic football and British TV shows, but I have a wrestling question. Boo, hiss. Much like a football manager can't be judged until after a transfer window when he's had his chance to bring in his type of players, can we appropriately judge this WrestleMania as a Triple H booked mania considering so many of the plans were, at least partially, in place when he took over? Would next year's Mania be a more accurate representation of his booking, as he will have had over a year of planning, preparation, storytelling, etc. to work on? Love the channel and all the content, especially all the long-form videos. Those are really at a different level to anything else on YouTube.
Thank you
well
very
done.
much. My goodness.
Lots of love. Former Liverpool and Ireland right back, Steve Finnan,
Thanks,
a.k.a. Dax Harwood. Joe from Wexford, Ireland.
Joe.
Wexford, sorry.
Thank you, Joe.
On that Harwood thing, by the way, apparently he backtracked and said he wasn't happy a few days later after putting out that picture. So, who's the real coward?
It also wasn't.
Who's the real crowd?
It also wasn't a Fraser post, we should say.
Yeah,
It wasn't a phrase.
news from somewhere else.
Yeah, it was just.
But you know what else is news? Got breaking news here. P.S. Jack's Northern Irish accent is spot on, but when he tries to impersonate Sheamus, Finn, Becky, or anyone from the Republic, it is just offensive and borderline racist.
Borderline racist. My Northern
Thanks, Joe.
Irish accent is spot on. Yeah, it's really good.
I had a friend at school from Northern Ireland who just said the difference is Northern Irish people would say Northern Ireland like that. That's how you know.
The word, one of the key words for Northern Irish accent is bounce. Do you fancy a boints?
Points.
A boints.
So Eamon Holmes is
Fancy
Northern
a
Irish.
points. Yeah.
He loves a point.
A
Trying to win $1 million
point.
points.
Gotta work out where the point is there.
Joe, when he sent this message in, was like, I hope me bringing this up won't just have the rest of the podcast people just doing borderline racist
No,
impressions.
this is the one that's spot on. Northern Irish.
One person says a spot
Yeah,
on it,
yeah.
so okay.
No, two. A lass,
Oh, you got two.
once, a Northern Irish girl once told me that my Northern Irish accent was good. She's from there.
And she also wanted 10 pence for the bus.
Do you have 10 pence for the bunner?
Oh, God. But I also had to explain to a grown friend of mine, an adult friend, with responsibilities, that you couldn't, basically, long story short, you couldn't drive your car from Essex to Belfast.
How did they not know this?
I had to ask him to repeat it. I was like, what did you say? He's like, well, it'll take a long time to get there. I was like, go on. Well, if you drove from Essex to Belfast, it'd take you forever. I went, yeah, but I mean, you're not wrong.
There's not a ferry option there to go across the.
That's not what they meant. Then I didn't introduce that to help them out. So, can we consider this year's WrestleMania to be a Triple H mania? I'd say
Triple H took over last August.
SummerSlam time.
Yeah, so I reckon we can.
Yeah, the feuds are in place. There's not that many other than the Bloodline, but the Bloodline's been artificially extended anyway because of the popularity of Sami Zayn, which is a Triple H thing. So I would say, yeah, it is.
I think so as well, but then you've got this whole rumor about Lashley and Omos.
Lesnar.
Lesnar and Omos, sorry. Lesnar and Omos, yeah. Which is, I don't know, I think largely it's a Triple H, the first Triple H Mania, yeah.
Yeah. I'd say overall, but that's only long-running things, the Bloodline, I think.
But you could say, like, Becky and... was it Becky and Bayley? No, Becky and Bianca at SummerSlam, wasn't it? Damage Control debuted at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a Triple H
That's
thing.
a Triple H
that
creation.
Reeked of Triple
Yes.
H.
So that's another Triple H creation. That's a big...
That was like the first thing.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, it's the next Attitude Era. Come on, lads.
Yeah, right.
I was so excited.
Plus, I don't think like this time next year, it's going to be completely Vince-free. Vince is going to be lingering in the shadows, like a bad smell.
Like Iago.
Or Iago.
Can I just... You smell like Christmas currently.
I've got...
His mouth is exuding Christmas.
I went into the kitchen and I've seen that your office have got a packet of cinnamon-flavoured boiled hard candies. And it's strong. It's quite strong, I'm not going to lie.
I feel like I'm at home on Christmas Eve.
I can't...
Bless you.
I'll try and... I've got chewing gum to try and nullify it.
It doesn't matter. No, it's a lovely ambiance.
It's not the worst smell, is it, I suppose, but...
Could be garlic. But I reckon the point where...
I was trying to ignore it because it's quite powerful.
Cody being in the WrestleMania main event, I guess that's the big one. Would that have been in place of Triple H? Because you think the way Cody was going under Vince, it was probably going to be like that. If Triple H was in control when Cody arrived at WrestleMania last year, would that be still happening? I guess that's the big one.
I think
Something to consider, but...
on the whole, I think we can see it.
I reckon we can as well.
Yeah, I think it is because Triple H is definitely giving Cody lots of freedom to be Cody. I don't know if we'll have what Vince would have done with Cody.
I need to chew this sweet now. I'm going to crunch it. I'm sorry.
Are you going to get that 7-Up ready in case it's going to be bad?
I don't mean to make you feel self-conscious. I just say it was a nice smell.
It was nearing the end. It was getting very thin anyway.
Oh, like our answers for that question. Tope Con, hello, Cultaholic.
Hello.
First of all, thank you so much for this podcast. I listen to it every Saturday morning, whilst I should be parenting.
Oh, dear. Hang on.
Recently, my rugby club announced the theme for end-of-season party as wrestlers. The senior players were to assign each member with a wrestler to dress up as. Guy with the most tattoos got CM Punk. A pair of brothers were given the Dudley Boys.
The rugby club are up
which
to
will
date
be interesting, ... Okay, we'll leave that alone. And the shortest guy has to be Hornswoggle. As a legit wrestling fan,
Rugby lads.
I was excited to see who I would be assigned as the tallest player on the team. 6'8". I was expecting maybe Big Show, Undertaker, or Kane, and praying it was going to be Giant Gonzalez. In the end, I was surprised to see myself be given the role of a ladder.
Oh, that's a shame.
AEW Dynamite needed you, mate.
Let him be someone cool.
Anyway, my question is, if you could assign any of your fellow Cultaholic members a wrestler to dress up as on a night out, who would you choose and why? Thanks again, guys. Former Southampton, Stoke City, and Republic of Ireland midfielder Rory Delap, or Alex from Dorset, if you prefer.
Thank you, Alex.
Nah, I like Rory. Thank you very much, pal.
I bet he's also got a good throw in.
Can you please send
6'8".
photos of us?
You want him in the
of us-
box,
sorry.
though, wouldn't you?
Can you send photos of you
As the ladder.
as a ladder, please?
Why do we even start with this
Immediately, my mind went right because Andrew's favorite wrestler is Jeff Hardy. I want to see Andrew and Owen as the Hardys. Owen's Matt.
Oh,
Just running
like that.
around a night out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pacitti, I can see you being Bad News Barrett.
one? Really?
He's Pachiti dust.
I know, that was an easy answer, wasn't it? On a night out.
On a night out. Do you think it'd be Barrett?
Hello, I'm Chingy Dust. It's like,
Was that his weird noise that the Goldust does? All right. I thought you were doing like a weird Chidi impression. I was like, what? Yeah, possibly. Yeah. I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Yeah. I can see
bad
it.
news. You're poor. That's it. That's the bad news.
I can't believe you've not made him like Ted DiBiase or something.
MJF.
Yeah.
Oh.
Guess he hasn't got that dumpy truck, though, has he?
Not yet.
He's got like JCB.
But yeah, I think everyone's got enough time. Anyway.
Sam, you could have like Ring of Honor, CM Punk, because he's got the peroxide tattoos going on. The peroxide hair and tattoos combo.
Because he's a very scathing individual.
Your words, not mine.
He found out I didn't like Kurosawa the other day. He was like, you didn't like that film. So did Maffew.
We were both right.
I was incensed.
So me and Sam in the House of Black, which is we like having the lights off because that's how you watch films in the cinema.
I still like my idea of Owen and Andrew as the Hardys.
Who could Jack be?
Oh, don't do this. I'm the babyface.
Fellow Cultaholic members?
I don't want to do me.
Why not?
Yeah, who would each other of us be?
Yeah.
We're all very unique. Come on, guys. You've been Danhausen.
Oh, yeah, you were convincing Danhausen.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was before Danhausen made it big.
Yeah. We look really cutting edge then. Wow, I forgot all about that.
I was once Lee Catamole on a night out.
I was Brother Love once, and people said I looked like him, so I'll take that.
I was trying to turn it off wrestlers because I'm dressed as Lee Catamole. It was a football social, and I got sent off. I had a red card tucked into my shorts, and if they sent me off, I'd have to leave the bar before everyone else.
Did your testicle bag hang lower than the bottom of your shorts?
No, but I had them high, and then I think some girls were there, and I got self-conscious, so I didn't have them as high anymore. I was like, I can't think.
Who else?
Orange
works
Cassidy.
Here? Tom. Who would Tom
Cassidy.
Campbell be?
Paul Heyman.
Tom's had a match.
Paul Heyman? Oh, I can see it. Big
Master of the
phone.
promo, constantly working hard, never sleeps.
Can I be Nathan Fraser? All right. Hello. I could have made the EPL.
Come here, the EP, yeah.
I'd be like a Mark Andrews, like a naive babyface kind of guy, I think.
Yeah.
Have you seen the old series? I think it's stopped now, but My First Match with Mandrews, where he'd sit down with wrestlers and watch. And there's his first match, and it's the sadistic psychopath versus Kid Lightning, and he's like, "Guess which one I am, you guys." It's really good. So
That was a good series.
interesting question.
And Ross.
Insert fat wrestler here, I guess. Mantar. I'll take Matt.
Manta.
Better than Mantar.
I don't know. It's up to you to pick, not me. You got to pick.
Who's a-
Who's a big lad who's like good on the mic?
Good on the mic. You've dressed as Kevin Owens.
Oh, I'll take Kevin.
Oh,
Owens.
there we
Kevin
go.
Owens,
Yeah.
Who was Andrew that day? Stone Cold, of course.
Oh, of course.
The little baldy. Didn't mean that to sound so aggressive.
Well, you
He can't help it, can
it
he?
was WrestleMania season. He had to be.
I thought Andrew had quite luscious locks. I was surprised when he shaved them off.
Did we say Joel?
Joel.
Have you been on many videos?
Come on, Joel. Come
Get
round.
in here. Come on.
Let's have a look at you.
What? This is
We
quite...
could have said anybody if you had been on
tense,
camera.
isn't
It would have been really
Get
easy.
everyone to judge you at home.
Hello.
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 Hiya, everyone.
Hello, Joel. How are you doing?
I'm good. How
You
are
won't
you?
be feeling good after this. So who could you be as a wrestler?
Oh, God. I don't know.
You ever been told you look like someone before?
Not a
Harvey
wrestler.
Whippleman.
Who's got round glasses?
John Lennon? You do sound a little bit like...
I'm dressing as John Lennon in a couple of weeks.
How's that going to go?
Well, I've got the Sergeant Pepper's outfit, for the
right.
cover, and then I'm gonna shave a little handlebar mustache.
Is this for any particular reason or just like the day?
Pub crawl in Leeds.
Oh.
Ollie Run. It's my first time doing it. Really? We're doing fancy dress. here.
dressed as a pirate.
Yeah. Vague. Too vague.
It was Disney.
We need a wrestler for Joel. I
That
can't
sounds
think
nice.
of a wrestler.
I can't wait for you guys to come together.
Very good. Imagine.
Yeah.
I can admit.
God, this podcast.
Imagine a
started, man.
rugby player dressed up as a ladder
Can't think
for a
of a wrestler
party.
for Joel. How many wrestlers have glasses like Joel's? I can't think.
No one wrestles with glasses on. I don't
Exactly.
know. Gets in the way. Can you take your glasses off?
Teddy Long?
Yeah. That didn't help. But it's nice to see what you look like, well. You take your cap off.
Oh, I don't wash my hair.
John Moxley.
You've got rest. Yeah,
You've got the lunatic fringe era, Dean Ambrose.
Absolutely.
Now get off the camera before you start bleeding. Thank you very much, Joel.
Thank you.
No, keep him on. He's way
We put
better.
way too much thought into that question.
We put him under. Well done, Joe. We put him under a lot of pressure there.
Yeah, thank you for not kicking me when I said Harvey Whippleman.
Take your glasses off. Take your hat off. Take your clothes off. Go on. Let's judge you.
He's just peer pressure. I better do as they say.
Just wear a hat on every video and you never have to worry about it. Yeah. That's the trick.
I've got a picture on my phone of Joel wearing a lady's clothes.
Oh, sweet.
Cultaholic Caravan Party 20. Well, Triple Jump. That one.
The summer party.
The summer party.
I don't remember that.
This was day.
Oh,
I was
right,
gone.
yeah, God.
Was this night 2?
Night 2, I think.
Bloody hell.
God, some of you guys are the stamina of Olympians.
I was just there at the side watching.
Yeah, I've not been able to stop thinking about the summer party. It was so much fun. It was.
Karaoke.
It's my favourite of the 3 so far.
Oh my
Golf.
God, there was a stabbing at the caravan park after
What?
we'd been there.
No, how long after?
Well, I've still got Mrs. Bear up on my computer. Sarah Bear. What was it called?
People not paying attention because doing parenting or whatever in the background are like, Mrs. Bear stabbed someone in the caravan park.
I'll put fighting, just in case they don't want to use that word. There you go. I think it was in September of last year, so after we'd been. But the article only came out this year.
Brawl?
You could see a bar brawl happening in that particular bar, couldn't you?
Nah.
No.
Could you?
It was quite dicey, I thought, in certain
I
corners.
thought we were the ones annoying everyone.
That's what I mean.
Oh, right. All right.
Yeah, but there was a bunch of us.
Feeling some bad looks.
Feel the daggers, yeah.
We got at the right time, I think, yeah.
I bet there was last September last year. Court heard the most violence were caught on CCTV. And Watson was seen throwing a chair, which struck a man on the head. It's brawl for... brawl out. Brawl in. Shake it all about.
Do the cookie. Good day to any and all of the stellar crew that are on this particular podcast, especially Jack. I've just attended my first live wrestling event, the Road to WrestleMania Super Show in my hometown of Rockford, Illinois. I've heard that live house type shows for WWE are some of the best, and I can report I had a great time. Seeing the show live gave me an extra appreciation for the superstars that dazzle us and give their all. This show even had Zoe Stark, which really put in perspective the whole superstars have to get themselves to shows things. If how much reportedly the NXT starts made to be believed. Wow, sorry. If how much reportedly NXT stars are made to believe, right? The main event was a US title match between Austin Theory and what was essentially a home crowd advantage for Seth freaking Rollins. Seth is from Davenport, Iowa, which is very close to Rockford. Well, close in terms of a very large country like the US is. We understand.
Okay, yeah.
Well, of course we understand that. Drew McIntyre, local lad of Cardiff. Theory and Rollins were both able to expertly play the very partisan live crowd to elicit both ear-shattering cheers and jeers alike. It gave me a better appreciation for Theory, someone who on my TV I'm usually very meh on. So my question is, which wrestler from any promotion was someone you didn't care much for, however seeing them live gave you a whole new view and maybe even won you over?
That's a good question.
It's a good one, that. And that is from Turn the Page. Thank you so much for what you do. Your channel, camaraderie, and content, the podcast in particular, has pulled me out of many dark moments. I can't thank you enough. Yours truly, former Sunderland and Manchester City midfielder and blackmail extraordinaire, Claudio Reyna.
Oh, that's all been kicking off, yeah.
What does that mean?
A.K. Jesse Hernandez from Rockford, Illinois. How
Well,
do you know about that?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that. Again, thank you very much for the little
So-
messages at the end, and we're going to completely be focused on the other thing you've just said before we get to your question.
Hasn't something happened where Reyna's son, who plays for America, didn't get picked in the World Cup squad? And it all came out that, like, his parents have tried to blackmail the coach and...
The coach has been sacked, I know, because there was something weird going on with him after the World Cup.
He'd previously, like, hit someone or something and years ago, and then...
Like 20 years ago.
Claudio Reyna's parents brought it back up, and one of his parents is Claudio Reyna's... The former Sunderland and Man City player, Claudio Reyna, has a son now who plays for the America. Didn't get picked because he fell out with the coach for the World Cup. His parents then brought up some old crimes that the coach had done or something, or was accused of, I should say, was accused of. I don't know if it was...
So what's the fallout of that? Like,
Coach had been sacked.
He's been sacked because of that.
But it sounds like maybe they were trying to blackmail him and keep our son in the team, otherwise this will come
that's
out.
why it's a blackmail story. I get you.
Sunderland's
Scandalous
finest.
accusations there from Jesse Hernandez.
But thank you very much for the... It's an interesting question, though.
By the way, yeah, if Claudio Reyna then quote tweets us on Twitter, I'll point out that was not... allegedly, and that was not us bringing it up.
We don't actually know.
Exactly.
But
Enjoy your cup of beans. Thank you very much for the lovely question. Jack, is there anyone that you weren't that hot on, then you saw him live and went,
Yes, there is.
there is? That's
There is.
great. Can you tell us?
It wasn't someone that I wasn't a fan of. I was just a bit ambivalent towards. And then
Okay.
when I saw Dolph Ziggler at a house show live, it might have helped that it was the first match of the night, I think. Because you're always, when you see live wrestling in the first time in a while, and you're like, oh, it feels different watching it live, and you remember. Ziggler versus, I think, Stardust. And I just remember thinking Ziggler was a babyface at the time as well. And I just remember thinking, like, oh, he's really good, isn't he? He's a really good wrestler. And it's just not someone you normally think of as like, oh, Dolph Ziggler, unless it's that double turn match with Alberto Del Rio. So mine would be Dolph, yeah.
I can't think of a name in particular, but I'll go for insert any wrestler who does a move off the top rope here. Because after just walking in a wrestling ring and trying to scale the turnbuckles myself, watching what they do and then seeing going to a show live and seeing any sort of springboard maneuver, anything like that, it was just, oh.
I know you were catching your breath, but it sounded like you were getting
I was getting emotional. It's happened
Any
again.
sort of springboard.
Get it out, Ross.
It's damn impressive what they do.
really good. It's real to me.
All I want is a match with my brother.
But
Wow.
yeah, anyone who does anything off the top rope. Because whoever was on that first, in the O2, the WCPW shows, the O2 Academy.
Yeah.
Maybe an Osprey or something like that, just marveling at like anything off the top rope.
There was a match once where it's the first time I'd seen anyone do the Montez Ford spot where he jumps out the ring to the outside, like over the ring post. And Osprey did it live, and I remember thinking, like, that shouldn't be possible. It's a bit mad that. How are his knees okay? Yeah.
I'd insert any ladder match combatants as well, because we were looking at a ladder match getting planned once, and seeing the ladder in the ring and the ring moving and the ladder literally bouncing up and down with people on it. How they managed to stay on the ladders, I don't know.
Yeah, someone on the Slack said, one of my pet peeves is the referees helping the ladders stay in position for
Oh,
the
they need
spots. I'm
to,
like,
yeah.
they need to. No, I'm all right with that.
Rings aren't like soft to fall on. Like it's not a bouncy castle or anything, but when you stand in one, you're like, oh, it's a bit hard to keep your balance actually. It's a bit more springy than you think. And I just can't imagine climbing a ladder on that. Yeah, that's a good answer as well.
We can't even lean
lion
against the table. The line table. I'd say I wasn't that behind the revival along with everybody else, because I was just like, nah, it's Enzo and Cass who were doing all the stuff. I was like that. I don't know what the hell I was watching looking back on it, but so when I saw them at the arena and just saw how well they handled the different crowds and chants and just them not doing much and knowing when to stop and just go, okay, yeah, what? Look at me reacting like a Shakespearean actor like that. I was like, oh wait, they're the ones doing all. Oh, okay.
3 different answers there. 3
Yeah.
different valuable perspectives.
Yeah, and I did manage
What
to
a
avoid
podcast.
saying Tyson Kidd put on the Sunderland shirt.
Phenomenal improvisation though, unless he knew beforehand. I don't think, did someone throw the shirt?
Yeah, but I don't know if that was like,
And he was wrestling Pat.
yeah,
That's clever though.
in Newcastle.
That's clever.
Lovely questions from lovely people. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Please send continue the lovely train. Keep it going by
Continue the lovely train.
going to mailbag@cultaholic.com and type in summit. Wrist piss. Dear Cultaholic Podcast. Ooh, that's us. Hello, NSL, folks. Christ.
Hello,
Yes.
Sal.
I'm just reading what it says. I hope you're having a good podcast. If not, don't worry. There's only one more segment left.
It's quite stunningly accurate to how it feels some week. It's not when it's good or bad, it's just when it's long.
Well, it's a podcast email, so time to get long-winded and weirdly personal. I've been watching since the Name Redacted days, and it's been a joy to see how you've all grown as presenters, writers, editors, and comedians.
Wow. Bloody hell, thank you. Wow.
I've also enjoyed every addition to the on-screen team, each enhancing your group with different perspectives and dynamics. However, the core group of Adam, Jack, Ross, and Sam will always have a special place in my heart because for years, you have offered a consistent place online for me to enjoy the world of wrestling, even if I wasn't enjoying wrestling myself.
Thank you.
I know you and my fellow podcast listeners have heard it all before, but I really can't thank you enough for that. Anyway, folks, if the Cultaholic Podcast, if the Cultaholic Podcast is known for one thing, it's stalwart wrestling analysis, as displayed by Ross's poignant catchphrase,
That's analysis.
yes. Given this unquestionable principle, it's up to you to decide the future of AEW's roster. Below is a list of 10 groups of 3. Within each group, you must choose one wrestler to push. one wrestler to bury, and one wrestler to release.
It's push, bury, release.
Yeah. However, there must be total consensus. Before you can move on to the next
12
group.
Angry Men, what the hell?
Yeah. Or
Which
not.
I've never seen, but
Akira Kurosawa's 12 Angry
Yeah,
Men.
yeah.
Or not. I mean, I can't make you do anything. It's your show. Do what you want.
God, we could
Bloody
here,
hell.
we could be here for hours.
All right, well, let's see how this works. Push, bury, release. Swerve Strickland, Keith Lee, Malachi Black.
Oh, it's hard to start off with.
They're all murderers rows. of
Fucking
people.
hell.
How are we gonna?
So push, bury, release,
They wanna
Malachi
start-
Black, Keith Lee, and Swerve.
I'll start if you want. Push, Swerve.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Push Malachi for me.
No, I was gonna
Oh,
say
you have
release
to-
Malachi so we can go back to WWE where they were used better.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
I'll release Malachi Black and then bury Keith Lee.
Yeah,
Great.
but I don't want Keith Lee to be buried, but that's what I.
But he's so strong, he'll fight his way out of the rubble.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Well, we're hoping for that, but he hasn't had that many matches and appearances in AEW. He's not been full time, has he?
Would you rather bury Swerve?
No, I'm pushing.
Then
Swerve.
we've found our
Yeah, there
solution.
we go.
We've done it. 1 down, 9 to go.
Okay, you be the first person next time. Ricky Starks, Adam Cole, Orange Cassidy.
Release Adam Cole, so he can, similar to Malachi Black, go back to the WWE and be a proper main event boy under the Triple H regime.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got Orange Cassidy and who was it? Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
Bury
was it?
Orange because he's not a serious character, so you can live with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Push Ricky Starks.
I agree.
I agree with all those. Well,
2 out of 2.
not Adam Cole going back to Triple H. Adam Cole back to Twitch to play Mario games.
Oh.
You can start off with this one, Jack. Top Flight, Private Party 2.0.
Ooh. Top,
Another thing to cut out.
top Flight Private Party 2.0. I'll go push Top Flight. Release Private Party, bury 2.0. Because Private Party, I think, can do well elsewhere. 2.0, I'm just using the Orange Cassidy logic. They'll survive their comedy characters.
I'd push 2.0.
What's he done? We need to be out of here.
All right. But then I'd have to.
I think Jack's picks make great logical sense.
Okay. Disagreeingly, yes. Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia, Willow Nightingale. Oh, come on.
Willie Yuta, who was the second one?
Daniel Garcia,
Daniel Garcia.
Willow Nightingale. Push Willow because we need more top, proper women's wrestlers at the very highest level, and Willow's very over considering she's not having a lot happen on TV. Release Wheeler Yuta. Bury Daniel Garcia.
I think
This
that,
sucks.
I think that I was going to agree because I think that out of all of them, at least I definitely agree with Push Willow because I think she's had the least spotlight in AEW at the minute. But I think release Daniel Garcia. Sorry, but bury Daniel Garcia. I think he can cope with that better. I think Wheeler needs to spread his wings and fly elsewhere. I don't know. I think he'd be like the best of Super Juniors or something.
Okay. I would say the same about Daniel, but you maybe.
Oh,
I think
damn it.
Wheeler has gone overseas, hasn't he? Did he go to New Japan for a bit?
He was. Maybe he was in best. I don't know. Maybe he was in best of Super
Oh,
Juniors.
okay. Well,
We'll do
the next
that.
one, Ross. Abaddon, Yuka Sakazaki, and Serena Deeb.
Release Abaddon because it feels like she's not there anyway, so nothing would really change.
Oh.
And she'd go and get
Sounds
she'd
true.
go and get utilized somewhere else
Yeah.
better. Then I would bury Serena because then she could still live in a role where,
Yeah.
like Natalia, like she just come and make someone else look good and lose, but doesn't really matter. And then push Yuka so we can hear that theme a lot.
I wouldn't change any of that. I agree.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, wow. Well done.
Yes.
Get in.
You're much better at this than anybody else, Ross. Where's your glasses gone?
But don't need read.
Superman's here.
Don't need read too much now, do I?
Yeah. Jack, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, Wardlow, Darby Allin.
Oh my God. Release Wardlow. Bury Darby, push Jungle Boy. Just because
Yeah.
Darby's had enough spotlight again. He can deal with it. He can deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel bad saying that though because Darby's class.
No, I mean, if you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's had
Or
lots
you
of
could
title
bury
shots
Jungle
and
Boy
titles.
because he's already rich and famous and handsome, as Christian said. He doesn't need his talent.
Yeah, Jungle Boy goes, you're right, I'm way better than this. Kip Sabian, Trent Beretta, Trent Beretta, it's been called that in a while.
No, he's
and
back to that. He's back to that.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
He's not back as Trent.
Lost his question mark, yeah.
What, ECW legend Trent Beretta has trademarked his name?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good for him. Kip Sabian, Trent, and Preston Vance. Ooh, they're all kind of just there.
You've got to push the whimsical Kip Sabian. He
Aye, off a
folk.
bridge.
He poisons people, man. He's a poisoner.
Bury Kipsy gets a new gimmick.
Come on now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's a good point.
How can you bury someone when they're already at the lowest level? So bury him. Trent and Preston. Would you notice if Trent left?
No.
The best friends have got OC, Danhausen, Chuck Taylor.
Trent's been over to New Japan. He could go back.
Preston Vance.
Roppongi Vice.
Preston Vance is annoyingly, he's got these feuds ready set and nothing's happened with him.
Give him a push.
Yeah, I'd push him.
And when Brody Jr. debuts, that's a notable win for him.
He's going to wait a few years.
Oh, yeah.
You've got Ross Brody King, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Lance Archer.
Release Archer because I think he would be happier. He's not being used at the moment.
Yeah.
And then, oh dear, I love both these men. I really enjoy when Brody King was having those like singles little runs on TV. I'll go for him.
Derby, huh?
Push him because he looks different to everybody and he hits hard. And then bury Powerhouse because he's had it happen once before, kind of, so he can battle back again.
Yeah.
What?
The Team Taz days, that one.
Yeah, but that logic's
when
very
that was
twisted.
petering out.
Yeah, I would swap Brody and Powerhouse Hobbs
Fair.
over. I don't think Brody's just being part of the 6-man group.
If it
too much.
wasn't for the timing, I'd agree with Ross's point. But just after he's won that Face of the Revolution thing, I'll go with Matthews and also to try and end this question quicker.
Fair.
Yeah.
Good point. Jack, Luchasaurus, John Silver, and Rio.
Push John Silver. I've been saying this the other day, like they've really missed an opportunity with John Silver. Release
Warwick.
Release Rio, I guess, and bury Luchasaurus because, like Kip Sabian, Luchasaurus is already not really used very well. So I don't know.
And he is a dinosaur. You're supposed to be down there.
Yeah,
He's a fossil.
And finally, look at this bastard
wow.
saving the last end. Pac, Eddie Kingston, Samoa Joe.
Well, one of us is being made up already. So Eddie Kingston release because he's left
yeah, he's left. Yeah,
officially.
Phew, yeah, that's right.
I'd bury Joe or just he's done. What more has he got to do? He's done everything.
Yeah.
He doesn't need more.
Wow, so you're saying that us Northeast lads can
Yeah.
say push Pac.
Yeah, I think so.
We've merely
Shock and
scratched
horror.
the surface with this Geordie bastard man.
He's just a bear. He's never done anything.
I hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast and the rest of the day. Smiley face. Yours sincerely, former Toon Squad defender, Bill Murray.
Thank you, Bill Murray.
Cheers, Bill Murray.
Oh, Toon, Tune, Toon
Yeah,
Squad,
yeah.
Space Jam.
I was
Right,
gonna say,
okay,
thank you for saving Michael Jordan at the end.
I remember he was centre midfield. Aye.
turns
him and Sir Les. Bloody hell.
I'm going left.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill Murray.
Thanks, Bill Murray.
If you have any Reese's Pieces to torment us and just basically give clickbait for people that don't like us, saying, well, here's footage of you guys saying, yeah, we should fire insert name a wrestler here. Fire them. And please send them to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholics.
What a lovely podcast.
Oh, yeah?
And
Oh.
No. Just a little shout outs to our magnificent producers themselves, Reno2200
2,200.
and Noah Anderson.
Anderson.
Best lads. They play in Tune Squad as well. The big question this week is, of course, what's going to be the best match at AEW Revolution? With the matches that have been announced so far. And we have, look at all them matches. Yum, yum, yum. Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry in a no-holds-barred match.
I hope it ends around the grave.
Well, someone's going to make a grave mistake, I think, Ross.
Christian will.
A 6-man tag match, the AEW World Trios Championships. The Elite versus the House of Black.
Be good match.
Good, yeah, good.
3-way match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Jamie Hayter, the champion, defending against Rhea Sunshine and Ruby Soho.
Wish I cared more. but it hasn't felt like it's been built the best.
I think it depends on how much bollocks is happening on the periphery of the match.
Yeah.
Right.
If they just let the lasses batter each other, it'll be great.
Jericho versus Ricky Starks.
Not a chance this will be the best match.
I'm so scared.
You're not even gonna.
Not a hope in hell. This will be the worst match of the night.
There'll be a good moment.
The worst match of the night.
There'll be a good moment, and it'll be when Ricky Starks does his spear because he's quite good at that, and that'll be it.
The JS being banned from ringside, so somebody will either turn or Jericho will win anyway.
Action Andre. Action freeze. That was my pitch. Anyway, I don't know.
Samoa Joe, the TNT champion, will defend his title against Wardlow.
Let them just.
What would Booker T be saying right now?
No water, no vegetables, just me.
No bread anywhere. No cornfields. It's all meat. No cornfields.
John Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page in a Texas death match.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's going to be weird seeing Moxley bleed again. He's going to have to bleed a lot, isn't he, for it to mean
Imagine
anything?
if he doesn't this time.
Oh, that would be the
Genius.
best twist.
Yeah.
That's why I know it's a pay-per-view quality main event. Then the Guns versus the Acclaimed versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett versus OC and Danhausen.
There's so much on the screen at once. I don't know.
If Jay and Jeff win, the Triple J's they call themselves, I think now. Jay and Jeff Jarrett.
I like that name.
If they win, that'll be match of the night.
Oh, no.
Imagine the scenes.
Just for the reaction alone, yes. And then in the main event, yes, it's happening, folks. MJF versus Bryan Danielson in a 60-minute Iron Man match for the AEW World Title.
So, again, like Natalie and Brunier, I'm torn. It wasn't even her song.
I know.
Anyway, it feels weird being a wrestling fan, being presented with an hour-long Bryan Danielson match and then not picking it as the best match of the night. But I'm worried that we'll sit for an hour and then there'll be a weird finish. I'm also worried that by 4 a.m. or whenever, you know the feeling of like, oh, we're nearly at the end, there's one match left, and then you're like, oh, we're going to be like, it's an hour-long Ironman match. So I don't know whether watching it live will impact my enjoyment greatly. So I'm going to go instead for the Texas Death Match. I think that's a safe bet, a safe-ish bet to be match of the night, maybe.
Good pick. And I can see your logic. I completely agree. Yeah, not every wrestling show needs to be this crazy length long.
If I wasn't working it, I'd definitely watch a bit and then slowly watch it over the course of the next week. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I'll go for MJF versus Danielson.
Whoa.
I think it's going to be the way it was just set up with that the expletive in the promo from Danielson, just thinking, oh, MJF's going to get what's coming to him. But then MJF pulling it round and just wrestling a good match.
You think he'll win just straight up?
Just by wrestling and proving he is the best wrestler in the world.
Ooh.
Clobbering time, everybody.
Oh.
Yeah, but as Jack says, that's the thing that puts a bit of doubt in your mind is what they could do at the finish. And
I just think of the Triple H Rock Iron Man match, which ended when The Undertaker got Triple H the win by attacking him. And I remember thinking, ugh. Well, I didn't watch it at the time, but I remember the other day thinking, ugh.
Oh, no, I really like that. Like I said, that's one of the
hate that
best.
match
That's
so
maybe my
much.
favorite Iron Man match because
Oh.
they treat it like, you know, Triple H being smart and technical and doing all the ballyhoo and stuff like that. Most Iron Man matches aren't that interesting to me. So a while ago, wrestlers decided...
Even half-hour ones.
Not half hour one I'll take, but like wrestlers a while ago decided that this was the best usage of like, this is the best way to prove that they're the best wrestler. And I'm like, but who thinks that?
We're going Broadway.
Look at my cardio skills. I'm very happy for you.
but imagine keeping up the footwork for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very impressive technically, but at the same time, it's like, all right, but you know what I want after 4 hours or so of wrestling? Another hour. Just saying.
But it'll be a different kind of hour.
The first half
I bet
hour,
it won't be.
The first half hour is going to be difficult. Danielson's I really enjoyed his hour-long one with Hangman. That was really good.
Yeah, but that wasn't an Iron Man match.
No one expected it to go that long, so it had the element of like,
Right.
they're still going. Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
it's like nothing's going to matter until the last 5 minutes.
I will say that if the House of Black win, then I think that could be the best match.
I was
But
just about to say,
I don't think the House of
convinced me to change my mind to that one.
Oh, really?
You've talked me out of enjoying a 60-minute Iron Man match, so I'll go for
Oh,
the
wow.
Elite. And
That's
lots
embrace
of
negativity.
I sound like Goldust in 2002 now, don't I? Lots of them. That'll be the match of the night.
If Ricky Starks beats Jericho and there's no swerve, that'll be the match of the night. So I might as well just burn that one. Like Adam Cole, it's a sacrificial lamb for this week.
I hope Ricky Starks is a squash match for him winning.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
I've got a feeling it's going to be the same setup as the Pretty Peter match. Like Ricky will batter him, and there'll be one Judas affecting over.
Oh God, what if pretty his name is the guy who joins the
Yes.
JS, which won't make any sense. He's already in a stable. Oh,
That'll be really funny. That'll be
God
good.
won't.
I'll stick with the Texas death match.
Yeah,
The San Francisco death match.
in the hills.
Oh, they should have a San Francisco 49ers match with the 4 boxers on the corners of the ring.
A picture of Scott Hall over their head.
Yeah.
The picture of Scott Hall is bleeding. Well, you know what though? Having said that, the build up to this pay-per-view has been very good. I think most of the feuds are being paid off or finished or done at mostly peak. Like none of these things, apart from obviously Christian and Jungle Boy's gone on for a long time, but that's just because A, Christian's been injured, and B, he's very old and does need his rest and his hobnobs.
Very old.
But everything else is mostly the peak. And MJF Danielson's the best time to be doing this. The Elite finally doing something that isn't basketball bollocks or beaten Pac
Wait for their
700
entrance.
times.
Oh,
Dun,
dun.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, everything feels like, this feels like a pay-per-view with stuff that's actually happening in the promotion.
I think it'd be good show. The lineups, when you read it through at the start there, I was like, it's a stacked lineup.
Yeah.
I just hope it doesn't get any deeper, the card, after Rampage.
What it needs
Oh,
is...
there's going to be Stokely versus Hook, right? And then some silly stuff on the buy-in, but that's usually inoffensive.
Dentist's chair match or whatever it was called. Remember that one? Britt Baker and Big
Big
Swole.
Swole.
Yeah. It opened the show.
Oh my God, I forgot all about that.
Because it came out
They
that
did
it
the
was-
England celebration,
It
right?
was going to be on... Yeah. It came out it was going to be on the pre-show. And then Tony panicked and went, no, it'll be on the main show. And then it was rubbish.
Wow, thank you for that happy memory. You're right. There will be nothing on this show that'll be as bad as that.
This will be good.
It's going to be a good show.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to watching it the next day.
It'll live and die by its main event.
Yeah, I'll be watching it Sunday. 'cause-
It's on Sunday.
Monday.
You'll be watching on Monday. Oh, he's just realised. Oh, it's ruined his weekend.
no.
It has ruined his week.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Sunday.
Buggery bollocks.
You'll be watching it
Hello.
on Wednesday night.
Whenever it gets watched, it'll be fun. Well, whatever. Well, it's a good job. We all love wrestling here at Cultaholic. No matter what certain former AEW and the AAA, whatever, blah, 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 tag team champions may say on Twitter. We love wrestling here, and we love it so much. We've got so much jam-packed for you next week before the podcast, which is stuff like, Jack.
The Matches of the Month podcast, which is coming out this Sunday, I believe. This weekend, certainly.
Get in.
Loads of matches to talk about. I talk about the stuff from Elimination Chambre. I talk about stuff from Battle in the Valais. Loads of matches. Check it out on the Cultaholic audio feed.
Lovely. Ross.
It's just the normal pay-per-view lineup this weekend. Live reactions with Adam and Andy.
Oh, God, what happened to that as well? Sorry, I should have jumped. I should have jumped.
That'll be on the YouTube channel.
A-double themselves. Fantastic.
All the A's. They'll be on youtube.com/live bollocks and other things.
YouTube.com/Cultaholic/live.
I think that sounds right.
You know what?
You can
Why do we have to
find
tell
it.
people?
they'll
They
be
know how
there.
to do it. They're all tech savvy.
man.
When the show starts, they'll be there.
Yeah.
WTF will be on the channel on Monday evening. What happened out on Monday morning? I've been
it.
off all week apart from yesterday, so I've got now for you.
Fantastic. But so all the A's will have all the E's, it sounds like. For the pay-per-view. Will you have any football updates on your lovely podcast?
I'll do a. I'll do a couple.
You didn't know then. It's all
I'll
right.
do a couple of videos. I got a little tongue tied there, but yeah, just if I get a minute, I'll do things.
Yeah, you know what? It feels like that. Mate. Don't
Give a
worry.
link to the thing.
It's youtube.com/@holdandgive.
Matthew. What about
No.
yourself? Now you're doing Bret Hart's autobiography.
Oh, yeah. Twitch. Yes, I'll of course be twitching. Sorry, I've been my other projects hasn't finished yet. Yes, Twitch. We're reading more Bret Hart's book, which, if last week means we'll be reading one chapter of his book. God, it's taken a while. And then we watched the full segment of Richard Belzer with Mr. T and Hulk Hogan and see how annoyed he made Mr. T.
Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing. The whole thing's it's like watching The Sopranos or something.
He's just sleeping.
Yeah. You know what else is amazing? This podcast
Oh,
and
it
the
is.
fans and people have been listening to it and enjoying it the entire time. Thank you very much. Patreon.com/Cultaholic for all the Hall of Fame needs. Mailbag at cultaholic.com for your mailbag personal needs. This has been Jack. This has been Ross. This has been Joel. This has been Papa Jack. I'm going to throw that way for a change. And this has been myself, Maffew. Now we're going to point at the screen and say something.
I don't know.
Oh,
What do you want to say,
say
Matthew?
something nice about Dax.
Dax
Howard is
a
a nice man.
man.
Dax Howard eats beans. 3, 2, 1. Dax Howard eats beans.
Nice man.